What is up, y'all? Welcome to Game Day with Heavy Cardboard, where we teach, play, and discuss medium and heavy strategy board games, war games, 18xx, and Thinky Filler. Speaking of Thinky Filler, that's kind of what we got here today.
Wait, what?
Or not. So today we are featuring John Company by, I don't know, and published by Sierra Madre Games. Seriously, published or designed by Cole Wehrle. With HeavyCon on the cusp of beginning, Cole's in town to attend HeavyCon, so thanks for coming, Cole. This should be a lot of fun, dude.
Looking forward to it.
Thanks, everybody watching live around the world as well as after the fact. I'm your host, Edward Euler, and, well, everybody here you've either seen or should know about. Edward?
Jess.
Nathan. Ash Jackson.
You already know my name.
It's the
talent. Exactly. Right? Exactly. All right. So this is going to be a lot of fun. We are going to be playing the early company scenario, right? Mm-hmm. Because otherwise this is going to be way too long. And yes, we would enjoy it, but we have HeavyCon to get ready for. So there's that. All right, guys. Cole is going to be taking over the teach. This is going to be a teach as we go. So you're going to do it basically how you normally do at conventions and how I learned it originally from you at BGGCon last year, right?
Yep. So the way I'm going to teach the game is I'm going to go through some of the general concepts and sort of how the game flows and works. I'll talk about the components, and then we're just going to start playing. And by the end of about the second round, we'll have gone through almost all the rules.
Cool. All right.
We've already completed the setup, so I'm not going to bore everybody by going through all those little details. The only thing I'll mention to those of folks who might know the game is that we rolled lots of shares, so the company's starting the game very wealthy. So if you feel like this game isn't representative of your plays at home, it's because the company got a little lucky, and we'll see if we can't spoil its luck.
There we go. Ready? Let's rock and roll. All right, Cole, take it away, dude.
All right, cool. So John Company is a game from 1 to 6 players. There's a solo mode in there, and it covers the rise and fall of the East India Company. The East India Company was a chartered company, an organized monopoly by the government. The role of it was to facilitate trade with India, which used to be very dangerous and then got less dangerous and more lucrative. We are all working together running a single company. I can't overemphasize that enough. It's sort of like we're playing a heavy Euro game, except there's only one player sitting at the table, and we're all fighting over who gets to steer what parts of the company. So, generally how the game goes is we're going to start exercising the company's actions, and that starts here on this red band, and it's going to move through, and each one of these little cubes sitting on it is an office member, a family member, who's operating an office. So here's the person in charge of purchasing ships. Here's the person in charge of purchasing goods. And we're going to go through all of those actions, and then at the end, we have to budget for the company. We'll see how much money we made. We'll pay our expenses. Now, ideally, your people will decide they're done with the company and they want to go home to a fancy retirement. When that happens, and you don't have full control over it, you will pay money to cash out. So here's an executive position. You can see that with the gold E. And they could, for instance, pay $3 for a seat in the House of Commons. That is worth 2 victory points at the end of the game. Some of the special abilities also, or some of the prizes also confer special abilities, which are either persistent or used once. That's the primary way you're going to get victory points. And you also don't have full control over when your pieces are going to retire. It's possible we go through the entire game and nobody retires. Now, that's very, very unlikely, but it's something to keep a view on. The last thing I'll say about the big picture stuff is that in a lot of Euros, you get to make the decision of when you're going to turn your engine from something generating cash to something generating victory points. In this game, you don't get to choose when that happens. A scoring opportunity comes, and you can either raise the capital to score some points, or your person can die a pauper. Now, to facilitate that, you have lots of other players sitting around the table. This is a negotiation game. You can barter, you can make promises, you're not necessarily held to them, but money can be transferred freely through the players. So if you do want to score, and because we're in royal wedding season, if you want to pay that 17 to get a royal wedding, you might not have the 17, but the other players might be willing to lend you that money. Now you can make promises to the other players. You can also give them your money, or you can give them unspent cubes. So these cubes here in your stock can be given to other players.
Promises.
Yeah, and these are called promise cubes. And when they're given to other players, they get locked up in this little box. Now, at any point, I can get those cubes back by paying Ash 2 coins a cube. Or we can come to some kind of agreement. I can also promote one of his pieces. That's a way to get it back. Later on, Ash could really want money, and even though he'd like to get $2 from me, he'll take the single dollar. You can also, well, I'll get to that in a second. If I don't get all of my cubes, if I don't get them back by the end of the game, each outstanding cube deducts my score by 2 points.
And by every cube, you mean every cube
Every
that you have
promise
promised to other
other
players.
people.
Right.
Unfulfilled promises.
Now, let's say I trick Ash into giving me a lot of money for a lot of promise cubes, and I know that I may never get those back, and it's okay. Ash may decide to offer these promise cubes to other players as part of a negotiation. The debt is somewhat fungible.
It's fungible,
so,
yeah, exactly.
So you
It's
can
exchangeable,
pass it, and debt can be worth different things to different kinds of players.
Okay.
You could give them to Nathan, who has a lot of leverage over me, and
Right.
you might not have any. So players can get very clever with the negotiations. The general rule, though, is that anything outside of an immediate exchange is not binding. All right, so a couple more notes about components, and then we're pretty much ready to go. So I mentioned that the company is this big band right here in the center. There's lots of charts and player aids to help players manage the action of the company. The company is surrounded by these little lace boxes. Those boxes are called resource boxes, and it's where you put your family cubes to do activities outside of the company. For example, these cubes right here are shipyards. Here are some goods factories. Over here, these are kind of like the lower ranks of the company they're trying to get in. You can also buy manors. They cost $5 a pop. They give you 2 victory points at the end of the game. In one of those games where nobody was rolling retirements, the victory goes to the manors. The last component that I want to mention are these region cards. So, John Company is powered by a kind of strange event system, and the event system uses these region cards. So every region card has a number of orders on it. Basically, the company is going to be exhausting ships and goods to fill orders. So there are 2 ships that were exhausted, and that fills this order, and the company gains £4 in revenue that will need to be allocated. The region cards also have a number of different statuses. So these 3 regions right here are open to the company. The regions over here are closed. We can't trade with them, but we could maybe get them later. Regions can also be in a depression or a famine, or they can be flipped to their prosperous side where the values of the orders goes up. Regions also have a table of events. The table of events also changes based on the status of the card.
Which makes sense.
The last thing to note about regions is that regions can be sovereign, or they can be conquered by other regions. So for example, if Bengal had conquered Madras, you would put the cards like this. That shifts the event table. So if this is an independent Madras, it's using that colored column. And then if Madras gets conquered, it's now using this column. All right, there are a few more things about the regions, but we will wait until we start actually playing the game. A final note about the components. You'll see that there are some black cubes on the board. Those are status markers. The black discs are used to denote things as filled or closed. So for instance, this office of the company begins the early company scenario that we're playing closed. So we don't put anything in there. The money that the game comes with, it comes in 3 colors, white, red, and blue. And the game uses a kind of funny denomination, mostly because of the numbers the game tracks in. So the whites are 1s, the reds are 3s, and the blues are 10s. You can see on the board that there's some money on the board. That's the budget of each office.
Actually, keep going.
Oh, yeah. We can break
Camera
this out.
up above. You're good.
And the other thing is to note that all the players start with a treasury of £5 as well. So the company is many times more rich than all of us individually. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and run through the turn. Now the game is pretty procedural, so we're going to track the order of the turn right here, and I'm going to explain each phase as we get to it. By the time we get to the second round, we're going to be just running.
There we go. So place your bets now. Hashtag good teacher. Cole never wins. Just FYI.
I lose all the time.
There you go. He really does. So real quick, just to let everybody know. So mine down here, the Sykes family. So you can see down at the bottom of the screen, you can see everybody's color. And where we are, so obviously I'm going to be playing purple, Jess is green, Nathan is blue over there on the end, Ash is...
The Hastings family, pink.
I think salmon, maybe, and the Walsh family is Cole. So that said, Cole, all right, you, dude,
let's
run
get
the
to
game.
it.
Here we go.
So first thing we do every turn is the family phase. And in the family phase, starting with the chairman.
Hi.
You're the chairman.
Right.
Jess, you should grab that elephant and give it to Edward.
There we go. So Davis. So there we go.
All right. No, and you just hold. Oh yeah,
Yep,
right. Oh
right.
yeah, buy your family card.
There you
I
go.
see.
Right.
Yes.
There you
All
go.
right. So
Perfect.
Edward's the chairman, which means a lot of things are going to start with him, and then wait a second. You're not the chairman. I'm the chairman.
Wait, you are?
Yeah.
Hold on. Where?
yeah.
Where?
Right here.
Yeah.
Oh, you are.
I was just deferring to you. All right, so I'm the chairman. So a lot of things are going to start with me and then run clockwise from my position. So starting with the chairman, each one of us takes one family action. A family action consists of putting a number of cubes on one of those boxes. You can only ever interact with one box per turn, so you can't split your cubes up or anything like that. And some of the boxes have additional restrictions. So for instance, Manor Box costs 5 to put a cube on there, and you can only put 1 manor out each turn. The shipyards cost 3, and you can put as many out as you want. Shipyards can either go in the 6 slot or the 5 slot, but you can only put them in the 5 slot if the 6 slot is full.
Alright.
So you're going to build the columns down. But you don't have to fill from left to right. You can just fill up the 6s. What I'll say about this before we move on is that these are partnerships. So, Jess and Ash are building the ship together. The factories cost 3 as well, and each factory has a sole owner that produces 1 good per turn. These are in the wrong spot. They should be here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good call. Yep.
Yeah.
Nope, just these.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, 'cause
Well,
they're there.
yeah.
Produced.
Yeah, you can do it the other way.
Yeah.
Okay, these are writers. Writers are people who don't do anything necessarily at the beginning, but they'll be entering the company later. Don't worry.
They have a nice salary job.
They're
Right.
just hanging out.
No offense to any writer. Okay, and officers are going to go off and become members of the military and make lots of plunder potentially. And captains will purchase their own private ships. Now, when you're buying a rider, you'll notice the riders, officers, and captains don't have any prices on them. You can only put 1 or 2 cubes on it per turn. All right, so I'm going to start. I have $5 to my name, and I am going to purchase a factory. So that costs me 3, and I put this right here, and then that good comes up.
And so how does it follow, or what's the order around the table? Is
Clockwise
it
from
okay,
me.
clockwise after the director.
Yep.
Or the chairman, excuse me. And so help me read the game state a little bit. I'm in half partnership on both of the shipyards.
Yep.
I'm strong in officers and writers and nowhere in factories. Is it good to diversify so that you can try to kind of limp along an entire supply chain yourself, or is it good to try to concentrate so that you have kind of that stranglehold over that critical element of the company?
So Ash asked a good question, and the way I think it's best to think about it is right now we're determining the character of our leverage. Do you want to have lots of little bits of leverage, or do you want to have one very, very
Great
big
big stick.
lever?
Sure, yeah.
So concentrating in shipyards gives you a lot of power when it comes to the buying of ships.
Right. So I'll buy a shipyard then.
Okay,
Okay, so
that costs
3
3.
bucks. There you go. Cool.
Now,
For anyone who wants to join in this industrious affair.
So each of us also has a special ability, and I'll start talking about them as they become relevant. Nathan's special ability is that his shipyards only cost 2. So it's instead of 3. So they're a little advantageous for you to stick in shipyards.
Funny you say that, Cole. I'm going to join Ash
All right.
in that shipyard for £2.
Alright. My special ability is manners, because I get those for 4. But I already have 2 of those. I'm going to go in here.
There you go.
So 3 bucks.
Yep.
All right, and mine with the Sykes family says at the start of trade, if you have at least 2 writers, gain a £1 British sterling from the bank. So, and you can do up to 2 per turn. So there we go. Added in some writers.
The last thing I'll mention about the family actions is that you are quite cube limited, and when you need to place a cube, you have to place it, and you usually pull from kind of entry-level positions and also from your prizes. So putting out a lot of cubes, there are reasons to withhold cubes, especially if you play the full 10-turn game.
Right.
All right, we've just finished.
Oh, and I guess we ought to point out what exactly the
so
early
we are
company-
playing
yeah.
the early company scenario. It's the default scenario in the game, and it covers the first 6 turns.
There you go. Okay.
All right, so now we're ready for the company phase. Now the company phase has 2 parts. In the first part of the company phase, we're going to fill any vacancies. So we have to make sure we're staffed. Start of the game, all the offices are full, so we don't have any vacancies. So I'll talk more about how vacancies get filled in the next turn. Then we move on to the action of the company. The company always resolves starting here and moving around in this kind of squarish shape. Every office is resolved in order along that red line. Offices have a budget, and then they also have a number of actions that they can take. The green actions, shared by kind of the lower stations in the company, you have to take. Now, these are going to seem a little bit more automatic, but they provide some opportunities for deal making if you can know how to leverage it. Later on, the higher up positions have blue actions. The blue actions allow a lot of freedom in terms of how they can be resolved. So let's start with ship purchasing. So this is Edward.
Yep.
Edward has the purchase action. He buys ships. And he has to spend as much money as he possibly can buying ships.
And I have $15 there to spend.
Yes. Now, you always have to buy the cheap ships first, but as you can see, you've got 3 different options. The ships, the prices are listed below the ships, the first number you can see.
Yep.
So they are 444, and then these 3 are for 6.
Yeah,
So-
actually, I'm going to do that. Nope, sorry. There you go. You're good.
You're good.
Yep.
So you...
Because you can see the 6. Right. There you go. Yep.
the board sometimes makes sense. Okay. So,
Sometimes.
all right. So Edward has 15 pounds to spend.
I do. So I can spend it freely however I wish, correct?
You have to buy the cheap ships first.
Have to. So
So-
these 3 are going to get bought. There's 12.
Yep. So these ships right here are the ones that get bought.
There you go.
And we're going to put those. So these get bought. Now, when they get bought, each person who has a cube is going to get a single $1. So that's 3 pounds to pink, and then 1 to purple, 1 to blue, 1 to green. Now, that was a pretty, I'm going to say obvious move. You didn't have a lot of freedom there, but
Sure.
it's because during setup we rolled lots of shares, and as the
Right.
chairman I allocated to ship purchasing
Right.
because I care about the future of the company. So the ship purchasing office can't hold ships, so the ships are sent to the director of trade, who will get to send them to places later on.
There we go.
All right.
So hold on real quick. So there's $3 left. The cheapest ship is 4. Ergo, not
Yeah,
buying any
cheapest
more
ship is
ship.
6 actually.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
You're right because those are gone. Right. So the highest or the highest number or the number shown. So
Yeah.
$6. So I don't have enough. So we move on. Right.
So we
Yep.
move right on.
There you
Okay. Goods purchasing works the same way.
Yes, Jason.
except
Go ahead.
goods purchasing works the same way, except now we're buying goods. Now, goods and ships represent 2 different trade strategies of the company. Ships are a lot of stable trade and long-term investment. Goods are you're relying on contractors, so they're only good for 1 turn only usually. All right, so you can purchase goods. The price of a good depends on the top event card in the discard pile. Right now, it's 2. Once all of these goods made in England, these good English goods are bought, you can still buy goods, but their cost is always 3. Okay,
And how much must you spend?
you have to spend as much as you can.
There you go.
So you have 5, which means you're able to buy 2 goods.
Right, and
Now,
I can-
all of the money that she spends on goods will go directly to the players who own that factory.
Yeah, like me.
Yeah, you can totally.
Unless y'all speak up.
Yeah.
And
Unless
want-
you would like to negotiate.
Unless y'all want to speak up and
Yeah,
want to make a
would
deal.
you like-
Nathan.
Nope.
I'll give you.
No.
I'll give you 2. I'll give you 2 cubes if you buy one of my.
Which
goods.
remember
Yeah.
each cube is worth $2.
I
$2.
know.
Okay. Or 2
No,
pounds.
just in
Wow.
price.
It
Anybody
does.
else? Anybody else? No one's.
I'm not.
I'm not in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
There you go.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you're out. You don't have it.
So I get to
Alright.
take 2 of
That's
those.
crazy.
2 of those
That's
dollars.
craziness.
It's not crazy though.
Nope.
So one of those goods goes there, and
Yeah,
the
and
other
you
one.
still have $3 to spend. So and she is compelled to spend as much as she can.
Yeah. Nobody else is speaking up, so it's gonna be me. Thank y'all.
That's for you.
All right, and that.
And hold on, she
No,
gets
get 2.
Oh,
gets
excuse me.
$2. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
There we
There you
go.
go.
How are we going to win this game? Keep handing her money. Okay, so then we do the military affairs office. This has 2 actions, and they have to be performed in the order as shown. First, you're going to buy goods. Now, these goods are converted into guns. Guns, unlike regular goods, stick around. And the more guns you build, the bigger the army gets, and the army doesn't often get smaller, so you have to be a little careful about it. So you can buy, buy 2 more.
It sounds like a
Yep.
complex industrial affair.
Yes, it's the thing that killed the company. So,
5. And then I put them here.
so that's 1. And then who'd you buy from?
Myself.
Yep.
So did you get your $2
Not
from
yet.
the office?
From there,
From
there
the
you
office?
go. Yep.
Okay.
Because you're paying it to the supply, but you get paid.
Right.
Correct. Yep.
And then, which one of you?
I'll give you a
I know.
cube. I'll give you a cube.
Oh, wait, I don't have I have $3. Okay. A cube?
I'll give you $1.
Give me $1?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll give
absolutely.
you 2.
Ready?
You give me
Whoa.
$2?
Well, then I get 2 back. I just don't want him.
Yeah, let's do that. I got $2.
All right, and then
I'm just chipping him.
Right.
Bribery. It works.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. And that was this one.
Great.
Okay. These,
It's a
all right.
greasy machine.
The
I like it.
Yeah.
next action is logistics, and logistics means moving pieces around the board. You need to assign your guns to one of 3 armies.
And what's going to be influencing that?
So, armies are good for the defense of the regions. If you have lots of armies, you can more easily defend them against. I didn't really talk about this. You should know that all of these regions have behaviors. They'll attack each other. They'll get into wars. They'll change their behaviors. So our regions are under threat. Putting armies helps that threat. It also makes conquering regions easier. As chairman, I think you should send them here
Why?
I would agree.
because I think we should conquer Bombay right away.
He agrees because he's in charge
I
of
would
that,
like to protect my own.
Okay,
interests.
so we're in agreement.
area.
Yep.
So those get sent to the army.
The army.
And that's 2 guns.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, and now we move on to the Director of Trade. So the Director of Trade has one action. It's logistics, just like military affairs, but now you're assigning ships and goods to any of the 3 presidencies. Now, short historical footnote, India, the company divided India in these big chunks called presidencies. They were administrative and economic units, and the game does the same thing. So there are kind of 3 little mini companies that work in India, and you
Okay.
get to decide which ones get the stuff.
And what is he? How does allocating them
Sure.
affect?
So, the ones that get ships and goods are able to fill more orders, which means they're able to make more money for the company. The more orders a president fills, also the more their bonuses. Goods are only good for 1 filled order. Boats will stick around for the rest of the game.
So if you're looking at this, and correct me if I'm wrong, Cole, but 2 here gets 6 versus 4 or 5. Might make sense to put a couple goods over there, right?
It might make sense if the president of that section of India made it make sense.
Ash, I would like to offer you a promise cube if you put a combination of 2.
I will offer you $1 and a promise cube to help out the fine folks over here in Bengal.
I don't mean to put too fine a point on it, but that's insulting.
2 promise cubes.
Okay, now we're
Now
talking.
we're getting
Great,
there.
yeah,
Yeah,
let's,
but
let's
this
have a
is liquid
conversation.
cash
I see
right
that
now.
cash.
Okay.
That is cash right now. That's the thing. I have a great deal to dole out. The company is flush with resources and cash.
Yep.
And so, am I compelled to assign all of what I
You
have
do
in the
have to
box?
assign all.
Okay. All right. So, how about that's another $1, and then you can get a ship there.
Throw in a cool space.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Is that for a good or for a ship?
I don't really need. So
Oh, I
the
need
2
goods.
is the number of goods,
Yeah,
and
I
1
need goods.
ship
I-
per thing. Correct.
Yeah. So this
Right.
is the requirement to fill it,
Right.
and you can fill it with goods or ships,
With goods or ships.
as long as you haven't used more ships than goods.
As long as you haven't used more.
So basically,
ships.
you
Right.
can't
Yes.
just fill orders with goods,
Goods.
but you could use a combination of them.
Okay.
I mean, as it is right now, there are already 2 ships
Right.
there, so I'm good for that. I would
Right.
prefer.
As chairman, it'd be nice if you sent some stuff to Bengal, but Bombay isn't a bad option.
Okay.
Um,
And so I'm just trying to understand. This is a 2, so it has to be 2 goods. And
no,
so-
no,
so
no.
it
It
has-
could
Oh.
be 2 ships,
Okay.
Yeah, or it can be a good in a ship.
a good and a ship. All right. So then.
and they already have 2 ships there.
Right,
So
so
that's
they're set
going to
there.
fill for
That's
the
gonna
first
fill.
one. So the question is here whether or not, realistically, whether or not you want to send 3
3
here.
things there.
That one, 3 things here or 3 things in Bombay.
Hmm.
And I'm just saying that's an awfully good. It requires you to do nothing. It costs you nothing.
You
to
should
do
listen to
so.
the chairman, though.
So that's the thing.
So you have plenty left.
Yeah.
And remember, everything will stay.
Everything will stay.
Right,
Until
unless
it's
it's ships.
Yeah, unless it-
And the
yeah.
ships will stay,
The-
but the goods will go away.
All I can say is that an incomplete offer will receive an incomplete shipment.
Okay.
I want 3 things over there.
There
in
you
Bengal.
go. There you go.
All right.
That's-
Wow.
now we're
Wow.
talking.
Yes.
Okay, and then
Now
are
we're
we going to send the
talking.
rest to
There you
Bombay,
go.
I assume?
Yeah.
I'll give you 1 promise cube.
You need 1 thing to fill both, right? Can you fill both? The
No,
2 and the
not-
3? You're just
yeah.
going to go to 3.
He's just going to fill the 2. So is
Okay.
that 2
2
cubes there? I know it doesn't fill. I know it doesn't finish
know.
it. Finish it for you.
I know. It's not really worth it for me.
If you don't want a third ship, that's up to you. I mean, that's your decision to
The
make.
third ship will
Ships
filter.
stick around for the rest of the game, whether you send them or not.
I know, right?
They can get destroyed too, but
Yeah.
we'll talk
Well,
about that.
only if they're undefended.
All right, what are we talking here?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
Done.
That seems much better.
Okay.
Nathan's like, awesome.
All right, there you go.
fine.
Ash is
All right.
using his leverage. All right,
There you
now, after we finish the Director of Trade, we have the three presidencies are going to act, and then if we've opened up trade to China, the Chinese office will act too. These three presidencies work in the same way, so I'm going to spend a little bit of time talking about how they operate, but then we won't have to do rules explanations, and
Yep.
we can finish pretty much the rest
There
of
you
the
go.
turn. So, presidency has a number of regions which it trades to. This is the Bombay presidency trading to Bombay, Madras presidency trading to Madras, the Bengal presidency trading to Bengal. They weren't very creative with their names, but later they'll sprawl out. Presidencies also have a budget like other offices, and they have a number of ships and goods. And of course, they have an office holder. Now, there are three actions that they can take. They have the campaign action, the trade action, and the sale action. These actions are blue, which means you're not compelled to take them, but if you do take them, they have to be in that order. Now, the blue actions also involve a check, which is going to use the rolling of dice. That's not even on the screen.
Yeah, it's all right. Well, they can see.
Oh, they can see this. So we're going to be rolling dice. The way all checks work. I know. I'm sorry. You see, the
kid,
viewers
I
are
kid,
just
I
fleeing
kid.
right now.
No,
We're gonna roll.
out.
I was
Yeah,
told there would
and-
be no dice. so-
And I hate to say it, these are the most inconsequential of the dice rolls. But here's how it works. All checks have a strength, which is measured in like a number of dice. Then you take a penalty out of that, of a certain amount, and you roll the remainder. You only ever use the low number.
Oof.
A 1 and 2 is a success. A 3 and 4 is kind of a null. You can try again. Nothing happens, but the money is spent. A 5 or 6, if that's your best roll, it's an immediate termination. You've screwed up hugely.
Hashtag roll better.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Hashtag put an able administrator into these administrative posts.
Now, what I'll
Yeah.
just mention here is on the back of the rule book, there is a little chart, a probability chart, and the only note I'll have about it is that it's an S-curve, which means you get rewarded for spending a little bit of money, but then there are diminishing returns. There is always a chance that you're going to screw it up.
Cool.
All right,
There's no guarantee.
Welcome to life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems crazy.
that's how it goes.
Welcome to India.
So, the campaign action. The campaign action is used to conquer regions. The strength of the action is the number of guns or officers that you choose to exhaust, plus for every 2 pounds you spend, you get a mercenary, which is like a temporary army. So, for instance, if you were attacking with the army of Bombay, you could spend these 2 for 2 strength, a 3rd strength, and that would be, let's say, 2 more strength. So that'd be a total of 4 strength to attack Bombay. Now, Bombay's defense is its penalty. So it only has a defense of 1, which means one of those dice gets removed, which leaves you at about a 70% chance of success. If you are successful
And again, a success is a 1 or a 2. So we
on
would,
one dice, yeah,
right.
on
So
at
we
least
would
one.
roll all that, and boom, it's successful in
All
that
right.
case, right?
If it's successful, you take, where is Bombay?
Oh, cool.
There it is. The company gets bigger. And we have just conquered Bombay, and we have opened the governor of Bombay. This is another office. It's going to generate tax revenue. You can use it as a base to lead further campaigns out. It does lots of fancy things. It also gives you control over the local economy. You can try to make it prosperous. But you have to be successful. In addition, and we haven't talked about this yet because it doesn't matter, but when there are officers in the army, they get money. Each officer gets money equal to the plunder of the region. So right now, if there's one officer in there, Pink would get 2 pounds for helping plunder Bombay. All
And
right.
if there were multiple, they would
You
split
just
it.
multiply. No, it's a
Oh,
multiply.
multiply.
So
Got it. Yep.
Yep. The bigger the army, the more people are going to go crazy. All right. So that's the campaign action. Now, this action is limited by region, so you can only campaign in Bombay here, Madras here, Bengal here. All right. Now, after you're done with your campaigning, we go on to open trade. Open trade means that you're sending people off to make overtures and to try to get them to trade with you. These are the closed regions. They don't have any affiliation with the British Empire. When you open trade, the strength is how much you want to spend. So you get a strength point, a die, for every pound you spend. If you spend 4, you get 4 dice. There's no penalty. If you're successful,
Again, a 1 or a 2.
A 1 or 2, so this would be a successful roll. That region moves from closed to open, and it just kind of joins this presidency. Now, you always want to keep track of the order in which things join, just in case new offices are formed, but we're going to keep them sort of like catty corner.
There you go. No, that's perfect.
So we can
There you
see
go.
it.
Yep.
All right. This region can be traded to, and there are better orders here than are here. So it's usually a good idea to open trade, although there are some disadvantages. Now, this thing right here, this is the remnant of the Mughal Empire. Whoop. So these 2 regions are dominated by the Mughal
Punjab.
Empire based in the Punjab. If you open trade with that, all 3 of these move as 1 unit over here, which seems like a great deal because there's no additional penalty. The penalty
However.
comes later. So the last action, and probably the most important one, is the sale action. The sale action allows you to exhaust boats and goods to make money. Now, the way the sale action works is the strength is the amount of money you want to spend. Every pound you spend is a die that you roll. The penalty is a number that is 1 fewer than the number of regions. So, in the presidency, if there is 1 region, there's no penalty. If there are 2 regions, the penalty is 1. If there are 3 regions, the penalty is 2. Now, that's why this is such a bad idea to open. Because as soon as you open it, your penalty, you'd there be 1, 2, 3, 4 regions. So the penalty would be 3. That's enough
Right.
to kill a presidency.
Yeah.
All right. If you're successful in the sale action, you
And again,
exhaust
rolling
things.
those dice, 1 or 2s.
Yep, rolling the dice, getting a 1 or 2. Then you exhaust things, and if you exhaust ships and goods equal to the number, you complete the order, and the company advances its revenue by that, and we'll keep track of it.
And on that note, if there were 3 goods that were between goods and ships, could you choose to fulfill the higher value?
Yep.
I know the answer,
Yep,
but go ahead.
You're always welcome to fulfill the higher value.
Yep.
The orders don't have an order. The one rule is you can't put more goods than ships when it comes to these zones.
Okay.
All right.
And also the presidents, do they get kickbacks for those?
They do. During the next phase when we're
Yep.
paying out money, for every order you complete in your presidency, you're going to get $1 from the bank.
Right, and that's why we're negotiating for that.
It
right.
loosens it up. That's why it's
Exactly.
liquid.
Yep.
Yep. All right, so we are up to Nathan first.
It's me. Cole, can I do only one of these or all of them?
You could do all 3 if you
Okay.
wanted to,
But
or
you,
2.
You could do any mix of them, but if you do them, they must go in the
Right.
order of
Yep.
the arrows.
You
Campaign
could-
open sale.
You can also take 1 multiple times if you
keep failing.
if your best roll is like a 3 or like a
Yeah.
null. It's the no effect action. So
Double
if your
down.
best roll is a 3 or 4, you could try again if you've got money. And if you want to open trade, you could open trade with lots of other
Right.
things. You can only open trade with closed regions, so you can't poach another presidency.
Right, yeah. That,
If a
that'd be
presidency
dirty.
ever loses its last region, the presidency closes and everything gets lost.
Is that permanent? Does it cease to exist entirely?
done.
Golly. Okay.
Yep.
And for the record, Nick, Kitty Corner is a legitimate region. Thank you very much. All right, leave Cole alone. I support that. All right.
So I'm going to exhaust my 2 guns.
Okay, so you're going to conquer
I'm going to campaign.
a campaign for Bombay.
Yes.
Okay,
2 guns, $4 for a
Total.
bonus of two mercenaries.
so that's going to be 4 dice
Before
minus
you go,
1.
any officers that you need to add to the
You,
campaign?
That would
they
happen
have to be
earlier.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to be there.
These guys are still in Addiscombe. They're in
Gotcha.
training.
Right. So that's 4 dice minus the 1. And I'm just walking people through
Yep.
it for the first
Totally.
time. So minus 1, which is the defense. So you have out of those 3 dice, you need to roll at least 1 or 2.
Yep.
And nope, re-roll that. It's out of there. It's out. No. There you go.
Hey!
There you go. Push them up. There you go.
All right.
Cool.
So that
Success.
does exhaust both of these guns, and all this money is spent.
Cool.
However,
And we've just opened up a new office.
The governor of Bombay.
So that the way this works is if a region that has its dark band is sovereign, and this one is sovereign no more. So that's now been covered.
Hey, hooray! Imperialism at work.
Yep. All right.
We brought a flag.
Yeah.
And then once it comes time to promote somebody, the president gets to choose
Yes.
who goes there, right?
Mhm.
Cool.
all right. So that's campaign.
Yep.
Are you gonna
Wanna
trade?
Not going to open trade, but I am going to sail.
All right.
I'm going to sail.
We just got flagged by Anya. Yeah.
Yeah, there you
Go ahead.
Trouble now.
So $5.
The video's already off YouTube.
Yeah, right. Yeah, everyone's
That was
gone.
the
There you
technical
go, right.
problem. before.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
All right, cool. So what do I do here? Two
So
ships.
the strength of the action
Yep.
is the amount of money you want to spend.
Okay.
The penalty is one fewer than the number of regions.
Which,
so is
zero penalty. You got $5.
Is it
you
£2
can spend
each?
One.
One.
£1 each.
£2 for the mercenaries.
Okay. That was my question.
So again, you can always reference that handy dandy chart for the odds. Here, there you go. Let me see it real quick. So here, I'm actually going to show folks this real quick. So here, there we go. Sorry, there we go.
I like
So
the
here
big
is
one.
for the odds of success here for, if you were to, you'll notice diminishing returns. So the jump from 1 to 3 is considerably bigger than it is from 3 to 5. And he has a total of $5. So the question is, how much does Nathan want to risk for the odds of successful trade?
£3.
All right, which
We'll
puts
see
you
a
at
little bit.
70%.
Yep.
All right. And there's
All
a
right.
success. There we go. You got.
All
It
right.
doesn't matter how many you got, as long as you got one.
Yep.
Correct. And the boats get exhausted. This order is the only one that you're able to complete.
Correct.
And so the company gains 5 in revenue.
And that spent $3 from the company coffers, right?
Mhm.
There we go. Bueno, Jess, you're up. You see how it works.
Yep. So I have no offers, no officers, no military. So I'm not going to do any of that. I just want to sail. I think I'll do $3 too.
All right.
So I'll come out. 3 ships.
Does she decide now what she's committing?
I think you just.
No.
Or
you
you
can-
commit
Yep.
the strength of it and then
Yeah,
whatever
And
I
you
see
usually
what
you're going to
say.
commit as much as possible.
Right.
Now, one thing before
Right.
you exercise your sail action,
Yeah.
Madras is not a great region.
Yeah.
So we may want to, this is a good candidate
Let's
for
call a spade a
opening
spade.
trade.
Yeah.
Now, you've only got 5, which means that it'd be hard to take a couple actions.
Yeah.
So the chairman, you'll notice that here I am as the chairman. I'm kind of outside of this track.
Yeah.
I only have access to one action, and that action is the debt action. At any point, I can take 5 to allocate. And then
That's
we
right.
put a debt token right here, and we have to pay $1 for the rest of the game for it. And I would like to do that if you'll open up Hyderabad.
Okay.
Is that
Which is a
reasonable?
big
Yes, that
prosperous
is
region.
reasonable.
So that
Okay.
means you get 5 cheese. We're on the hook for one debt now.
Yeah.
Cool, you can only do the dead
Deal
action one
match.
time,
Once
right?
per turn.
Flaker says Enya will leave it unflagged if you promise to never
Never
sing it
sing it
again. Fair enough.
Now, but before I do this, I would like my promise cube back because you would make a lot more money. Each one
I
of
was hoping
these.
you were just going to
No, no.
Well, if you notice,
I was like, yes, you can do that.
it only requires one and
I know.
Oh,
$5 for the company. I mean, this is a wonderful,
I know.
wonderful region.
I was
Why
really
am I
happy
selling
with
this
that.
for coal?
I
Stop.
know. Keep
No,
talking.
no, it's
There's
fine.
tea,
Deal.
there's gold, there's probably
That's it,
ivory.
deal.
Don't ask where it comes from.
No, not
Hey,
from elephants.
hey, not in this
Don't tell
house.
the
It comes
vegan.
from
Not in
pianos.
this house.
It comes from pianos. It's fine.
Okay, there you go.
From peanuts.
All right, that's all set.
Okay.
So you may now attempt to open trade.
Okay, so opening trade. So you're going to go ahead, walk us
So
everyone through.
the strength of the action is the amount of money you spend. So every pound spent is a dice. There is no penalty for open trade. And you do need to select a target before you do it. So you say, I'm going to attempt to open trade here, here, here. And probably in Hyderabad.
So how many die would you
I
like?
like to.
And how much do you have there? 3, 6, 9. You have $10.
Yeah.
And realistically, don't forget, based on
Hold that over there.
that chart, your odds. May the odds forever be in your
So
favor.
4 is 80%. That's not bad. I don't want to go to 5.
You do have $10. Now,
I know.
keep in mind the money does stay. It
does.
does carry
Exactly.
over, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just, but I don't want to be poor later.
Martin
I mean,
Wallace
I'm
approves.
going to do 4.
Early
I think
loans.
for the debt
Yeah. So here's the 4.
All right, so that's paid to the card. That money's spent.
That's
Get
gone.
rid of it.
Yeah, and I got my
All
4
right.
dice.
So looking for one, at least one or two.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh.
Can of dice, but it doesn't matter. Hold on, they can only
I
see
still-
the left half.
Yeah.
There you
we
go.
Look what we got.
Good.
All right.
Cool.
All good.
That's successful.
I-
And that gets pulled over here.
Yep. Oh, excellent.
All right.
So now
Alright.
there are 2 regions within that one, and one is not conquered by the other. They are independent regions within that one presidency.
Correct. And one of them is depressed and one of them is prosperous.
Mm-hmm.
And now when you sail, there will be a penalty
Yes.
of just one.
1.
Because
if you wanna
2
roll-
minus 1, 2 regions minus 1, right?
Right. So if you want to roll 4 dice again, you'll have to spend 5 pounds.
Nick asks, could Jess have agreed to Cole's demand to open trade, get the money, and then say, nope, I don't want to do it anymore?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep.
There are no binding promises.
However, the president probably has a longer memory, hence elephants.
Yeah.
That
Just
too, I
saying.
thought when it was instant though, when you're in the moment, I thought
Yeah.
that you're supposed
So
to.
the instant that's a good point. The instant exchange was money
The
for the
cube.
office for
Right.
the cube.
I thought those were
The action
the
is
conditional,
technically
yeah.
happening in the future.
Right, so
Okay.
that probably
Yeah,
would have
yeah.
been binding, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, the action isn't necessarily binding. It's just the promise for the money.
Right.
Right.
is the
When you're
binding
doing it in
There
the
you go.
moment
Right.
versus
Yes.
if you're doing something saying, I promise you next
Correct.
time.
Right.
Yeah, because I'm all about breaking promises.
Next turn, or after you let go of this money, I've forgotten about
I
it.
think,
Exactly.
I think like a lot of negotiation games, the small promises usually get kept. It's the big promises
Right.
That
that
don't,
get
right?
broken.
You're like,
Right.
sorry.
In the
Right.
future.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to do,
Pay 5 to roll 4.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, 5 of it. There you go. Okay. Looking for at least 1 success.
Ooh,
That was close.
Yeah.
Got 1 though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oops, that was it.
That
There you go.
it makes me feel better about spending the 5.
There you go. Right?
So that's
But that was
3.
the first
Yes.
one.
And then
that
you
was
can hit
actually
all
the
three
All
first,
of
three.
those.
Let's
first
do
buck
that.
spent.
So one thing I'll say, because there was a question about the precise timing of those
Yeah.
things, basically you can't give another player an action. So like when it comes to exchanges, if it's an immediate exchange, it's binding. But because I can't give you an action,
Right.
like it's something that we can promise and talk about, but the game can't hold us to that promise.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so there's 15, which bumps us up to
20.
Wow, look at
Rich
us.
company.
Wow.
Rolling deep, y'all. All right. So,
The chairman doing his job well.
right. So, president here of Bengal. So we have 5 total. So that would allow me to do 2 actions there. But I only have $5. I don't think I want to open trade. I think I'm just going to go that route. And on that note, I'm going to just go ahead and go the 80% there. So the 4 dice there. So that's going to cost me a total of $4 there. And
Hey.
we're good. There we go. So we'll cover those 2. We will send all 4 ships and the 1 good up yonder. Keep
And
the
that's
1
12,
buck in there.
So we're at 32.
Wow, we are flush
Yeah.
with cash,
Wow.
dude.
All right,
There we go.
now we do the trade phase.
Okay.
So we finished the company phase. So the trade phase is subdivided into 3 phases. The first part is players are going to take money, things that they're pulling out of the bank, basically. So if there were a governor, they would make money equal to the tax value. We don't have any governors yet, but they'd be able to make that money. Governors have the choice of keeping the money on the card or taking the incoming income.
They have a
Now, if the
choice.
governor can't, so for instance, this region is going to make $1 right now. The governor can't touch that. He can spend it, but he can't transfer it because it was
Right.
already there when he got there. All right, then presidents make their bonuses. So Edward, for instance, finished 2 orders and is very happy to be
Thank
taking
you
off
very
a little
much.
off the
Yep,
top.
There we go. You know, I'm just
All right,
skimming.
just finished 3, so you get 3.
Just a keys.
And you get 1. Okay. Let's see. And then family powers also make money, and I think you have a family power that makes money.
I do, right. At the start of the trade, if you have at least 2 writers, I do. I have 3. I also get £1 sterling from the bank.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. I think those are the only money-making powers. There are a few prizes and events that will also generate some income. Then the company must pay its expenses.
Don't get lost in the details in chat, fellas, okay? Don't. You're overthinking it. Go ahead.
Okay, so the expenses. If there are questions about negotiation, like I think it's A7, you can it tells you exactly what can be transferred.
There you go.
Okay, so the size of the army, every piece that's in these army boxes. So gun and officer, there are 2 of those, so we've got to pay that money. These guns aren't going to go away, so the upkeep of the army is just going to get higher.
Way to go.
Then we have some interest on our loan that we have to pay, and that brings us down
Yeah.
to 29. Let me see if there's anything I'm forgetting. I think that's it.
Angry shareholders, but there
Yeah,
aren't
we
any.
don't. Nobody owns any ships yet,
Yep.
so I think we're good there. All right. So now the chairman gets to decide what to do with the remaining money, and that's me.
29 cheese. That is
29.
a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. So the chairman can basically do 2 different things with the money. The chairman can allocate it to company offices, including the newly opened governorship. That's fine. The chairman can also pay dividends. Now, the way dividends work is when we pay a dividend, I need to pay every single cube $1. So there are 9 cubes, so a single dividend costs 9, which I'm going to do right now. So, nice round number. We go from 29 to 20 pounds. So everybody will get £1 for every share they've got.
Beautiful.
Now, I will just, so I get 1, Jess, you have 2.
there's
I'll
3.
take a
Thank
3.
you, sir.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
you.
I'll take a 3 as well.
And we'll start a bank over here if you want. Here, I'll
Cool,
just to make it easier. Go ahead.
This was out.
There you go. All right.
All right. So it's worth noting here that as chairman, I only have a single share, and so that wasn't really a great thing that happened. If I'm unable to pay, or if I choose not to pay a dividend, this is going to fall. The share price is going to fall. If I pay 2 or more dividends, the share price increases. If the round began and the shareholders were angry, then I have to pay a dividend. All right. Okay, so now we've got 20 left. I'm happy to pay another dividend, but you guys have to raise $2 collectively to get me to do it.
Well, Nathan and Jess
There's
have
a buck.
both volunteered to do so. So thank you, Jess.
You knew you were going to.
Come on now. Yeah.
All right.
We absolutely
All right,
should.
happy to pay another dividend. So that's another 9, which is going to take us to 11.
So I pay a buck, get 3. Boom, done. Jess, you're going to get your 2
Thank you. And I'll take 1.
Oh, yeah, I get this.
and give up 1.
Yep. A red from you.
Watching you.
Yep.
There you go. All
Cool.
right, we are very, very rich.
We
Okay,
are flush.
now I could pay another dividend. Because I've paid 2, the share price does increase. I could pay another dividend, but I should probably keep the lights on. So we've got...
However, if you had a ton of shares,
You're
it would
paying-
probably
Or if you have one, if you're the sole shareholder and you have 1 cube, you could just pay 6 dividends and just pull the money.
$6.
You could just siphon it out. Okay, so
garden
I
apples, yeah.
like these presidencies and I want them to do well. So I'm going to start
So you have a total of $11 or 11 pounds left to pony up.
to give around. So I'm going to at least put a 3 in each of those 2 spots. And that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I have 5 left.
What about this governorship of Bombay?
We're going to get to the governorship of Bombay.
Let's invest in the future of Bombay.
Yeah, so that's definitely going to happen. So here's 2.
Which leaves us 3. Which right now we only got $3 to purchase ships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which ships right now are a total of 4. Just FYI.
Yeah, this is our winner though. This is earning all of the money.
It is.
So
There's
the
lots
last
of
3
money.
are going to go here. Can you use those 3 white chips?
Okay. Yep.
Insult to injury, make him pay it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. When you're chairman, you can decide where the money goes.
Right.
All right. So we are all flush with cash, and we now move on to the event phase.
All right.
So we reveal the event card.
The Whitehall Evening Post. Events in India.
So there are 3 parts to the event. So you want
Here,
to put this
actually,
over
here.
Yeah.
Yep. Here we
Capital
go.
can.
Yep.
So,
Oh.
all right. There we
Fade
go.
2. So event cards have 3 parts, and they're resolved in the order that you see them. So the first thing that happens is events in India, which is by the elephant.
Yep.
And then we do attrition rolls. And then the last thing is we will vote on a law.
Okay.
All right. Some events which have little pictures on the bottom will be immediate and happen without any voting. But this one we'll get to decide how it works.
Okay.
So.
Oh, I was going to leave it there so folks and I'll
Oh, yeah.
switch between the cameras. We're good.
All right, cool.
We're good.
So the first thing that happens, well, you're going to want to switch right now because we have to have the events. So there are 2 events occurring in India. Now, the way the events in India work is every region card has a number on it from 1 to 8. The event starts in, the elephant starts in region 1 and is going to walk from region 1 to region 2 to region 3 to region 4.
Right.
And in each place he arrives, we're going to roll for an event. Now at the start,
So does he start off board, so to speak?
no,
or
he
does
starts
start
on
in
1. Yeah, so the first event will always be in Maratha.
Okay.
So Maratha's event column is right here.
Yep.
So I will roll a single die, and
A 2.
it's a 2. So Maratha will flip over.
Oof.
Probably.
Now, if a card flips over that we were trading with, we would have, and let's say that like order had been filled and it flipped over, we would have to lose 2 ships. So that's bad news.
Bad weather.
Okay, so after that happens, the elephant then goes to Region 3, our newly
Hyderabad.
conquered Hyderabad.
Yep.
Oh, I took those off too early. They need to stay on. Because we're going to roll,
Why?
because we're going to lose a bunch of ships. So there's been a disaster in Hyderabad. Hyderabad was absolutely
Why
stuffed
are you
with piracy
laughing?
at this
This is
problem.
terrible.
Yeah.
So these are the pirates stealing
Oh,
a bunch
no.
of our stuff. And these 3 ships are lost, I'm afraid.
However, we did get
Bummer.
paid. Just
Yeah,
there you go.
That
we
time,
did get paid.
We were all set up again.
All right. Then, and those are the 2 events. Now the elephant
okay,
is
we
going
need more
to
ships,
remain
it's
here.
fine.
The elephant's going to remain here. So next turn, the elephant will proceed to Region 4 and then beyond.
Right, depending on the number here.
Right, and the numbers range from 1 to 4.
Okay.
Normally, the elephant will go in that cycle, but there are a couple of circumstances which cause him to be redirected. So generally, if a rebellion breaks out, it's more likely that more rebellions are going to break out. Okay, so those are the events.
Okay.
Now we move to attrition.
All right, so attrition rolls here. Roll for each cube along the blue ribbon. Okay,
Yeah, now-
so this is retirement.
Yeah,
right?
this is
Yeah,
retirement. This
there
is
you
where
go.
the victory points come in. Now,
Okay.
the way this works generally is that we can all roll at the same time, but for this first turn,
Yeah.
we will take it in order. So as the chairman,
Following the blue ribbon.
following the
Right
blue
here.
ribbon, so
Okay.
starting here, as the chairman, I'll roll and I retire on a 4, 5, or 6.
Right here. It's a little hard to see, guys. I apologize, but right here. So the chairman, you'll see the skull and crossbones at 4 or higher. Hold on.
All right.
And
Excellent.
we now lost our chairman.
Hooray! And-
Well done, Chairman.
All right, and then go ahead and roll.
Okay, and now real
Ash?
quick before you do, Ash. So here we have executives, which retire on a 5 or higher, and seniors, they're really hard to get rid of. 6s.
Yep.
So if you notice what's underneath,
golden E is
there
the
you go, the
executive
executive, ergo 5 or higher.
Nope.
So
No.
he's safe.
He's staying.
So-
Now you'll notice that I put my cube below this to signal the retirement. That's because we roll everything, and then in ribbon order we
Vacate
actually
positions.
Or taking our positions
Cool.
down here.
Cool. Retroactive question. Balance of India. Does that change at all?
Oh yeah, it did. Sorry.
Okay.
That might have actually. No, it's good. Because something bad happened, the balance of India shifts to chaos.
Right.
Okay.
We'll talk about that next turn.
Cool.
Okay. Good call, Nathan. One
One.
safe.
All right.
All right, so now Jess, that is executive as well, so that's a 5 or higher. No,
Nothing.
safe. And for me,
There you go.
Hey.
hey, no, what that means is I'm getting points.
Yep.
Is
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
means.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's hard because Edward's built a lovely little fiefdom for himself that he's
Right.
now
And a
leading.
position opens up. Yeah.
Kind of sucks. Yeah.
All right. So we have now roll. Oh no, we haven't rolled for these.
There you go.
So
And
Edward
these
again?
are seniors, which are 6s,
Mhm.
straight 6s.
Nothing. All right, Jess. And
Ooh,
there you go.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
there's
A lot of
Yeah.
turnover.
Lots of-
Okay.
Okay, so chairman goes first. Now we're all rich, so I assume we're not going to be gabbing with each other too much.
So what this means basically is you're choosing how many points you want to buy.
Buy your victory
Yeah.
points.
There you go. Right.
And I have an uncomfortable sum. I'm sitting on 8, and I would really like to be sitting on 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would.
And you'll notice also while Cole's pondering the specific seats. So with the chairman being an executive, executives can go
Yeah.
to any of those locations. The executives cannot go to the domestic newspaper nor the fashionable clothes.
It isn't done.
It just isn't done.
No.
We don't talk about that in public. No.
All right, so I will choose.
Oh wait, hold on. Peanut Gallery saying Hyderabad should not have flipped over. Why?
What?
Uh,
I rolled a 2.
Hyderabad had a different event. It was sovereign.
Oh, you're right. It was sovereign.
Oh,
Those
they're
are good.
supposed to
Yeah,
take
this
over.
is why the peanut gallery
Maratha.
is invaluable.
Okay, yeah,
right?
so they're supposed to attack Maratha,
Okay.
which is going to be a bounce. So, this is good. Good point. You guys are on it. So, Maratha it gets attacked by Hyderabad with a strength of 2. Here's Maratha over here with just a measly defensive 1. The problem is it's part of an empire, so you
Yeah.
add up all the defenses.
That's 5.
So, the attack bounces.
Meaning fails.
Mean fails. What that changes is it's going to move this over here, and happily for Jess,
Yay!
The ships
You don't
come
lose
back.
the ships.
yeah,
Yeah.
you didn't lose the ships.
There
You
we
guys
go.
are good. You're looking out
Good
for
call, guys.
it. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am retiring off to the House of Commons. I just paid for that.
Voted for you to win, so I feel like they're a little
trying to-
biased.
Yeah, they're trying to help
So you
themselves.
paid 3.
I did pay
Cheese.
3.
There we go. Good. So he actually
Oh, yeah,
technically
sorry.
he would have
That
gone
cube goes there.
There we
There.
go. All right.
All right.
You follow the ribbon, right?
So next one is you.
All right. So we're sitting on a total of 11.
Ooh,
Mistakes were
nice.
made. Why'd we let that happen? That wasn't good.
House of Lords.
Ugh.
So there's 11. I know I'm guaranteed to get a buck back as is. So, all right. Cool. We're double checking, Nick. Good call. So we'll keep going while Nicole looks that
Yep,
up.
no,
So
that's good.
Jess.
then,
Yep, it's me.
yeah.
Jess.
Okay. Right. No, I'm half on, so I couldn't remember if that was me. How much do you have?
I have enough to get some fashionable clothes. I'll do that.
All right. 9. There we go. And Nathan.
I will also purchase some snakeskin boots.
All right. Done. All right. That's it.
Some expensive boots.
All right.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that was actually attrition.
Yeah, that was attrition. Now we're doing local news.
All right. So local news now
Back there.
here says law before Parliament. Well, go ahead. I'll
All
let
right. Well, why don't? Okay. So the way I'll talk about how voting works. Basically, starting with the chair. Starting with the person to the left of the chairman. I can't remember the rules of my own game.
It's all right.
Let's find out.
Root. He's
Let's
got
find,
root on the brain.
Let's find out what I
Yes.
wrote a few months
Yeah.
ago.
Games.
I always forget. Starting with the chairman and going clockwise.
Okay.
So starting with me, I get the
So
first
even
vote.
though you are no longer chairman,
He still has the elephant in
sitting
front of him.
technically chairman, right?
Yep. So starting with the chairman, I will make a vote. I can vote for a motion or against the motion. You cannot abstain. You have to make a decision. The number of votes that you have is equal to the number of cubes that are shipyards or factories. That's how much pull you have among the unwashed voting public, and the amount of money you want to spend. So each of those cubes is a vote. Each pound up here could be a vote potentially.
Could be.
Now, when you vote, you either vote for or against the motion, and that little track will track it positive or negative for against. We're all going to go around once. There's only one round of voting, and if the motion is above 0, then the motion passes. If it's not, then the motion fails.
So it's 0 or lower fails.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, if the motion passes, we're going to take that card. So usually the card would be sitting right here on this stack.
Right. Which after the first one we will. Right.
So if it passes, it comes off the stack and will go to a place
we'll
where
actually
we
put it
votes.
over here for the law because
Yeah, for
that'll
the
be
law.
enacted.
If it doesn't pass, it will sit on that stack. Now that matters because it will change the price of goods. So the factory lobby will have a reason to vote for some laws and against others. Okay, so that's how voting works. Now every law has a popular support, which shows where it starts. This one starts at
-3.
So
Wow.
go ahead and look. Yeah, so people do not want this to happen. All right, Edward, read the law.
Tenure limitations increase the result of all attrition rolls by 1, and it's a persistent effect. Ergo, that would be 5, 6, and seniors can never be. Or is it the other
It's the other
direction?
way.
The other
Yeah.
way. So it's 3, 4, and 5.
Yes.
Sorry. Okay. So that's what. So if you want to get retirement, if you want your peeps to go out here and get you some points, then
Or if you want the other
this.
people out of the way.
Right,
Yes.
then you want this to pass, which right now, if nothing were to happen, this bad boy passes.
Yep.
Keep that in
Oh,
mind.
no, it does not pass.
It does not pass,
fails,
sorry.
right.
Nobody wants it to pass. I will vote against the measure. So I only have 2 votes to my name. I will not spend any money. That bumps it down to -5.
So your 2 votes. And where do your 2 votes come from?
I
Your
have
positions there.
2 factories.
Right.
Whereas Mr. Ash Jackson has 3 total.
I'm a job creator.
Cole, does
Yeah.
it pass on 0?
No.
No.
It has to be
Fails on
positive.
Greater
0.
Has to be positive?
Yeah.
So fellow industrialists, I feel it's against our
You can say nature.
yeah, it's against our nature to let people who are winning continue to win. And, I think that it's only fitting for progress if we allow progress to happen. And obviously, progress cannot happen when people have their butts in seats for 20 or so years.
It's a good speech.
Thank you.
Here, here. Hell, I'm motivated.
Right.
Yeah, I will follow you into battle. Okay, what do you need? Subscribe to your newsletter.
Yes, I want you to vote for the measure.
Cole, can we talk about promotions really quick? I think this
Yes.
Yeah,
potentially
because
affect-
this is going to come into play, right?
Yep.
So the way promotions work is when we hire, so this happens before we resolve the company phase. When we hire, we use the same attrition ribbon. So we're going to start with the chairman and then go around. Now there's a handy chart which will show you a little bit of the structure of things, which I'll just go through verbally while you can look at that chart. Basically, the chairman gets hired first, and he's hired by a vote in the court of directors. Then we go through the executive offices. The chairman appoints the executive offices. Now, whereas when someone is voted chairman, the cube is actually going to move out of the court of directors to the chairman's spot. Then, when we do the executive officers, they get promoted from the senior officers. So the first one, for instance, the first executive office that needs filled is this one over here. That's going to get filled by this cube. There's no choice because this is the only qualified person to do it.
Obviously.
If there were additional executive offices, we would promote directly up from the writers. They would skip a rank. Then we would we would hire from
So
the
hold
senior
on,
positions.
say that one more time. If there were multiple executives available, right?
So we'd go on the track. This one would get this cube
Right.
promoted.
And then there's
and
another
this
executive.
one, there are no senior offices left, so we pull from the writer box.
And how does that get determined?
Well, the chairman is the one who fills the other executive positions. The chairman gets to decide who it's going to be.
Yep.
Now, you are allowed to promote yourself, but you have to pay the nepotism penalty. Basically, you have to give a promise cube to each player you passed over.
Wow.
Edward, weren't you down there?
I was,
Oh,
but
yeah, sorry.
it's coming.
Yeah,
But
it's
if you're
coming.
going straight to the writer pool to pull
not-
people,
Don't get ahead of yourself.
Yep. Even if the nepotism penalty always works. So,
Gotcha.
like, if among the candidates you are selecting yourself over other players, you owe a promise to every player you pass up.
So that'd
Not
be
cube.
each
I like that.
person.
So
Well,
every
but-
player.
Yeah,
So-
not cube.
Right, so for that
If,
case,
I
One,
were
two,
if
three.
I were somehow magically the chairman, I won't be. But let's just say I'm here,
Two promises.
and if I'm promoting myself, then I owe one to purple, and one to orange.
There you go,
Yep,
yep.
That's it, exactly.
Nailed it. Okay.
All right, and then so after we finish that, we will have done all the hiring. One thing I didn't mention is after the presidency is hired, they'll fill any provincial offices. That's these governorships. Those are filled by the presidents.
Yep.
Oh, and finally, the director of trade fills the senior positions. So, again, that chart is helpful. The chairman is filled by the court of directors. The executives are filled by the chairman. The senior positions are filled by the director of trade, and the provincial offices are filled by
Their
presidents.
respective presidents, as you can see right
Yeah.
there. Cool?
All right.
All right, so that is why what we're voting for this specific law to come
Matters.
into place.
Right.
Right.
So, can I count on your support for this bill?
I agree with you, but we need more help. 'Cause 6
Yes, you
votes
do.
isn't gonna do it if you two are against it. So what are you thinking?
I want to be chairman.
It's good to be the king.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not in a position to go for the chair right now, so I think that that's something that we can come to an agreement on.
And a promise.
Obviously,
Yeah.
creating
And
a
a promise.
coalition.
Oh, we're really getting
Yeah,
into
yeah.
it.
Sorry, I'm not sure that that's free for me right now. These are spoken for.
Yeah. And this is a place where the fact that a promise is not binding matters because we are like essentially Nathan is wanting to curry favors in a future vote.
Right.
But
right.
you want to be trustworthy in this game most of the time.
Until you don't.
Until
Yeah.
you don't, exactly.
All right,
So, I'm going to vote
Ash-
for. So
Yeah.
my 3 votes
Yep.
Yeah.
brings us back to -2.
Right.
Nathan?
If I can count on both of you for votes to be chairman.
Yes, I think so. I think that the company's been run well, and you are invested in running it well.
You should
going
be
forward.
selling me. I'm the one with 2 votes up here for the chairman. I'm
Well,
just saying.
collectively they have 3. Can I
He's
count on your
making the
vote,
small
Edward?
point.
See, you should be looking to this side of the
Right.
table. You know, I feel like a promise is worthy of a promise.
I understand.
All right. You smell what I'm stepping in.
Yep.
All right. Cool.
I vote for it.
Okay.
Takes it up to 0.
All right. Jess?
All right. Well, you really need me to vote for this because if I vote against it now.
You're right. It fails because I'm broke, and I only have 1.
I'll remember that.
I said nothing until now. I'm just
I know.
saying.
I know. Hey, you can do it.
That's it. You're just gonna see. Oh, you don't know me in press.
Just leave it up to chance.
That's much.
It's not a
better.
game of chance. It's a game of securing what you need.
Exactly. It was like, you
Joe,
know,
just
do
since a lot of
that.
promise cubes have moved around, just a helpful reminder about them. You can always get them back if you give the player £2.
Yeah.
Like you can just take
Like
it right
you can
back.
take it.
Yeah,
you
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 can
don't
take it,
have to
right.
offer.
You can
just,
you can
yeah.
also give
Compulsory.
it back to them without any of their choice if you hire them over another player. So hiring is probably the cheapest way to get your promise cubes back. The other way that you can get them back is they can cancel out. So they can be forgiven, of course, but if I have a bunch of Edward's cubes and he has a bunch of my cubes,
Prisoner
we can just
exchange.
we do a forced prisoner exchange.
Right. All right. Cool. Well, it literally does not matter what I choose because I have
Yep.
one vote.
Yeah.
So-
So you know what?
The motion passes.
I'll go ahead and vote for it.
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
Nice,
The
nice.
principle.
There
you go.
Principle.
There you go.
Hey, I
All
feel
right.
like it's a Texas vote, like it really didn't. But,
Volunteer.
principle. Okay. All right. Cool. There we
Okay,
go.
so we're now to the refresh phase. So the law is passed, which means it
Okay.
would-
So now where to
yeah,
go?
so
There
the
we go.
law would move from the floor,
And it
it's
will
been
come-
passed.
there we
and we'll
go.
just stick it right here.
Yep.
Okay, so now we do the refresh phase. So in the refresh phase, the orders are going to get kind of
You
cleared.
know what? Actually, we're going to put this here, and if we
There
need
you go.
more,
Oh yeah,
so be
it's
it. So
obviously
there we
not
go.
a yeah, it's obviously
there we
not a
go.
reason.
Yeah.
That's a good point. So those clear. These basically, when you're doing the refresh phase, you look for the black arrows. So all of the ships come back down. The goods are returned to the stock. These guys get refreshed back up. Over here, these captains, they were little midshipmen, and now they're captains. These little officers are going to move over here
They've been
and
trained.
wait for their assignments. And then we're going to refill those spots. So if
I got you. Yep.
fill those up. And that is everything.
Ships as well.
Yep, ships fill up as well. Okay, cool. And now that we've gone through the full turn, I'm going to put this cube over here.
All right, so we are actually in round 2 now.
Yep, there we go. Turn
So
2.
there we go.
We
We are
start with the
sixth of
family
way.
phase. Now, I'm not chairman anymore, but I am the former chairman. So I keep the elephant for now, and I will take the first family action. Now, my main worry is that I am totally outside of the company now,
Right.
which is not a great place to be.
So again, the family
Not for
actions
long,
are
though.
these guys around the outside.
So I'm going to,
Girl.
let's put a couple guys in officers.
And the reason he can do 2 is it says up to 2 cubes per turn.
Sure.
That's my next. I won't overthink it, since I'm director of trade for now, at least. I'll put those there in hopes that I'll still control them.
All right. Well, as long as I have at least 2 writers in there, I'm feeling pretty good. He's going to get promoted. I feel pretty good about that. We'll go ahead and go a couple on the captain's seat.
There you go.
Up there. Done.
All right, now the thing about the captains is these players who are here will be offered a chance to buy a boat. They buy it at market price, so the boats are expensive, but they become sources of income for both the company, because the company gets to use those boats, and also for the player. They'll also hurt the company a little bit, but we'll talk about that later. Okay, so we're done with the family phase. Now we go into the company. We have lots of vacancies to fill. And
Hooray.
the first one to fill is the chairman phase. Now, the way this voting works is the chairman is going to make the first nomination.
The previous
Chairman. I can nominate anybody who has cubes in there. And then everybody gives a yes-no vote. As soon as there's over 50% votes, then
It passes.
it passes, person gets promoted. If it doesn't pass, person to my left gets to make a nomination.
Okay.
And we keep doing that. If all nominations fail, the chairman picks one of the nominees
Wow.
to do it.
It's good to be the king.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's good to be the former chairman.
Right. Yeah. right.
The one of us okay, it's me actually. I've got the Walsh family. I have a special power. During one nomination, I can add 2 votes. Now, this doesn't increase the size of the majority or anything. So, for example, we are looking at what, 9? So, the first person to 5 votes. So, if I had 3 votes for myself, I could nominate myself and
You
then
carry
use my
3 of them.
power and immediately carry it.
Wow.
Wow.
So, it's a dangerous power. But it looks like Nathan's going to get it. So, I will nominate Nathan.
Thank you, Cole.
So Nathan is under nomination right now, and I will vote for him.
So here, we'll do it
Nathan
this
has
way
one
to
vote.
show. So
Yeah,
there's
right.
1 vote. And then it goes clockwise around the table
Yep,
from there, right?
from the chairman.
All right. So Mr. Jackson.
So, help me again to read the game state.
Sure.
you're out of the company, but I'm not far behind with my one position. And the director of trade, I can extort people along the way to get the stuff they need to play their games, but I'm not actually
In the company.
in those positions to actually benefit from them.
Right.
And so I want to understand kind of how to improve my position.
So it's a question of hiring power.
Okay.
The chairman has a lot of hiring power.
Right.
The director of trade also has a fair amount of hiring power.
Okay.
So even though you've only got one position, you are going to be filling these 2 spots. You could always ensure that you're going to get one position.
Okay.
But usually you want to be in the chairman's good graces.
Right.
And by guarantee or ensure, because you have writers
Yeah.
are going to
Writers
fill those
have-
spots.
yep.
There you go. Right.
So
Cool.
I'll vote for the nominee.
I also vote for the nominee.
So that's 4.
And right there, boom, that's 5. Right?
Because you
Cole,
have 3.
because he has 3.
Yeah.
So there you go. It's passed. Doesn't
Okay.
matter what Jess or I do.
Yep.
So congratulations. So he becomes chairman. There you go.
And one slight correction. So when I nominate, the nominee makes the first vote.
Go,
Ah.
gotcha.
And then it goes clockwise from
From
there.
there.
Oh.
Okay, so Nathan should have
never
gone
mind.
first.
And
So
then-
that would have been 4. So it actually does
it
go to
would've gone back,
Jess.
right?
Yes. Yep.
So it would go to you after Nathan. It
And-
skips Ash.
Yeah, it skips
Oh,
Ash.
okay.
And critically, nominees don't have to support their own nomination. So they can be nominated and just say,
Yeah, thanks, but
Yeah.
I prefer not to
Really?
be.
Yeah, I see.
right. All right,
So-
so
So Jess, you support?
Yes.
Okay,
Cool.
so there's
That
the
gets-
6 votes.
Yep.
There you go. Boom, done.
and congratulations, Nathan.
Can I have that, please? Thank you.
Benevolent
All right.
leader.
So now,
Bring him up a
the
little
chairman
bit.
has to make his first decision, which is a non-decision because you don't have much choice in the matter. You need to. Oh, actually, that's not true. So we're going along the
Ribbon.
ribbon. The first position is actually this governorship, which Nathan will get to fill. Now, Nathan.
And Nathan gets to fill it because he is the president of Bombay.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, governorships are senior offices, so they can pull from the writer box. They can also pull from any officers who are in armies. So if we had an officer over here, this person could get pulled even to a different presidency. Nathan, I would very much like this job.
You would? Mm-hmm. You're very much outside the company.
I'm very much outside the company.
This is a very lucrative position.
I will give you.
Way more than that.
I will give you. I will give you 3.
3
3
Pounds,
pounds.
cubes?
No, 3 pounds.
3 pounds.
Or I'm happy to give you a pound and 2 promise cubes.
Do we have competing offers?
And these, okay, again, these are
And-
getting pulled from the writers,
Yes.
right? Because there are no officers out there in the armies,
Yep.
right? So no, I can't compete with that. I can't.
You should
Same
say
offer
it.
he did.
Say
Yeah,
it-
what are
say
you
it for the
offering
studio
over here?
audience.
Right, yeah.
I'm offering a cube and 3 pounds
So a promise
for
and
the
3
governor
pounds.
of Bombay.
I will not
Well-
top that deal.
Okay, well, that's it.
Well, it does-
Sorry,
you
Cole.
don't have to take the highest offer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have
I
to.
mean, he's out of the company. Okay.
Okay. He just wants it.
He's like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So your writer
Cube.
hops on a
Nope,
boat.
nope.
No, that's not you.
There you go. I mean, I'm all for it. Don't get me wrong, but somebody may notice at some point.
All right. Well, now it's Edward's time in the sun. This senior position has to be promoted because it's the only candidate for the job.
Hold on, that's a
There you
There
pop
go.
it
collar.
is.
Now the executive, right? There you go. All right, cool.
And then we have these 3 senior positions which need filled.
Okay.
Richard.
These are filled by the director of trade, so it's Ash's
This is what
time.
you
And so help me understand nepotism. There's 3 players here. There's 3 positions. If I pick 1, 1, and 1, am I subject to nepotism on
Yep.
that 3rd
You
pick?
betcha,
You-
Still
Okay.
passing
because
those.
you're there.
So
Now, had he, if it were something like this, just for clarifying, if he won 1 and then did 1, well, you're gone.
only
So no, he
owe-
would only owe me 1 promise
Correct.
as
Right.
opposed to, right?
Okay.
So you should promote both of my cubes, is what I'm hearing.
Okay.
And I would offer
Save some
you 2.
2 pounds to promote both of them.
I will offer 1 promise cube.
So that's 2 pounds.
Well, yeah, it's a promise cube, and I would like the goods purchasing, I think,
Okay.
position. Although I could, you know what? I scratch your back, you scratch mine. I did very well purchasing ships.
I'll
I
say.
did well for you. previously, so that's worth one promise, but that's all I can offer.
Okay, Edward, I think that I can. You strike me as a goods purchaser. I can envision that, and so I think that's going to serve everyone well.
Okay.
Cole, you wanted 2 hosts. I'd like to make sure that my officer, this guy's my
I will
cousin,
make sure they will end up in
in
Bombay.
profitable military positions.
I can certainly do that.
I think that that's something that would that would benefit all of us. The Army needs officers. Officers are the
All
backbone
right,
of
so
the Army.
2 and a letter of recommendation. I can
Can you kick in 1 more pound?
No,
No.
not at all. But I will send them to Bombay, which is going to be lucrative for them.
You're going to
Okay.
get some money.
Yeah. Okay.
He'll figure it out.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So now the question in chat was, could the governor of Bombay be promoted over me to have gotten here?
Oh, yes, that is true. That is true because of the way this order works, there would have been 2 senior positions that would have been candidates.
Right.
We'll just keep playing, but just know that
Okay,
would
cool.
be
Good
certainly
deal.
possible.
All right, good deal.
Okay, so we have filled all the positions, which means it's time for the company phase. So starting here, ships purchase. We can't afford any ships. Now Nathan could take out debt because a single pound would translate directly to a ship.
You know what? Let me see one of those black dice.
You could also, Nathan.
Okay.
Does all of that money have to go to one single office?
Nope, you can
They
divide
go-
it however you'd like. Oh yeah, thanks.
Nice. Yeah. Good call.
Let's do it. Take out a loan, $5.
Okay.
Okay, and you may divide that however you'd like.
Yep.
So one more.
You need 2 more whites.
Oh,
Yes,
wait,
2 more
that's
whites,
close. There you go.
please.
There you go. Got him.
All right.
Thanks.
Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
That works
Yeah.
really well.
That was excellent.
There's the ship.
Okay.
Where's the button
This
there?
brings the total to 4, which would allow him to purchase one of those 3 ships.
Purple. Who's purple? Edward's purple.
I think.
Oh, that's actually a really good point Jose brings up. If you promote someone over yourself, you avoid nepotism and you get a promise back, don't you?
Yes, if they have a promise.
So if you had or I had a pink promise cube, they would be able to take one back as
Oh,
well.
gotcha.
Forgot
Yeah.
about that. Good call, Jose.
And
Good
one
call.
reason
Yeah.
why I was so free with my promise cubes at the beginning is I thought there was a good chance I'd be chairman another time and I'd be able to get those back.
You'd be
How'd
able
that
to
work out?
parlay
It
that. That's rough being chairman for such a short term.
Right, yeah. Mistakes were made.
I mean, I've got
Needs
2
some
victories.
money.
Yeah.
And I could have also, when I was negotiating with Ash, while you're deciding, Nathan, I could have, instead of offering up mine, I could have been like, hey,
Here's a blue cube.
would you like Nathan's, a little
Yeah, some
leverage over
leverage over
Sir
the chairman.
Brown? Yes, okay.
Done and done.
Okay.
Okay. So, are you
Did you
purchasing
did
ships?
you forget something on the goods? Do you not want us to purchase any goods for any of
Guns?
for anything up there? No goods. A
Nope.
buck is not getting it done, dude. Really?
He specifically called out that you were there.
Wow.
Okay.
Elephants
Did
have long
not.
memories. Okay. All right. Okay.
Well, give me 3 whites. Can I have 3
Huh?
whites?
Yeah, I got 3
divide-
whites. I got
divide
3 whites.
Yeah.
1,
There's
2,
a red.
and then 3.
I'm just saying, goods cost what, $2, right? So I'm just saying, I just need a buck,
Let's
man.
do that.
That's all.
And
No,
then-
you know what? Hold on.
little stone soup?
Yeah.
You need to
Put
put
it where
it
you
there.
want.
I do.
Yeah.
Try to
There you go. That's
purchase
all
from
I'm
the right
saying.
company.
That's
put
all
one
I'm
in military
saying.
affairs. Please, I'll give you a.
The company needs it.
It's a good place to put it.
Just
It's
the
a wise
right
place to
thing
put it.
to
Yeah.
do.
I mean, I still liked when you put it up.
I mean, you could put
Hyderabad is the
here
profitable
or here.
It
part of
is.
India right
It
now.
is.
Yeah.
Oh, and good point. So goods are actually only $1 now.
No, they cost $2
No.
because
because
it's
it
all-
was
passed.
passed.
Because it's
If it
passed.
was failed, it would go there and
Yeah.
take that over. Yes,
Yeah, you
exactly.
factory owners would have wanted to.
There you go.
Would have
Yeah.
wanted to run that out.
And by you, I mean not this guy, right? Okay.
Okay, so now we are. So the debt was taken out, so that action can't be taken again. The debt disc is there. We're buying things. I'm buying ships
Why can't it be taken again?
just once per turn. It's
Okay.
a hard
Good.
limit.
All right.
Okay.
So we start here and work our way around.
And I am in charge of buying the ships. I don't really
You're
like
not
any of these options.
My ship's really nice.
They're all great.
Pink and I are ship. Yeah, I know you're all set.
Expert shipyards.
You're
Expert
all set
shipbuilders.
with it.
Yeah, where's...
I mean, purple has the most points over here.
Okay, I'm going to buy Jesse's
Authentic
ship.
New England
Yes.
oak.
Well
What?
done.
You could buy
Hard as nails.
Ooh, wait a second. You're the chairman.
buy Jess and Nathan ship.
No, but he's
Mm,
what?
no,
Oh,
you'd
'cause
be
you want
zero
favor.
I'm just saying.
I'll give you this promise cube. You want Ash's?
yeah,
noticed
I would
that
do that.
too.
I'd take that.
Cool.
Okay,
So
so
for-
you're bribing him
Yeah.
to buy
my
the ship that
We'll buy
is-
our ship.
Right.
And so then you get a pound
There
for
you
that,
go.
wait.
right?
I got you.
Yes.
And then
Okay.
we'll go
Ouch.
there.
You each
Yeah,
get a
it's
pound.
not
for
Our
me.
ship.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't.
Okay, so
I
that
was
ship
getting it
purchasing,
anyways,
and then
Harold
that
told
ship went here.
Yeah.
Goods purchasing, which is Edward. You can buy
It is.
good.
So, Chairman, I would be
Yes.
willing to purchase that good from you, sir,
Yes.
for
What do you want?
What's the going rate?
It costs 2.
I'll give you $1.
you know what? Let's make it's going to be a bit convoluted, but hear me out. You give me $1, I will give you your promise cube back. Okay, so you're actually making money in the deal, with the caveat that when come promotions, as long as you were the chairman, that my goods purchaser finds his way moving on up. Okay, like the Jeffersons.
Done.
Deal?
Wow.
All right, there we go.
And you actually
There you
make, okay, so you,
And then he takes the $2.
Yes, he does.
And this good comes up and goes.
Purchase.
Yep. Yep, goes to the director of trade. All right, now we're doing
There you go,
military.
right there.
And
Yep.
no
So
surprises.
I'm trying to explain this a little bit better for the peanut gallery.
So for the military affairs, that's me. I am going to buy my own good,
Naturally.
naturally. And then I'm going to send it.
It's why you made a cannon foundry in the first place.
Right, seriously,
yeah.
right?
Okay, I'm a little. Yeah. Yeah, we're just going to do this. All right, so this thing is going to go this way.
Good catch, a show guru. We caught it. We're good. No,
Yeah,
continue. We're
All
good.
right, sweet.
I'll bring
So
it
I'm
up.
sending all these guys over here. And that is the end of the military affairs action.
Or
Right.
Cole Wehrle, warmonger.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
It's just where the cubes fell this game. All right, now what I will say, you get to send this good and this ship out.
Right.
But before you do that, you have to offer each cube a chance to buy a ship.
Oh, okay.
The ships are bought at the market rate.
Nice.
Which the market rate is currently
Yeah. Now,
6.
ships are going to generate the owner
Sorry.
$2
4.
every turn. So let's say Orange, it's me, buys a ship.
I misspoke. They would be 4.
Right.
Yeah,
dollars,
4.
not
So
6,
they
sorry.
cost 4. So if I buy a ship, my cube is going to sit on that ship, and that ship behaves like any other ship.
Can
and,
get sunk.
it can get sunk, but they're always sunk last.
Right.
And this is going to generate me $2 a turn.
Nice.
From the bank. And it's going to cost the company 1 because of a theft of time, because I'm doing my own trading.
Right.
Wow.
You're competing against the company.
Right.
Your own interest in the company.
Yep.
So, is there an order to how they're offered?
You get to choose.
Okay.
I only have money to buy
Is it
one.
just money
Yeah, it's
that
just
can be
money.
spent? Cole, would you like to buy a ship?
I would love to buy a ship. So I'm going to spend 4.
And it's your option in which to offer them, right? The
order, right.
in which
Yeah,
you.
the order. They all have to be offered. So I'm buying, here you go, Jess, that ship. So,
And so then the shipbuilders still collect theirs,
yep,
right?
the shipbuilders still collect theirs. And then my other guy, I'm out of money. I don't really want to raise the capital from this table. So this is just going to come back home. He couldn't find a ship.
Too bad.
They go
Edward,
away.
would you
Yeah,
like
they
to
go
buy a
away.
ship?
I would love to buy a ship.
I understand. So, where's the shipping going to go?
Well, hold on. So, I would be willing to pay you $5 later. Sorry. Nope. Let me try that again. I will pay you $4 later for $4. That's not good, is it? That's not a good trade. Yeah, I don't think I can buy a ship, unfortunately, because they cost $4.
Right.
Yes.
Unless you want to raise money with the
Your cubes.
capital abilities you have from your fellow players.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
You already owe me a couple of favors, and so I'm not sure that I'm...
Right, but I'm looking around, and Nathan, I don't know. Are you willing to come up off of $3 for 2 promises?
It's going to be a promise cube each for $3.
Oh, I can't do that. Then I'm completely neutered in that respect. I would love
Yeah,
to.
you
I
are.
could do 2. I could do 2.
It's going to end up costing the company too much money, man.
Nah, it's in long term. It helps the company.
There's
It's-
better ways.
Okay. All right. Let me have it back.
So you just need £3.
Yeah.
I do.
And you were offering 2 cubes for it?
I offered Nathan 2 cubes. That is a
Yeah,
statement of
There's
fact.
better ways, man.
You're good. You're going to ship to Hyderabad always.
Yes.
I'm trying to balance and understand, where do I want the company's trajectory to be? Am I trying to kind of sandbag the company a little bit?
So,
Or is the goal
usually-
here to just...
Usually one player, at least one player at the table wants the company to just completely fall apart. Why? Because they're winning. And because if the company fails, so the company fails if there are no shares in the court of directors. Now, whenever the company can't pay its dividends,
right, or-
when the shareholders are angry, there's a bailout. That bailout is going to clear out a bunch of shares. Usually when 2 bailouts happen in a row, the company is dead. There's some other weird edge cases of how it can happen too. But when the company's over, anybody who has executive positions loses some victory points because they didn't keep the ship running, and the game just stops. In the early company scenario, sometimes that happens turn 4 or 5, sometimes on turn 6. So you can end the game a little bit earlier. So a quick victory point count, because it might help clarify things.
No, let's not.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Edward is at 7 points.
Right.
5 for the House of Lords, 2 here, and then he's got 2 shares. Those are each worth a point. So actually at 9 points.
9 points.
Who's next? So
Jess.
Jess has got 3,
4,
4,
5,
Those are
7.
cute.
6,
7.
7,
8,
8,
9.
9.
Okay,
So Jess
close
and I are
game.
tied.
Nathan is got
3,
3.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9
All right,
as well.
it's a close game. I have none. 1.
You have
oh,
1.
oh, right. I have
You
my,
have
my
1.
one very fancy
And
piece
I'm
of paper.
sitting on
2, 4,
yeah,
6, 7.
Yeah.
7. So it's a pretty tight game. You like.
I want the company to keep going. So
You
I can
want the
keep
company to keep
grafting more
going.
money out
The
of it.
company is
Gotcha.
a great engine of victory points in
Okay.
the game. So yeah, you want to keep the company healthy.
All right, so then let's keep this going. I'm going to allocate this. It's the president who assigns
So
where
okay,
ships and goods
I
here
still
go.
need my cube back because I
Yeah,
assume
there's
you're
your
not giving me
midshipman.
Right. There you go.
Uh,
So now it gives me a little bit more liquidity though with my promises. So there's that.
So it's always the president. What does the governorship here lend me control of?
It's generating money, and also the governorship. Okay, we haven't
So
talked
just
about these
pure
yet.
graft. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could only attack in Bombay as president. The president can only attack in Bombay. Governorships can allow you to attack additional regions.
Adjacent. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
and this is the only
Gotcha.
place where like the actual shape of India matters, but it's all hidden on the cards.
Okay.
And then you also have the invest action, which
To
has
turn
no
it-
penalty.
turn
and
the
you
card
flip
over
it.
and-
It also moves the elephant to the region. So an elephant in a region is not scary. It's when it moves into the region is scary. So by investing, you can kind of determine the order that the events come out.
Okay.
Yeah, because once it's already there, you don't have to worry about
Right,
it
if the elephant
until
is
it
in
comes
Bengal, I
Yeah.
know it's coming to Bombay
Yeah.
next.
Exactly.
Hyderabad is very, very safe right now. Bengal could be in trouble this
Right. So
I'm just saying we need.
Well, you can
we
also
would like one
invest in
over here.
Bombay.
I understand you would.
Yeah.
to flip Bombay
And make
to
it
make
prosperous.
it more prosperous.
Right.
Yeah,
What's-
it gets
what's
a
the flip
lot
side
more
look?
prosperous.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Here, show the camera.
Yeah.
Show the
Oh,
camera.
right, yeah. So prosperous Bombay versus depressed Bombay.
Right. It's sad.
All right.
So
Well,
so what do we
send
do?
your ships.
Yep. There's
I got no money to offer you.
okay. Well, you're not
Yeah.
in my presidency. Chairman, tell me
Bombay.
your plans for the company,
Bombay.
and you're looking to reinforce that. How?
Reinforce what?
Well, your plans for the company.
Well, I think it'd be great if we could make Bombay a little more prosperous.
I agree.
We could
And-
generate
Yeah.
more money for the company, which
Absolutely,
I think
we
could
can.
benefit
All of us,
all of us.
perhaps.
Perhaps you quite a bit.
While you guys are thinking that over, Rob, this is a game that if Cole wasn't willing
Jess?
to do this, it was never
I
going to
can
get
already
streamed.
tell.
I wasn't going to try and teach this one. This is the one
Sorry.
game
I can already
that I
show
was
the
too
hydro,
intimidated
so I'm
to
okay.
try and teach.
But to expand to Madras as well.
I will say too about the negotiations that
interested.
I actually some groups
Not right
play
now.
this game without that many negotiations,
Yeah.
and it still works.
Edward,
Totally.
Um,
What?
Bengal, you want to expand that shipping there?
No.
Okay.
But even like for a lot of groups don't like negotiations because those games tend to be really interactive and mean, and so you have to have a rare group that like doesn't like negotiations but does like mean games.
Yep.
Then I'd say it might be good for you. But if you don't like the really interactive stuff,
The big thing
Pass.
here is because we're doing a teach as we go, and they're saying some of it's hard to follow. This is not a game that you're going to watch this stream and be like, I need to pick
Learn-
this up.
well,
what I would recommend
I
is
would.
if folks are interested in this, if you're on the fence, read the rule book, then watch the live stream.
Yeah.
That's going to be the best way to do it, because otherwise, being able to have a little bit of context, because it's just too big a rules dump on the front
right?
end.
And
That's
unlike
it.
a lot of other,
So-
so the rulebook is organized a little bit differently than most other Sierra Madre games. It actually follows the flow of play really closely. So you could read like a short section, watch maybe like 5-10 minutes, and then read the next section and kind of move.
There
through
you
it.
go. Cool. All right, continue.
Director of Trade is complete. Cole,
Okay.
you have a private ship to
Hooray.
go and.
No, you get to pick where it goes.
Oh, I assign where that goes. I
Yep.
see. And so I think.
Bombay.
Yeah, send it to Bombay. That's it.
Everybody benefits.
It doesn't really matter for me. There are some places can be more dangerous than others, but because of the number of
Bengal.
ships that we have on the board, I feel pretty safe about it. Okay, so let's start doing the presidencies. Nathan, you're up first.
Okay.
So campaign
Right.
is your
So
first
he cannot
option.
campaign because he's already subjugated Bombay.
Yep.
Okay.
He's got no place to go there, so you can expand. You can open up some trade, and
Nova uptrade to
to
Not
Mughal
Mysore?
Empire or to Mysore.
Or
Now,
Mysore.
when he conquers, it doesn't matter if they're open or closed, and it will automatically open it.
Okay. Let's just. Man, I really wish the governors went first.
Yeah, it's too bad because we're not going to get that sweet money this
I know.
turn.
Let's just do some orders.
Yeah.
Let's sail. Let's see, I got $6.
You're well positioned for successful trade.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, just sail.
Send him.
Sail and save
No,
your money.
no. There you go.
No,
Didn't
no.
do it. Didn't
How
do
much are you
it.
paying?
$6.
Okay.
So 5 dice.
How much are you spending?
6.
6.
Because there's no penalty, right?
There's no penalty.
Right. So
You
you'll
can
roll
spend
6.
3.
Oh, there's no penalty.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So then 6? He is.
Oh my God!
Well,
He
he's
needed
got
successful.
it.
He's successful.
Oh, hold on. Yeah,
Wow.
hold on. Push the rest
Yeah,
up.
no,
so
there was
folks see
one.
just-
Wow.
There was
Yeah,
only
you don't
one
get-
out
you-
of 6.
Yeah.
There's no shame, but there almost was.
They're almost
They're
the same
almost-
shit.
Mutants
All right,
on
go ahead and
sound.
exhaust those.
Awful.
Both those
Okay.
orders are going to fill.
So that'll be that. That'll be 1,
No,
2.
no,
you
the
need-
ships
No.
don't go.
Yeah, it's
Just put them up to the
Oh,
top.
exhaust,
There you go.
right.
Right, yeah.
Right.
There you go.
board's a little small. The box
Yep.
is small.
Move them all.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Sorry, there we go.
All right. And now we are up to, now it's the governor.
Governor of India is going to campaign.
Technically, the governor of Bombay.
Bombay, excuse me.
Bombay, yes.
Know your place.
Yeah, not yet. Not yet. So what Edward is alluding to is the laws can get pretty radical. Some of them actually like cause the presidencies to collapse into
To
one
merge,
presidency. So you have to watch out for that.
Sorry. The
So
governor of Bombay.
if you're attacking, you've got potentially a strength of 6 without spending a dime.
Okay.
But this is the defense that you're playing with. So
Right.
if you spend it all and it gets attacked,
Womp
then
womp.
you may not be the governor for very long.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I plan to spend, I think, my thinking, I'm just going to kind of run it through real quick.
Sure.
Spend 3 here, spend 2 of these guys, maybe all 3.
So
and maybe a
mercenaries
gun.
cost 2 apiece.
Yeah.
Right. That's right.
So-
So there's 2. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think that you could. Mysore is a
Because
defense
Mysore
of
is
3.
a defense of 3, but it has a plunder of 3, so I might kick in the other officer.
Yeah, I think
Um,
that makes sense.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Golly, I would really.
5 minus 3.
3 is only
right?
2.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
need to commit one more.
55% chance of success.
Roll well.
Commit 1 more gets me a 3 to 70.
Now let's think about the threat of attack.
Right.
And
The elephant's here,
This is where a
so-
lot of the experience comes in. That can be very
Go
helpful.
3 to 4
So
to
Mysore can threaten Bombay
Okay.
potentially. There's a 1 in 6 chance that happens. Then we're moving to Region 5. Bengal can't do it. Then Region 6, you might have to worry about a revolt.
Okay.
Because the 5 or 6 is a revolt mode.
The flags, yeah, is the.
I think that it's safer. I think that it's probably safer
to invest and just keep the defense
to
on.
invest.
Yeah.
And to keep it
Okay.
going.
And so, what's the cost to
check a
invest
little thing
in
here.
Bombay?
Before I forget, it's 1 per with no penalty. Let me quickly check something though.
So investing in it would be 3 dice with no penalty for all $3 to be able to flip the card, right?
Right. And then that raises, what's that turn the tax into? Tax doubles. Tax base doubles, the trading increases. I think that's probably the safer, more stable.
And just a note for
choice.
those folks watching, when you can target any region that isn't dominated by the company that is listed on the action. Which means in certain circumstances you could dominate a region and steal it from another presidency through campaign. Now, that isn't possible here because he can only target Punjab, Mysore, and Sindh, which are over here.
And I have to attack the whole thing anyway,
Right,
so I'm not going after the
Okay, so
Mughal Empire.
3.
Pay 3 to invest in Bombay.
Godspeed.
There
Yep,
we go.
success. Well done.
All right, and that flips those over.
So what happens to those completed orders?
Those we should have already collected money for them.
Oh,
I
okay.
forgot to do it. So that's 9, and they just this just sit.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, but you don't adjust the price.
All right, Jess, you're up.
All right.
It's
I
also
have my
more
3
stable.
ships.
Welcome, Adam.
I want to sail. And what do we got? I think I want to do, but that
You have
because there's
5.
2, it's going to take 1.
Yeah,
off.
consider one of these spent
Yeah.
just to do the action.
Mhm.
So there you go.
So if I want 4, that's everything. I'll do that.
I think it's reasonable.
Yep.
Fate of the company is just in your hands.
Yeah.
No
There's
pressure.
a lot of money there.
Right.
So, yeah, that's where our money's coming from.
Yep.
Okay, 2.
There you go.
we go. No, 2 of them.
And then we
All right, so it's going to be 15, 24.
orders.
Nice.
Well done.
All right.
So-
We should probably put more resources into that
You
region.
think?
They generate so much
Right.
money.
Living alone.
Investing doesn't make sense. Campaigning doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So we're just going to go ahead. So that's a total of $4 I could invest in.
You could also sit and wait.
$24. Keep the $4. Hopefully, I'm looking to our chairman. I'm hoping that a little bit of extra later on as we go. I don't think we really need it. Would you agree, Chairman?
Things can happen for you.
Okay, so yeah, I think we're all set.
All
I
right,
think
cool.
We're good.
So that's the end of the company phase.
Okay.
We are now on to taking our money. So the governor of Bombay reaps.
Oh,
2
hold on. We invested, so the elephant moves.
Oh,
You're
yes,
saying?
correct.
There we go.
Good catch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm telling you, peanut gallery.
I know,
Don't
they're
sleep
on it.
on them, man.
Well, they don't have all these screens to look at.
Yeah.
They're not as comfy either.
Yeah. All right. So let's start with gaining money. So the presidents are going to make their bonuses.
Okay.
So Jess, you'll make 3,
Yep.
and you're going to make 2.
I get
There we go.
none for that, but I do make $1 because I have 2 writers over
Yep.
here,
I own my own ship, so I make a couple dollars. Called
and that cost the
pounds.
company 1, right? Correct.
We'll get there in a second.
Later.
Yep.
Okay. Got
And
it.
then there was another privately owned ship, right?
No.
Oh, no,
just
just
the
the
one.
one.
Just yours.
And then
Governor of Bombay.
generates 2. Any portion of that incoming revenue you can siphon to your personal treasury.
Mm-hmm.
You can attack with that. That's fine. Okay. So
Okay.
Now we
are
know.
now. I know. Company's not
We
going to
all
pay
saw that
expenses.
happen.
This is where it's going to start hurting. So the
Yep.
debt we pay is this 2.
2.
Theft of time. My guy's sticking around and not being a very good employee, so we lose a buck there. Then we lose 6 for our big army. What?
All right,
So
yeah.
we're at 15.
Someone should put that armor to use.
Yeah.
Weird.
All right. And actually, none of this has been exhausted yet.
Right,
That's
yeah.
good. That is good. All right. So, Chairman, you've got 15 to spend.
I've got 15 to spend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's
Just-
pay dividends.
All right.
Can
2, 4,
I need
6,
to-
8.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
All right. So paying dividends, so that stays where that is, right?
Mhm.
All right. So everybody gets their money.
So
So
that's gonna go down.
Jess,
1 per.
7.
Yep. there. I will get 2. Can I get a
Can I
buck,
get
please?
2?
Thank you.
Here's your 2.
And I will actually
you.
pay 3 there. There we go. Okay, so everyone's getting their income.
All right,
okay.
Edward, we entered into some agreement somewhere. You wanted something.
I'm sorry?
You wanted goods purchasing. Is that what you wanted?
I believe I did. I mean, well, if we want goods bought, there has to be some cheese to get the mice.
Yep, let's put... Where's that?
It's currently, it would cost 2 per good as of right now.
Don't forget the army.
2.
Okay, so hold
2
on.
here.
2 here. Got it. Drop. Got it. Thank you.
There's 5 left.
I mean, 4 for ships. I don't know. I also could use a little. Remember,
I mean,
I
I
was-
make the money up here too.
that,
know.
that actually,
So-
you actually probably ought to load that up. Actually.
4.
Okay, got it.
Oh, that's only $1 left.
Yep. And we could use the extra dollar over here in Bengal because
We're gonna-
between this,
You want to expand your presidency.
keep that in mind.
Yes,
that's
we do.
$12.
Yeah.
So that's a total of 27. If you can get me a little bit of money and get me one good.
Just remember
later on,
who
or a
invested
ship.
in Bombay to make it more profitable.
I would give it to goods.
You would go to
Because
goods?
if the good price drops to 1, we could
I
buy
know.
3 goods.
Goods might not be available at all.
It's true.
Oh, man.
Just remember who's making your Bombay presidency work.
Put the last dollar on it.
Okay.
All right.
gotcha.
So there you go.
Come on now, it just makes sense. I'm there.
Sure.
You're going to scratch
All
your
right,
back. Yeah.
it's time for the event card.
Hooray!
Do.
And they're
Oh, boy.
Well, actually, hold on here because it's not failed yet, right? So
Oh,
here,
yeah. Usually you put them there because if nothing happens,
it stays
It
there.
stays there.
Yeah.
But putting it over there makes sense for the stream.
Okay, so here we go. So events in India. So we start out. The elephant's going to move 2. So he's currently in 6, going to 7. 7
Okay.
is over here in Sin. So we need to roll 1 die.
Yep, and the result is a
5.
5.
And-
Now, a 5 is a collapse. Basically, it's as bad as flipping the card, but it's as if the card's already flipped. So the orders would get disrupted if there were any orders.
In other words, it's a cow's opinion. It's moo. We
Yep.
go to 8, Madras.
And then, the disruption also shifts India to chaos. Now, when that happens, instead of rolling 1 event die, we're going to roll 2, and we're going to take the more chaotic result. which is
i.e. the higher
number.
value,
Higher
right?
number.
So now the higher number gets rolled.
Oh, hold on,
And-
hold on.
There
There
we
you
go.
go, 5.
So it's the 5. So a 5 here. This is an independent region, so that's a collapse. If you had filled any orders here, you'd get hurt, but there are no filled orders, so
Right.
we're safe. All right, and that's the end of that. Now, this tilt, the balance of India, is going to stay there. So for next turn, until it tilts back, we're going to be dealing with a trickier landscape.
So we're going into attrition, and we do currently have a law in place. So instead of 4, 5, and 6 for the chairman, executive, and senior, remember,
3,
it's
4, 5.
actually 3, 4, 5 based on the tenure limitations. Okay?
All right, so let's go ahead and roll through them. So Nathan, roll. Retiring on a 3. You don't get it. Good for you. All right, you do retire on a 4.
Yep.
You just keep them low. All right, Nathan again. All right, you're good. Over here on a 5.
Yes.
Evan. All right, Jess is holding it. And
Wow.
5.
Retires.
All right.
And then these junior positions, I'm rolling mine. I'm safe. And then Edward again.
All right. So this is on a 5, right?
Mhm.
Nope.
All right,
safe.
and the last one, I
5
retire.
retires.
Okay,
Okay.
that's not great. I was hoping that guy would make it a little bit longer. All right, so now in order, we do retirements. There were 3 retirements.
Yep.
Director of Trade.
House of Lords, please. Thank you so much.
So 11.
11.
Well done. Somebody's closer.
Yeah.
The Bengal presidency.
All right, so we're up here at the executives. So executive, looking down here, those ain't happening. I got a total of $4. We could go ahead over here for 3, and you know what? We'll go ahead and go to the House of Commons for 3.
What is
I'm
that?
realizing now that I
Victory.
forgot to use that power. So
Right,
this
there's a-
power is
Oh, yeah.
persistent. You gain a vote. I didn't count mine last time. Not that it would have mattered.
There you go. Yep.
Okay, and it's me next.
Military? Yeah.
So the domestic newspaper. Once per game, I can exhaust that cube, and I can force a re-roll of an attrition die.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I.e.,
You're running back
didn't,
on it.
Okay.
didn't really retire.
If somebody, if someone wants to pay 3, I
Hey,
will let
Simon.
you. I will let you use that power. So the domestic newspaper power means that after a person rolls an attrition, no matter the result, if I use my power, that die can be re-rolled.
In perpetuity or like
It gets
just
once
now?
per game.
Once per game.
Once per game.
So
So,
you're
what I'm
selling
saying
it.
is, I only have £4. That costs 5. I'm not crazy about it anyway. But if someone were to give me 3, you'd be a partner at the paper. And
He's
if
an
you need-
ethical. He's an ethical.
Right. And so what I'm saying is, like, if you need a big scandal that's going to kick you out of the company or save your reputation, you'll get 1 reroll from me.
Yes, Bama man. Eric, that's exactly it. Yep.
Yep. Anybody? Any takers?
Nope.
2?
Nope. Give you up.
Okay.
A buck and a promise.
Yeah.
That's such a good deal.
The buck is.
Hey, hold
No,
on,
why
hold
don't
on,
you
hold
want?
on. I would
Yeah.
be willing to give you a buck and
At
a
least
promise
a few.
to do it.
I will take that.
Okay.
I'll give you $1.
No,
And you
the
get
deal's
promoted.
made. Go to sleep.
Not anyway.
All right.
Oh no! Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So
fine.
a buck and a promise.
All right.
There.
Yeah. That's
So we are partners here. So I can roll an attrition either direction if I want.
Yep. So you just
Right.
you just
Stay
get to
or-
reroll.
Yeah,
There you
Yeah.
go.
We're
Okay,
partners in the
deal.
paper.
Hey.
That is a cheap reroll you just bought yourself.
Yeah.
I thought so.
All right. So we've done all the retirements. So now we go on to vote on the law.
All right. Sorry. So
go
the
ahead and read that law.
popular support starts at -3. So we
Right.
reset that to -3. Thank you. Military spending at the start of each turn. Place a gun in each presidential army. Remember, military upkeep for officers is now paid to the officers, and it's a persistent effect. I.e., there is. Lieutenant Colonel Wehrle would love this to pass.
Strongly in favor of this.
Okay,
law.
so now that that's said, I will go ahead and put that there. So if it fails, goods are a buck. If it passes, does it replace the existing
No.
persistent effect?
Multiple laws can be in
Pile up.
action,
Okay.
and sometimes I get asked about these little symbols. That just clues you into what the law is doing. So it either has a coin with a plus, which means there's income being generated by the law, or a
Cool.
victory point symbol.
Gotcha.
It changes the victory conditions a little bit.
All right, cool.
Start with me?
Chairman,
Nope. Nope.
All right, so lower it by your votes.
you don't want to strengthen the
So
army?
2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
are you against
I'm
our
surprised.
soldiers?
Are you against
I thought you
national
supported
security?
our soldiers.
I guess. Yeah.
Are you soft on India?
Not unless somebody wants to help me out. Sway in my favor.
That's a good point, Siddharth. Good looking out. Yeah. All right.
So again, these are the votes over here. So I have 3. Yeah, I don't want that to happen.
Wow,
Uh,
that shocks
Cole?
me.
Why?
are you
Why would I
interested
want
in buying my vote?
that? You're
I
up
have
there.
It's expensive
How many votes do you have?
for
One.
the company.
Yeah.
What are we at?
Because
Minus
the votes
8?
are right here,
Minus
right?
eight,
Yeah.
there's-
Yeah.
It can't win.
1, 2,
Not now.
and
Oh,
then
you're broke.
3 for
You're
House
broke.
of Commons.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But you know what? I'm going to show you some goodwill to honor your promises. I'm going to vote for it.
There you go.
Oh.
See?
Wow.
You're so nice.
All right, I will use my 3 votes to vote in the affirmative. So that's 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Yeah, I miscounted.
No, hold
1,
on.
2, 3.
There.
Yes.
Now, I
have
think it's worth
3.
spending money to do this.
I kind of think so too. And help me understand, these are my military officers
Yeah.
that are
They're
getting
going
paid
to be
for the military
generating a
upkeep.
lot of money.
Yep.
This is
and
going to
so-
hurt the company and give you lots of cash.
Right. So 1, 2, 3, and £2
There you go.
to get us to 1.
Excellent. All
And
right,
law passes. So,
All right,
Oh, well.
we'll put
It might
that with
benefit
the
me,
other
who knows.
laws.
all right. So,
There you go.
there we go.
And that sits there. There's no repeal law affecting the game.
All right. Cool. There
All
we
right.
go.
Oh, Edward had an additional vote, right? Did we already count that?
It voted for it. He saved you a buck. Is what Edward's vote was in
Right.
the affirmative.
Well, but he
Yeah.
has 2 votes. 1, 2. So
Oh,
is
yeah.
that just the
Oh, I
one
do.
vote?
do have one.
So then
So,
I'll
That
just
did
take a
save-
pound.
that
whoa,
saved you a
whoa,
buck.
whoa, whoa,
Oh,
whoa.
maybe not. Maybe.
Okay. All right. Do we need to back this
Nah,
all the way
go
back
ahead.
up?
That's
Give him
fine.
a promise back.
Oh,
Just saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that,
you
I
know,
that
did
seems
save
right.
you.
That
There you
seems
go.
right.
All right.
That's so
I don't.
sweet.
I don't care what Nathan
nice.
says about you, Cole. You're all right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's
he
it.
does
We
Yep,
go
now we
into
do the refresh phase. So these guys come down.
Going into round 3.
That gets removed. Let's go off.
We got lots
Hey,
of
Gio,
captains.
what's up?
We got lots of officers.
Yeah, I forgot about the vote
that was
down
your
here at the
present.
House of
Oops.
Commons.
Yeah,
That's all,
sure.
guys.
Yep.
Yep.
And then 2
Yep,
ships
I'm
there.
on it. Yep.
And that brings us to the family phase of turn 3. We are, this is a 6-turn game, so we're rounding the corner. The last turn is usually a little fast, too.
Okay, cool. All right. So, family phase starting with chairman. Anything around the outside?
Or the inside.
Well, I guess technically the inside as well, right?
You can also, I don't think I mentioned this for some reason.
Right.
You can buy shares in the company.
Right.
This is, the share price determines on how many dividends were paid. So, that first turn we had that good turn that boosted it up.
Yep.
You can buy as many shares as you want at that price. They are each worth a victory point at the end of the game, and every share you buy, the chairman immediately allocates that money to company offices.
Okay. Cool.
If there's no chairman, the money just sits on the office, and then right when the chairman is appointed, then he'll delegate the money.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know if I want to go for points or go
Just
in
for the
here and
record,
have
being broke,
writers.
not ideal.
No, broke is not good.
Is this thing called Plan Better? Isn't that what it's about?
Yeah, it says so right here. Plan better, play better. Weird. I don't
This thing
know.
called Heavy Cardboard.
So I want to use my power. I
Okay.
can only buy one though, right? I'm gonna do that.
So it's a discount of 1.
It's a discount of 1, so I only have to pay 4
All right.
for
Cool.
that for points.
Couple of
Because there's money
ossifers.
in there now.
Yep.
Yep. Exactly.
All right. Who's up? Are you? Oh, you're
Yeah,
up.
I'm done.
Yeah, no, that's
Quick, like a marsupial.
boy.
I think
It's,
I don't know.
no, Christopher. What? No, it's Kevin Pollak's impression of Christopher Walken. If you've never seen it, do yourself a favor after the stream, go watch it. He's like
After the
everything
stream.
that Christopher Walken says is
Okay.
completely non sequitur.
right.
Frankenstein never scared.
We have positions to fill.
Yep. What are we
None of
filling
that.
in?
Chair,
I
you need
know,
to start
I know,
with
Yep.
the blue ribbon, right?
Right.
Yep, and you can promote this person,
Just remember,
this
Chairman,
person.
we had an agreement that you were going to promote from
this was
here.
said. See if he's going to honor it.
Yeah. Hey, the public is watching.
Is it an honorable
I'm
chairman?
just saying.
I know.
I know.
Just saying.
I'm about to go to Heavy Con. I'm going to get so many dirty steers. I don't want to play with that guy.
Oh, did you
Christmas.
hear about
Alright,
Nathan? Did you hear the stuff that he did?
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
All right, honorable
that,
chair.
remember that.
What did you honor? You did.
What do you want?
Remember,
Trustworthy.
Steve was chairman.
Bengal presidency?
I'm sure you don't want to leave your governorship.
Not particularly.
You should promote me. I'm not going to give you anything, but I want it.
But I really
But
want it.
Hold on.
like
I don't
that.
know. This is really with a capital R.
Just
on it.
that.
I will be your man in Bengal.
Oh, it's between Ash and you, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I will be your man.
that's
in-
the only senior
Because,
officers.
yeah, there are 2 senior officers in play.
You don't particularly want to leave, do you?
I don't think so. I'm just kind of finding my feet here in India.
Right.
I've figured out the mosquitoes and the heat, and
And how
What's
to
it called?
skim
We
off
built
the
some
top.
roads.
Congratulations, sir.
Excellent.
or skim off the entire thing.
All right,
back in.
the director now needs to...
It's real skim.
So, Edward, you're the
It's
director of
just
trade.
water.
You need to fill these 3 positions.
I do. Now that I am the director of trade. So talk to me here. Ash, what would you like to be? You know what?
What would
You
you-
don't even have to do anything.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Thanks.
Yeah.
I would love to be in goods purchasing.
Would you?
Yeah.
What's it worth to you?
It's worth your promise back.
Well, I'm getting that anyway, so you're not offering.
Oh,
me
you're
shit.
right. You're right. You're right. How many outstanding do I have? I haven't got. Okay, I'd give you a cube.
You give me a cube?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? That seems reasonable. Goods purchasing it is. Thank you, sir. Actually, you know what?
Military's fine.
Now I do
No.
be. You know what? No,
You're so-
I'll take ashes. No, I won't. No, I want my.
Are you sure you don't want ashes?
No,
Because
I-
if you take ashes, you can then.
I'll take ashes.
Yeah.
Actually, we're good. So there's that, and then I get mine back as soon as I do this.
Right.
I'll take mine. Thank
Yes,
you, sir.
do.
And Mr. Jackson. Ooh, I am free.
Both of these offices have no money to spend, and so other than climbing the ladder
Right.
At this late stage, it
Here-
doesn't
here-
do
here-
much good.
Actually, here is what I
Tell
will
me.
offer. Okay, so I'm just saying that there are. I have heirs that are currently at the academy and would like favorable postings when the time comes.
Okay, that seems
Reasonable?
that seems to make sense.
Okay,
I think that expanding the army is a good thing to do,
all right, excellent.
and really
Mr.
you want
Wehrle.
this cube back.
Oh, hey.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Wehrle. Would you be interested in a? Granted, it's
A bankrupt office.
It's. I
I'm
get
getting
that.
a little nervous
The
because
desk-
the
just put
overhead
a
of this
desk
company
in
is going to
there.
get real hot. pretty soon. I'm not going to give you anything for it. I'd take it. I mean, I have to take it if you offer it.
I take it.
It is compulsory.
You
I'm
could
a little
make
worried
it.
about the fate of the company.
So at this point, if I take it myself, here, bankrupt, I have to give 2 promises to both Mr. Wehrle and Mr. Jackson. So
You'd immediately get one back because you could cancel them prisoner.
that's true. That's true. But I kind of like having leverage.
Yep.
Mr. Jackson, would you be interested in that position? You know,
Nah.
for I don't know.
It's
say-
a bankrupt office, and I
You know
get
what?
money no matter what. No matter if there's a monkey in the ship purchasing office, I get money no matter what.
This is a fact.
I
So-
might put a monkey in there.
just to prove a point.
Yeah.
Would you be interested in giving me just? It doesn't hurt you, but I would like Cole's cube for the position because that's going to be a direct following up with Cole
Right.
if he were to get promoted.
Into the Bengal office.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything.
Well, it costs me leverage over Cole.
It does.
Yeah, but you don't really need it, and now you're going to have that as his heir for the office.
So one thing I'll mention too is usually these are resolved in order. To speed up negotiations, you can be a little loosey-goosey with the order,
Yeah.
so long as
It's
you-
all filled.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
filled
right,
properly
yeah,
with
right.
the right candidates.
No, sorry.
Okay. Well, shit, I tried.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
You'll get it anyways. There you
All right,
go.
company operates. Nope. I'm buying one good. It's from myself.
I nominate myself. I accept.
Yes.
All right.
Wait, do you want it? Yes, I do. Thank you. All right.
All right.
Okay. What do you consider to be a favorable posting?
I do.
I think the play, like, go where the army's already big.
Right.
Is one.
I'm not or purple's not there. Just remember that.
Right.
Ash, put me there. Put me in the
Edward
ballgame.
promoted to the director of trade. I promoted to the Bengal
I'm
president.
There you
listening.
go. Yes. There you go.
Put me in the ball game.
Okay.
A
Where do you want
buck
to go?
apiece.
Cool.
Cole says to go where the army already is.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a little okay. So also we're at 8, which means this is the next one under threat.
Yeah.
So putting a few people here
want to defend.
to defend it is not a
Because
bad
we
idea.
don't want that to go away.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, because that
So,
is-
Chairman,
Yeah, our company will collapse.
you want to help
if-
bolster
Yeah,
the
please help.
bolster the company's cash cow?
Sure.
Okay. I
do
think
it.
that's a great idea.
I would
And that
love
was
it
a
if
that
he
was a
said
pound
no.
each.
That was
Yeah.
pound each.
Okay.
There you go.
Just flush with cash.
He is.
There you go.
Rich.
Edward, what do you consider to be? Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
It's not Edward.
No.
Right.
They're coming. Cole, what do
I
you
don't
consider
care
to
where
be a
you put
favorable
them.
posting? Great. Good talk.
put them.
They're in front of the cannons.
Yeah, they're from the cats.
All right.
All right, so
It's
now
very
we're
prominent
doing the
posting.
director of trade. The director of trade has one good to assign and a lot of people to buy ships. So here the order matters quite a bit.
Actually, you know what? Does anybody want to buy a ship?
I'd like to buy a ship.
Well, it's good. It's good to want things in life. So you need $4, don't you?
I have $4.
That's going there, no matter
This is
what.
what I'm offering you is a cold cube.
To be
To
able
be
to buy.
Make sure to buy one of the cheap ships.
First pass on the cheap ships.
So the issue is we've got 6 people in line to buy ships.
Yeah.
The first 3 are going to cost 4. The next 3 are going to cost 6.
I'd like to be at least third to buy a ship.
You know what? You were first to offer.
Hey,
you
you
can
bet.
purchase that ship
Thank you.
right
There
there.
you go.
There
And you
you
do
go.
have to pay the money. You will
There's
get
$4.
a buck back, and a buck goes to Edward.
Yeah,
No,
one
that's
to
the one.
me
That's
and
yours.
one.
Does he
In
pick
fact,
which ship is
you.
purchased?
No, you buy
Yeah,
the ship.
you.
Okay.
He gets to.
Oh, you get to choose,
Yeah,
but
he
I
gets to
choose the
imagine
ship.
you would have chosen
Yes.
that one. So I get a buck.
I mean, they're probably going to be about anyway.
there we go.
Where did that ship go?
That
right
ship
there. There you go. Yep.
goes,
Okay, cool.
and Edward will get to assign that ship. You can wait until all the ships are bought before you move things. All right, so who's buying
So
ships
then,
next?
Nathan, are you interested
Probably.
in? Oh, you're not there.
Oh, he's
It's not
not
a
there.
ship.
Nathan's not
It's
there.
you,
No, but I'll
Edward,
buy one.
And then everyone else is kind of
Jess.
broke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nathan
Nathan,
could
try to
invest
get
in
a
some
dollar.
ships.
Yeah, he could.
Nathan, I could offer you leverage over the gentleman to your right for the cost of 3, giving you 4 for 3 cash. You sure?
Have him throw in one of his own.
Yeah.
Juice it.
No.
Nah. Okay.
No. My boys will come home at that point.
Yeah. All right.
And then,
do you have anything, Jess?
Yeah. Do you have?
Dollar?
Free. I need $1.
Well, I happen to have one. So
Have one.
I'd give you
$1
$1 for a cube.
Dollar from
I'll
the
give.
promise, keep that.
What?
Oh,
You
back.
hold on. But
No, but that. Yeah.
okay.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying. If you would like one of the cheaper, well, actually, you're going to get one of them anyway.
Yeah.
The going
yeah.
rate for a cube is
It's
2, by the
working
way.
really well.
Yep. So never
Oh
mind.
yeah,
Matt,
you
nicely
are
done.
you are
Matt.
right. So this was just covered up. So when these new officers got promoted,
Or are they
so-
exhausted when they arrive?
Well, no, they aren't exhausted when they ride. They can only have 3 per army.
oh,
So who was military? You.
that
were.
was me.
You're not going to want to put them there.
Okay,
You're going to want to put them somewhere else to
All
keep
right.
that position.
Cool. Good talk.
Good catch.
All right.
Thank you.
There's
Sorry,
spaces.
that was.
There we
Yep.
go.
Siddharth, good job. Okay. So go ahead, Jess.
Okay.
You can
so I
choose your ship. It's going to be here. So
Yeah.
pay your 4
Yes.
and then keep a buck.
And then I get a buck.
There you go.
Okay.
And where there?
Get one of those, and then
All right.
the rest of these cubes are going to go
Come back.
home.
Yeah, because nobody can afford it, so
Right.
don't worry about
Okay,
it.
and then you can assign those ships. It might make sense to send them. Oh, not well.
Not anymore, because I sent that good there. So what do we got here? We got 3 for that. Well, actually, we have 4. We could send. You know
Yeah,
what?
yeah, you can put it
Yeah, I'll let you send your own ship. So your own
The other one
There.
could go to Bengal.
4, 5 there. So that's wasted there.
Yeah.
Well, no, it'd make 6. Oh, excuse me.
I think
no.
sending them both here.
Because
Well,
now it's
both
profitable,
numbers
so
is
now we
1, 2,
can send
3,
more.
4.
Then we can hit that 7 order.
Yep.
This can
Yeah,
be a
that's-
real fat turn for us.
Send it. Wait, you said both?
If you send both ships, oh wait, I'm sorry, I didn't count that one.
No,
You
that
already
one's
did
there.
send
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Just
That's
one.
what. Yeah, that's what. Okay. So there you go.
We're
Yep.
good. All right,
We're good.
all right. President
Sailing.
of yep. Sailing.
Okay.
All right.
For a
Edgeborn,
buck.
take care. Hey, Magnus, I'm trying. All right. Shine up a turd.
How many-
At
how many
least
dice
it's
do I
not
roll?
big. All right.
So you're 1 pound.
The chairman may want to take out some debt.
Loan.
Chairman's gonna take it low.
Yeah.
So that drops, right?
Nope,
Five.
nope.
It
No.
does not.
It does not drop.
Nope.
If shareholders can't be paid.
That's
it
right.
drops.
Yeah, yeah. That's it. That's
And
it.
so that's how much?
5.
5.
Do you want that all in ones?
Yes.
Mr.
Well,
Chairman.
it doesn't.
Are you going to spend it?
I'm gonna spend it all.
All
So I
of
get
it?
to
Roll 5 dice.
on 5 dice
So he's going to sail.
because there's a penalty, right?
No, not
No.
here.
You still got the extra
So
buck
yeah,
And you have
there.
one
This is
there.
what you,
You
have to
know, we
allocate.
could use the extra $1 here. They have 4 there. We're looking at a total of 12, 15. Could use the extra buck over there. If I'm. Thank
Buck.
you. All right.
And then the rest you're spending.
Rest we're spending.
All right. So it's
Okay,
5,
so
5
it's
dice. Got it.
Oh,
That's the
lucky then.
only
Narrow,
one.
narrow
Man, you were.
Wow.
catch. So
Okay.
that
Needed
is, that is
Those
both
come
of
on.
these. 16.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You sh-
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
he's
Yeah,
good.
yeah. You're,
All right.
you're
because
right.
there's no penalty.
Okay.
Okay, now we head over here to Just Land. Oh,
Yeah.
not yet. Sorry,
Take care,
go up
Craft
here.
Dragon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Governor.
Governor, you have a big army to use if you want to use it.
Yeah.
The elephant has passed Bombay, although things could attempt to conquer Bombay.
Yeah, but
still. You might. There's
If I
threat
take
of conquer from
Mysore-
here
Okay.
at a strength 3. So if you keep like
If I
3
can
armies,
spend 3, yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's not.
It seems like a
great.
toss-up. Whether
You
I
can
want to
just-
chance it or not.
You risk a lot.
Yeah.
You risk a lot.
Yeah.
But
Not
No.
now.
Risky,
Not now.
risky business, no?
especially now that your officers are making like bank.
Yeah.
Bank.
just sitting
Yeah.
there.
No,
Thanks to
we're
the
fine.
law. Yep. Okay.
We're protecting the
Yeah.
company's
Who knew
interests.
that paying officers more makes them less militant?
I'm making money now.
All right, now Jess, go ahead.
All right, so I can sail.
You also could attempt to trade, but you only have $4, right?
No.
So, and
no, I
that
wanna
the
use
company
for
needs that
sale.
money.
Exactly.
So 4 for 4.
4 For
4. 3 because
Three,
there's
'cause there's
one
2.
extra, right?
Yep.
Cole?
I'm sorry.
Penalty.
Yes. The
Yeah.
penalty is
So
So you're paying
forfeit.
4 to roll 3 die?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
She's like never in
Makes me
doubt.
nervous. Makes me just nervous.
No,
So
no.
you could fill. You want to fill the max that you can by using this good, because you're going to fill these 3.
Yep, and then I can fill the 2 over
Yep.
there.
There you go,
So
an
it's
extra $4.
Big,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Good
big
job.
bonus for
Way to be a
Jess.
team
Right.
player.
All right.
Yeah.
So
We're
it's
spending-
me.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm used to it being me.
All right.
I
yeah, I know.
I
You
have
got
been
so
there, so-
used to it. It's me.
Not
had
you
a
anymore.
beard that was just
I know.
yes.
I'm going to spend every dime, all 5 dice.
Okay, well it's
One more.
dead. There you go. Got
You
it.
did it.
And
There we go. Okay.
Well done.
So all those move over, and that is going to complete 2.
All right, so we
So-
got 12,
Yep.
27, 31, 31 and 16 is 47, right?
Yep.
47 all day.
Oh man.
Yeah, look at us. Look at how
Yeah,
strong we
money.
are.
Now,
All right, now let's make some money. So first, taxes.
help me understand military spending. Shouldn't there have been goods sent to the armies?
Oh,
Or am I
at the
Military
start
upkeep.
of each turn. Yes, you're right.
Okay.
So take a gun and put a gun on each army.
Oh, because there are,
Yeah,
3 of them.
That is,
There you
that's
go.
good.
Good call.
Probably wouldn't have changed the
I wouldn't-
attacks.
yeah.
But importantly, we
For
may,
next turn, mostly.
we may need those for the events when they start rolling. Okay, so we generate money. Governors make your tax money, so
Okay.
you get your 2.
Thank you.
Presidents get their bonuses. We've been pilfering your whole bank. Looks like it.
I get 1 for the writers.
Okay,
Got it.
here, have some money over there. This is
Okay,
not
gotcha.
a lot.
Yep.
Need 2.
There you go.
I'll give you a white for a red.
So
How much
Jeff,
do I
there's
get?
money.
Yeah, how
You
much
get
do I
4.
get?
White
Change
for
it.
red. Gotcha.
Well, yeah, 1 for each order.
Oh,
Oh, okay. There's the white best.
Okay, let's see. People who privately own ships make $2 each.
Okay. Don't mind
2
if I
for
do.
Josh. You get $2. There you go.
All right, now we do company expenses. First, the company has to service its debts. That's 3.
Didn't even miss it. Yep.
Then we have every
Wasted time.
ship wastes
3.
a little bit of time. That's another 3, so we're at 41. Now, the size of the army. This is the big one. So, yeah, I'll let
7,
you-
right? Or is it goods?
Much
as
So
well?
more.
it's more than that.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, it's the-
6
the
and
guns as
7.
well.
That would be 13.
Okay.
Yep.
41 to 28.
Yep. All right, now, if you have officers, you make money right now.
Right. Yep.
Yep, there you go. So
Got
money
one
is
each?
paid to the officers.
Well, what's that?
Exactly.
Yep,
Yeah, it's
1
face
each.
value.
1 each.
Okay. Take a 3 for there.
$2, please.
There you go. I got you.
All right.
Cool.
And you got yours, Cole.
Yep, I did get mine. All right, that is all of the expenses, unless I'm forgetting something. So, Chairman, allocate the money. A big pile of money gets allocated.
Yep. It's
And you can choose not to pay out shares. You don't.
$28.
Says the guy with only, yeah.
Yeah, there are 8 shares. So you could pay 3.
I would like to lobby for the future conquest of Mysore
Yep.
I like that.
via the governor of Bombay.
I like that. Okay, let's put.
Well, I think we need to pay some dividends. It's in your
Yes,
best
it is in
interest
your-
as well.
Yeah, but you already have so much money. I think that crippling the company now, when we're kind of at the breaking point, is the wrong
Dividends for everybody.
All right, you get
How
you
many-
get a buck.
how
You
many
get a
dividends?
buck.
Are you
Just
gonna
one
pay
dividend.
just one
Just
dividend?
one dividend.
Just one.
So we're gonna have
Okay.
$2, please.
Yes, I got you.
Here's a white
Here.
for a red.
There you go.
So $2 would put me at 4.
So that's a total of 8. So we're down to
There we go.
$20.
Okay.
We're gonna put
Here's some reds
$4
for your bank.
here.
Okay.
$5. Let's put $5.
Wow, 5 there. Okay.
No,
can I-
$4. Let's
Okay.
put $4 here.
Can I ask for 3 for the governor of Bombay?
$4. We're down to 16. Why? Why do you want that?
We need to take Mysore to expand our
$3, you already
shipping
got 2.
capabilities. And we need to be able to hold it. That's the thing. We need to conquer it, and we need to be able to hold it.
Let's do that. You get $3.
That's it.
Gotcha.
Okay.
There. If we're
So we're at 13.
Yeah, I mean, I think
You're
we
about-
at some point we need to start buying more ships
Mhm.
and more goods.
And more guns.
I am in favor. I would love it if you gave goods purchasing 4. I'd love it so much I'd give you 2 right now.
Absolutely.
so okay. Why are you offering that? Unpack it for folks. that don't-
Because I'm offering
He's-
Nathan, the chairman, £2 for him to allocate 4 to goods purchasing. I currently have a bunch of factories, and I'm in control of goods purchasing.
So he's going to buy his own goods.
I'm gonna buy
and
my
make his
own
money
goods.
back. But
So did
his
we
broad
drop
money
this
back.
for? We have not. have
No,
we? Down to
that's
9.
nine.
Okay.
That's that.
Not too much money.
You are rich. You got
I
a.
know. I don't know how it happened.
I'll pay you.
That is crazy.
I'm trying to retire. And then let's put. What do we got? 9.
Yep.
4 in Bengal.
Aquina. 4 in Bengal. So yep, it's because of the law right here that everybody there's a gun at the start of
on
each
spot.
turn, and then military upkeep. The officers get paid.
You sending
A lot
it
of
to
ship
ship
purchasing.
purchasing?
Yeah, let's.
Because that's the
Wow.
Your ship's
that's the
purchasing.
workhorse of the company.
All right,
By our
hold on.
collective ship.
Just to point
Yeah.
out,
Yeah.
Of course. Duh.
Okay.
Chairman,
Yep.
that means Madras is broke.
Madras is broke.
Oh, this is a statement of fact. Okay, so how much?
The rest, $4.
$4. There we go.
Yeah.
We need 3 over there.
There's 5.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, we got
Single
$1.
dollar.
Hey, Madras, you get $1.
The funny thing is,
Bone.
can't even use it.
No,
because
that's
the penalty
nothing.
is
You can
on
open the
Madras.
region. Just to spite.
Can't do a thing with it.
Wow.
All right, so you can open
Yeah,
the big one
that's
and just,
it, that's all.
sink it. All right, we are doing even post. The next event is
Sure.
up.
All right, so the event in India is only 1.
So this
first off.
moves to Punjab.
Okay.
Now India is still in chaos, so we're rolling 2 dice.
Higher number is
Higher
6.
number counts. It's 6. So
Sind.
India will attempt to attack the Sind. Already owns the Sind, so we move on. Attempts to attack Bombay.
All right.
So Bombay's defense is 7. You're welcome.
Yes, yeah. So the way it works is Bombay's it's conquered, so its defense is 0, and then we can exhaust to increase it. We would need to exhaust at least 3.
Okay.
So you can exhaust
There's
that.
3. Not exhausted.
Just
the
in case there
officers.
were multiple attacks this
Thank you.
turn.
There we go.
There won't be, but that ends that.
Okay.
And India stays in chaos. So
There we go.
It's a good thing we have a big army.
Yep.
So the attrition rolls, instead of 4, 5, and 6, remember, because of the 10-year limit, it's actually 3, 4, 5. Starting with
Okay.
the chairman,
Yep. So we'll just go through these quickly. So chairman.
3 or
let's see,
higher.
Nathan.
Oh, sorry.
All right, Edward.
Oh, 3 or higher. Sorry.
Yeah, so
Okay.
4 higher for you.
Nope.
Nathan, 4 higher for you. That's
Yep.
a retirement.
You
Oh.
What
retire.
about governor?
Oh yeah,
Yep.
sorry. Thank
Governor.
you. 5.
This is a
Senior. Yep.
Nope.
All right. 4 higher for you, Jess.
Wow.
There it is. He's finally out. All right. Good. I want to stay just a little longer.
Yeah.
And then these last 3. So
Okay.
that's to you.
that's
He's
out.
done.
Yep. Mine
he's
is not
safe,
done.
do
And
it
then
again.
last one for you, Ash.
Nope.
Nope, safe.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. So nice set of retirements.
All right.
Nathan, you got the first one. I imagine you're buying a wedding.
I am getting a royal wedding.
The
Nicely
royalist
done.
of wedding.
Wow.
Pulling out a lot of money.
Yep.
That money could have gone for shares, could have
Wow.
helped the company.
17
Nope.
bucks.
But nope.
All of the
Count
ones,
it.
that's where they were.
Wrong.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
That's all right.
I got so excited.
I got it. No worries.
Okay. So then,
Desmond,
it's
welcome.
yours.
Okay.
And what dictates China opening?
That event that just
An event.
flipped.
Okay, got it. Okay.
So China
Let's go.
will open.
Gotcha.
Oh, wow. Sweet. I've never had China.
Oh yeah, China is. Yeah, some groups that play this game, they're so aggressive to the company that they just always put it in the middle of the deck, so that it'll be a little bit of a windfall.
You are out of money. You're going to want to hold on to your money. Are you out?
He has 2.
Oh, you have to.
I got $2.
He's effectively out of money.
Yes. Does anybody want to give me $2? Come on.
I'll give you $2
$2
for
for
2
what?
cubes.
For 2 cubes? Well, I get those back.
Yeah, I'd give the same offer.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
If you wanna-
totally what it's going to
if you just want, if you don't want to be beholden to Edward, I'm here.
That's what you're saying. Well, what do you have for money? That
I have $4.
Yeah. I'm just seeing who that hurts more. Yeah, no. I'll go with it.
Wow.
It's just
Wow.
fun that
How much
way.
money did I give you?
Just 2. It's more fun that way.
I'll
Way
take
more
one back,
fun.
yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
All right.
Actually, none so far. You know what?
All right.
There's one, Desmond. Glory to Rome, Jess. Wow, I'm the one
just
who
more fun that way.
offered it,
Yes.
and then took the exact
Same
same
deal
offer.
from across the
Jesse's
table.
like,
Yep.
I'm not going to do anything better than that.
I have the advantage of having fewer points, which is a big advantage. in this game.
Exactly.
Hey, you say it's your lie. You tell it how you want.
It's the player balancing.
Ash?
I have, I have this guy to pay for.
And remember, Edward, you do have a reroll from the newspaper at some
Oh, I'm fully aware.
Okay.
Man, that seat in the House of Commons is expensive
Yeah.
for a senior officer.
It is. Well, you got to buy your way up.
He just
Yeah.
He was just buying ships from his brother, so clearly he didn't work very hard for it. Yeah, I guess that's where we go.
All right,
there's
so
five.
that'll be 5. Okay, that's all of it.
Mm-hmm.
So the local news now says trade with China. Create the superintendent of trade in China. If already created, place a black disc on the office and eliminate during the next attrition phase.
Right.
So China's open, so it's
China's
a new
open.
position.
And the reason for that second part of the rule is that sometimes the events can get reshuffled. Some scenarios begin with China opened. So that is actually like an Opium Wars closing, or it can be an opening.
You know what?
And also self-referential board gaming.
Yeah, I'm stuck in the same.
No,
same
it's
mythos.
no. There's nothing wrong with that.
There we
Nobody,
go.
nobody bothers Stan Lee about it, so I figure I can
Exactly.
Just
There we go. All right, cool. All right, so we refresh now,
Steer into
guys.
it.
Let's go. So going into round 4, refresh.
Those
There,
are
I need one
unexhausted.
good.
Those are all.
And then a note about turn length. So you may have noticed like the first turn took about an hour with the teach. The turn after that was like 40 minutes. That turn was half an hour. They come down to about 20, 25 minutes once
Yep.
you get the roll.
Okay.
Okay.
I know what I'm
You're hiring.
I'm hiring.
Family.
No,
family,
we're doing family actions.
There you go.
Oh, I've got money to spend.
Don't forget, guys, if you guys are enjoying it, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. It helps the show. Plus, you know.
Oh, yeah. Good point. This goes
What?
to the discard pile. Because it happens. And then
Oh, because
It's
it's
not
not
a
a
law.
persistent effect.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Okay,
not a
so
law.
goods are a
Yeah,
little
because we
cheaper
didn't
then. That
didn't
helps.
vote. Right? Yeah. Okay. Good call.
Ooh. All right.
Good call. Yeah. So goods are cheaper. Wah, wah,
I know.
wah.
Oh, you guys are waiting on me.
Yep.
Sorry.
Turn the officer.
They're going to kill us. They're going to kill us.
I have no interest in running this company well anymore.
Military
Yeah,
industrial
yeah.
complex.
Die.
It's the shares are so expensive.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be nice.
It's all the hawks.
Ash,
Talk to me.
would you be interested in buying a cube for $1? A single cube, sir.
He's trying to get shares. Don't do it.
No, I'm not. You have my word. No shares. I'm just asking for $1, man. That's it. Yeah.
You know,
It's worth 2.
I recognize that, but with you being in the lead,
Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm nowhere near the lead.
He's definitely in the lead.
That would be Mr.
No,
Nathan.
he's very much in the lead.
It's not. It's not even close.
man,
It is not even close. And Nathan, I'll give you the same offer if you're interested to
What's
make
that?
money. I'll sell you a cube. Oh, never mind. Thank you. So that said, there's $4. I'm sorry. That's $5.
is that a manor?
Yeah, it is a manor. Thank you.
Oh, man.
My $2 was never
What do
going to
I
buy me
want?
anything in this phase anyhow.
What I
So
want in my life.
Might as well go to work.
Boy. Okay. I'm going to buy a factory for 3.
I thought about doing that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
If they didn't accept my offer, I was going factory. So
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Ash. Don't forget, you are piece limited, just as a reminder, okay?
Thank you.
Yep. Are you guys enjoying the stream? Even if it's a little difficult to follow along, but hopefully people are starting to pick it up at
Yeah.
this point.
Yeah.
Three rounds in, starting our 4th round.
I think you can see absolutely everything about the game state the way we have it pictured, which can be a little overwhelming, but also it's all there.
Right. So here's what I think happens is you read the rule book, you come, you watch this, you're like, oh, that's how that, it kind of clicks, right?
Right.
It's like the way I learn is actually reading the rule book and moving pieces around. This is
And this is the
kind of
moving the pieces
similar.
around.
Right,
Right.
exactly. All right, Nathan started, so we're done. So we go into the company phase, fill vacancies, following the ribbon.
All right.
So Chairman, where do we go? Right there.
Right there. You got lots of vacancies to fill.
So executive, which the executives come from senior positions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So senior positions, we have 1,
These
2,
two
and
and this
3
guy.
up there.
Yep.
Ash, and Cole. Does anybody want the Bombay presidency? I can tell you that it was pretty sweet.
Pounds British sterling there, Desmond.
Ash, would you like it?
Yes, I think
I
so.
might be saying
Do you have anything to offer?
rupees occasionally,
little
but just
bit.
because
I have a
I'm
cube
still
I
in
can
air
offer
in my
you.
brain, I can't get it out.
Right.
Get stuck in there.
How about, okay, let's get a cube.
All right, there you go.
It's yours.
So there. All right.
Okay.
I would,
So-
I would like this one.
Well,
I would give
got anything
you.
to offer?
I can offer you $1.
Hold on. One
Yes.
whole?
Yeah.
One whole.
Really?
Yeah.
One whole pound.
Look, I know you guys
You're
are
going for
college
cheap.
buddies from back in
Yeah.
the day and everything.
Doesn't mean you have to give them a
Secret
break.
handshake, mother. Oh, okay, all right, yeah.
Hey, man, you gave me a dollar.
That's fine.
Yeah,
all right.
it's true.
Fine.
We're on the level.
Senior. We got superintendent
Shade.
of China.
Oh yeah, and this position is appointed by the chairman,
Right.
and you can pick any writer.
I would like it for what it's worth. I've been good to you. I've honored everything that we have agreed.
Even when
to.
it didn't matter at all.
Can I have that purple cube too? Purple cube and a buck.
Purple cube and a buck to run China. But I'm trying to see how much
You
shipping there's
absolutely
going to be.
want.
There's going to be one ship. There's going to be lots of goods. Director of Trade is Edward.
Lucrative. So lucrative.
Presumably lucrative. We'll
So
see.
lucrative.
We'll see about that.
Drugs, lots of tea.
So much
Lots of
drugs.
tea.
Sure, why not?
Drugs
I
and tea.
I
You
You
need
got to
to
work your
fin-
way up to the.
Yeah, I
open
need to
one.
finagle
Yeah,
my way.
right,
into
yeah,
the-
yeah. No, no,
Okay.
no.
Doesn't
That's
have
the
an
So that'd be
sequel.
my ride into China. Then.
You're a writer,
Thank you.
sir.
All right, and now senior positions from writers. So Nathan cannot promote himself. There are 3 spots and 4 people.
Don't want them. Does anyone want to offer me anything for anything?
I would like the
Just trying.
I gave you
I'm
my
trying.
$1.
I'm trying.
I got nothing. I got nothing else.
goods purchasing, or the Actually, I would prefer the military. For what it's worth, I would like that.
I'll give you $1 for goods purchasing.
If you buy one of my goods, buy your goods.
I'll
buy
not
my
give
goods.
you $1,
Take care.
but I will buy one of your goods.
Okay.
Yeah,
for $1.
Don't break that.
yeah. No, I mean I'll.
All right. I just would like the military. The end. I have nothing to offer, except
When it comes time, put my officers.
that. Hey, I'm looking out. Nope.
Yeah, don't-
Purple.
What color?
Or stated differently, don't kick out my officers.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
Put
go.
my and don't kick out my officers.
Well, hold on. When we agreed, you said put your officers, so I will take care of
It was an
that.
unfinished statement.
Sorry, I
So
don't
clause, so
Jesse,
clause.
quiet. Do you want
Yes,
this?
My cousin
do.
will
Can I have one of
remember your
those?
previous deal.
Can I have one of those?
I mean, are you
Only got
really
2
going to put
cubes
Edward
left.
over there? You have a choice. It's
What's
between-
that?
Are you really going to put Edward over there? Or
Franny's like, wait, do we, now that China's open, do we set this aside, put the shelves up, and then break out an
$4.
infamous
Right.
traffic,
There you
play
go,
that,
yeah.
and then come
What do you
back?
think?
So one thing about
Start
cube
making some
limit,
money.
when you
No.
pull your cubes, you have to pull cubes from things that scored victory points, basically. So
Oh, wow.
prize cards and manners.
Ouch.
Ouch.
That's
Okay.
rough.
Yeah, it is.
So just
What do you think, Jess?
Prize cards and
I think it's a great deal.
It's not a great deal, but
It's
a
an okay
deal.
There's
Yes,
a
but-
deal.
in the
somebody.
campaign game.
I
that
know
can
that's
matter
the
a
thing
lot.
is you have to promote
Because
somebody.
it's 10 turns long.
Don't
you
really
pay
gonna
for
do
it.
Edward
Don't
again?
pay for the ship purchasing.
I know because you want to go.
No,
You're
I
not
know
gonna-
that-
you
no,
can't
that-
even. He
I
can't
get
even
paid no
pay.
matter what.
Yeah.
Nobody's buying a ship even.
Like I said,
There's
you
nothing
can
you
have
can
you
do
can
there
put a
is
monkey
there's-
in
Just
that
out of
office.
spite. It's just a spite move. Damn you.
Aha!
What was that? Director of Trade.
Yep.
What?
Ship purchasing.
Okay, so one thing I'll say about the Director of Trade, the logistics action, we've talked principally about it going from one to over here. You can, in addition, you can also do a transfer of goods and ships from one presidency to another.
Oh,
So you can
actually,
use that to move
hold on.
goods here. Yes.
hold on. Everything you just got, Nathan, give to me. I'm the HMFIC.
Yeah, he's
Those
supposed
are
to be
mine, so I'll just take
making
everything
those
you just
posts.
negotiated for me.
Oh.
That's a
What did
Alert! Good work.
We're
What
all
the lackeys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I
What the
see.
heck?
I
don't
see
even
how these
know.
games
What-
are.
Okay,
this
yours,
was for
right?
China,
Yeah.
or for India,
Okay.
for Bombay.
Did the legwork for you. Remember that.
I thought that was
Wow.
cash.
There's a.
There was
no,
a dollar.
No,
There was
no,
a
you-
$8. But it
was
no,
for-
Oh, no, I
no,
didn't
you
end up giving
canceled
the
the dollar.
dollar.
There was
Okay.
a promise.
Yeah, there was
That's
a
right.
promise.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, no. No, hold on.
India doesn't have any factories anyway.
Hold on.
No, I know. This is destroyed. This
So,
is
however, the nepotism would come into effect
Right.
there. So
Oh, you're right, you're
I
right.
then would have to give green and pink their cubes,
Our cubes
back.
back,
Yeah.
which I'll
So-
accept.
Sure.
Thanks.
But
Well,
understand,
I had fun.
understand, it wasn't that I didn't know I was supposed to be. I was just letting my lackey do my negotiating for
As
me.
you do, as you do.
Sounds
I will give you the dollar
Yes.
because I can't buy from your factories, so that was the dollar.
To
I
make
gave
that
you.
square.
Deal. All right. Yep. We're
Okay.
good. All right.
Okay.
So now we've filled all the positions. Yes.
Yep.
And we are doing the company. So we have money to buy a ship.
Hey, how about that?
Look at that,
do.
Jess. Buy a ship
Buy
for
a
yourself.
ship. That's what we're gonna do.
I'm just going to
That's-
assume, and
yeah,
you get a
you
buck.
think? And I get a buck out of
yeah.
that, and that's
There you
that.
go. Oh, sorry.
Okay, and then goods purchasing. So I'm going to buy
4 of them.
One,
One,
two,
2, 3.
4.
Yep.
So Jess, you
Jess,
get a dollar.
You get a buck. There you go. I got these.
Here's your 3 full.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, military purchasing. No money to buy new guns, but you may assign
Promote
those
officers.
officers.
Right. So let's see here.
They're Marines.
They are
Yeah.
quite literally Royal Marines
So-
to go to
You
boot.
take a soldier, put him on a boat, Marine.
Careful. Careful.
Oh, and just for that comment earlier, when Edward, he did spend the cubes for nepotism. They just
Yeah.
came off his family.
Yeah. So. Yeah, they're kicking them
Right.
out.
Technically gives them out and then cancels.
So there you go.
Can I
No, you-
request that you don't?
Oh, yes, you may. You
I
can request.
request that you don't do that.
Okay, request denied. Okay.
Here's a suggestion box.
Hold on.
Resembles a trash can.
Can I offer you something to not do that?
Okay, sure.
Okay.
I'm all ears.
I can offer you £1 to send those fellas elsewhere, and the blue ones too.
How many points are
I've
you
not been
sitting
grafting the company since yesterday.
on? Right.
Since yesterday.
So
I
you're
have a whopping
5,
7,
6, 7,
but-
8,
so I have
8.
6. I'm looking at.
I'll
6
tell you
points
what.
right now.
For a buck, we split the difference. I'll
Okay,
let
sure.
you keep. All
Yeah,
right.
there you
For a
go.
buck, 1 each.
All right.
So I'll send 1 there.
And bring
Okay.
1 home.
There you go. Okay.
And then where are you sending the other?
There's 2 vacancies here.
There,
Yeah,
there,
you
there
can
are,
right over there.
and you know what? I will honor my word.
I appreciate
So here you
that.
go. So I will go there. 1 will come here, and then 1 will go there. There you go.
I
So
see
I
what
did.
you did.
I did
see
not
what you
kick him
did.
out. I did
Okay.
not. You did.
Okay. Oh, no, you just ruined the game.
Sorry.
Flooding the.
There we
All
go.
right. Okay,
I'm
so
just
that
being- I
brings us to
Wow.
the director of
I
trade.
honored that
All right.
agreement.
Okay, so the rule about the superintendent of China is they actually can't hold goods
We need
because
to
the
clear
Chinese
this
did
off,
not
right?
want shitty British goods.
Okay.
So the only ships
How
can go there.
things have changed.
Yeah.
It's-
Right.
Oh shucks. So that whole superintendent of trade of China was not so great after all.
Great deal.
These were cleaned off
Fantastic.
right.
All right.
Yes.
So start. So that's that. So we go.
Oh no,
into-
no, we're still.
Oh, sorry.
The director of trade.
Oh, that's
No,
me,
that's
right.
you.
Right.
You need to assign the boat and
Hold
the
on.
goods.
Hold on. Back up. We have military spending at the
Oh, we
start of
didn't
each
do that.
turn. We need 1 gun
Cool.
each.
Good call.
I forgot. As the director of military, I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that's my job.
and actually
Did you
this-
point that out?
These got spent last
Yeah.
time.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. Good call. Okay. So I have to allocate the 4 goods and the ship. So where are we here? We got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Bombay
1, 2,
will
3,
bring the
4,
company
5.
10 more for that 5.
For all 5 of them?
Well,
All 5.
that's
for
what
10.
that's what it takes to get chintz.
Wow.
And the people do like their chintz.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'd lobby for it to go to China for tea, but somebody didn't allocate
I'll-
money for the ship.
For a promise cube, I'll do that.
So Ross, I think the game scales better than you might think because all of the offices still get used every game, and then there's a dummy player that I hate that term because it's you literally roll dice and throw some random cubes out there just to put a little noise in the system. But it plays
to do
it
that?
plays with 2 reasonably, especially if you
Yeah,
don't tend to like
yeah.
negotiation games.
But at 2 players, it changes. It becomes basically a heavy euro at that point, right? Because
Yeah, there's a lot less to negotiate about.
Well,
right.
Yep.
Yep.
But
Okay.
it is it's the game that I've made that my wife likes. So take that for whatever it's worth.
Okay.
That's not
All
true.
right.
She likes root too.
So
So these are unexhausted here.
that's the only copy in North America, isn't
It's
it?
true.
Right there. All right, go ahead.
So, finally, my special ability comes into effect. Skilled Administrator. When taking any blue company action, roll an additional die for free.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't mind if I do. I should have
Okay.
done it with...
You should have been doing that
Yeah.
this entire game. I forgot. About that.
Yeah, but I haven't actually been doing
Campaign?
that because I'm dumb. Bombay presidency will not campaign. I will not open trade. I will sail. And so here's 4.
Yep. So go ahead and roll those dice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Need at least one or two. Got it.
Oh, all right. Good.
And so
that's a lot.
These all
Yep.
come exxosted.
You don't
10,
necessarily
right?
have to
1,
use
2,
it,
3,
yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
There you go.
Yep.
Yep. Use
There you
everything.
go.
You'll fill all 3.
Yep.
Per our agreement, we came in. I helped you. You helped me. Everyone drives home in a carriage.
And that's
In a handsome
26
cab.
in
There you
revenue
go.
from
There
just
we go.
one presidency.
You're welcome. So Bombay presidency is done, and now the governor of Bombay is going to campaign. So
Hey,
3,
York,
4,
welcome.
5.
Good to see
Are
you.
you going to remember use armies for your strength?
You betcha.
Okay. And what are you going to attack? Now, so your targets, you can hit Mysore or you can hit Sindh
the
and
Mughal
Punjab.
Empire?
Yeah. Now, if you hit either of these, you would gain that province and then the empire. If you hit the head of the
Dissolves.
empire, the pieces dissolve. If you hit just the province, it'll stay intact.
Okay, that makes sense. You know, Punjab has more plunder and less defense, and it'll dissolve that whole thing.
empire. I think it makes good
Not
sense.
a bad idea. You know what? Sure, why not? Especially since Punjab is in position to attack Bombay. Not
Yep.
now, but in the future.
I think it's a good idea.
So, 3,
So
4,
the
5.
total defense is 5.
Okay, and so, that's true.
I still think it's worth it. I think
To
this is
take
your
the
time.
plunder, do I have to commit the soldiers?
Nope.
Okay, they just
Yeah,
They're
it
just
doesn't
along
matter
for
if
the
you
ride.
if you
Gotcha.
commit them or not.
okay.
I think if you're good, this is not every game do you
4,
get
5,
to topple the
6.
Mughal Empire, but we have a window here.
You know what? Let's do it. So, achievement unlocked. So
Okay.
that's a defense of 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9 minus 5, right?
Yep. So,
So
you
that'll
have
be
4
4
dice.
dice.
4 dice.
And did you add your additional die?
I did, thank you.
Okay.
Because this is 3, 4, 5.
There you go. So
6,
4 dice.
7, 8, 9.
Bring
You
it
know what?
home. Bring
10.
it home.
10. All right. 5
Make it
dice.
5
There it
dice.
is. It's not
There
a
we
roll
go.
to fail.
Yeah, let's not fool around with the Mughal Empire. They have castles.
Oh shit.
Oh!
Achievement was not.
Not
Achievement
unlocked.
denied.
That's
Ah.
terrible.
That's too bad.
All right. They held together.
All right, so hold on. So because there's a 3 as the lowest one, it didn't hurt.
It's a wash.
It didn't
It's
hurt.
just
It's
a
a
wash.
wash. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
You're
Moving
making me
on.
realize I should have set like a list of achievements that you could have
Yeah,
checked off
exactly.
as they
Right.
happened.
All right.
Fuck
So
up the
Cole,
conquest
you're
of
up.
Mughal.
You're up.
Okay, so I've only got $1.
Yeah.
The company, I think, is in some trouble. Who's chairman? You're chairman.
I'm chairman.
The company's in a lot of
How
trouble.
about
Yeah.
can I 4?
What do you want?
I want 4. I want 4.
Oh, you
wants
want,
a
I
loan.
want you to take a loan. I want all of us to take a loan.
Can I get plunder out of that?
Absolutely, Guillermo.
How can I get plunder? I can't get plunder.
You can't.
Um,
You would need to conquer.
Okay, wait. You give me 5
All of it.
and nothing else. I will
What else
campaign
to give you?
against Madras and we'll conquer it, and you'll get a lot of plunder.
Cool. Consider it done.
All right, so
So
put 5
there,
out
we
there.
need one more loan.
All right. So first action is it's a militant company, and we are going to attempt to conquer Madras. Only has a little defense of 1, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3.
Do it. Do it.
Where's the Heffalump? The Heffalump is in 1. Yeah, Madras is in 8.
Yeah, but Madras could be attacked by Mysore
Hyderabad.
Let's
and
see.
by Hyderabad. I think I got to roll 3 dice, and if it doesn't happen, well. Goodbye. No. 3 is
Roll
scary.
4, roll
3
4.
is scary. But we're gonna need this money. Okay, here. I'll roll 4 dice.
All right.
There you go.
Ooh,
You good
there's the
thing, because that was
result.
that last one.
That was
there
a
you
close
go.
one.
Yeah.
All right, we've just conquered it. So if you want to grab the office.
Oh, yep.
The Hyderabad
Josh, welcome.
residency. Hyderabad.
Okay. Hey, buddy.
All right.
Asher cameo.
What's up,
That one's kind of up there.
Do I
And
get my
then
plunder now?
we are going to sail with 3 dice. Yes, we get plunder here. Yeah, so we'll do that right now. Each officer gets 3. Because of that
Each
value,
officer used, or
right? Each officer gets 3. So you, sir, just made $6.
There you go. Gotcha.
And I'm going to attempt to sail now.
Oh,
And the sail fails.
abjectly.
Yeah,
I
that's-
just.
oh no.
No.
Yeah, we're going
Okay.
to have a hard time paying our bills this turn.
All right, Cole, you're up.
I'm up again.
This is going to be exciting.
There you go. I'm going to set. We're skipping right to sail.
By the way,
Or-
the gentleman of Indian descent is correcting our
Madras. Oh yeah, you're of course.
Madras.
Madras.
Yeah, Madras. Not Madras. Madras.
Do I even want to sail? So the advantage of not sailing. Okay, if there. Oh yeah, we're not going to have a bailout. No, so it's fine. I will sail. That doesn't make any sense. I'll
How
sail.
much?
4. We'll spend it all.
Nice.
And that's
One.
successful.
Done.
And so that, but only gives us enough to fill this one order.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, let's get money.
So it bounces up to 7.
Yep, bounces up 7, so we're at 33.
33.
Okay, so let's do the money we make. So the governorship, you're making 2.
Yep.
Madras draws a 1 tax. There's nobody to siphon it. Presidents make their bonuses. I make 1.
Ash, you're getting 3.
3.
Yep.
Yep.
Thank you.
And then if you own a boat, you get 2 for every boat.
I'm on a boat.
And you get 1 for your power.
Nope,
no,
I
you
do
don't.
not. I only have one writer.
Yeah. So the officers.
Officers get paid per law.
Yeah, they'll
Yep.
get paid.
By law.
Yep.
During upkeep.
Yeah,
Yep.
during upkeep.
Not
So,
now.
yeah,
Okay.
we'll pay them in a second. Okay, the timing of that doesn't matter. It's just so you don't forget to
Yep.
do it. I think those are all the things we're making money for. Now we have to pay expenses. There is 4 debt needs serviced. 4, so we're down to 29. And then
3
each
lost time.
boat gets 3 lost time. 1, 2, 3.
Your
1,
monsters,
2,
by the
3,
way.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Yikes!
8.
8.
8. Awesome.
And now officers will get paid, right?
Yes. Officers making money.
And it's
So I make
2
2.
per. No, it's 1
Well,
per.
1 per.
Sorry, it's 1 per. So I'll make $2.
Can I have a red, please?
You may right here, coming at you.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. All right. You don't have to pay a dividend. Share price will drop to 4, which might not be a bad thing.
Says the guy who would like to buy shares.
Yeah.
Very much so.
I think you should pay dividends because you're risking. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
we
but
need
I
money.
think, I think the company's in a precarious place right
It
now.
is.
If you don't, if
company
you,
needs
This
money.
decides the fate of the company, essentially.
maybe
Pretty close.
We could bounce back still. I mean, it's also if we were playing the campaign game, this would be a very huge decision, which would determine like the next
The whole course of the
4 or
rest of the
5 turns.
Correct.
And all I'll say about the campaign game is some of these turns have stars on them in the middle. The event deck is stacked so that in the middle of the game, the company will lose its monopoly. What that means is that, and we're not going to really talk about this in the playthrough that much, is that players can start their own firms and they can compete against the company. So a bunch of players can get together, they can have shares of each other's companies, and they can push against the company. And if the company's in a weak position, they could potentially destroy it. It's a lot harder to destroy a company, but it will become so weak that most of the action will be in the family phase.
Yep.
If I don't pay dividends, share price drops to £4.
It does.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not paying dividends.
Coward.
We're not worried about it. So we have
I'd like
$8.
to point out who's been making the company money and who has potential to continue making the company
Yeah.
money.
Hyderabad, please fund it.
$4 in Bombay.
Is that the presidency or the governor?
The presidency.
Okay.
Okay. $4 left.
You know what? Screw it.
Hyderabad.
Since I'm an able administrator, can I lobby for one of those
I
bucks
will-
to be over here to the governor of Bombay?
Goods are $1.
Because I make better use of the money you spend every time.
What you thinking, Nathan?
$4 in Hyderabad. That's it.
And that's all
the
she
money.
wrote. Yep.
All right. Flip the event card.
All right.
Oh,
All right.
boy.
All right, so 3 events in India. We'll do those first. And
Okay.
remember, India is currently a little chaotic. So first, the elephant goes over here.
2 dice.
The higher
be
number
3.
taken is a 3.
Nothing.
Nothing happens. And that's actually better. That takes India out of its chaos.
Okay, so that's 1. Number 2
Two.
is 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
One
one
die.
die now. 3.
3. Attempts to attack Bengal. So here's the independent state of Hyderabad is going to go fight Bengal. It's attacking it with a strength of 3. Bengal is a defense of 2. Now, we use this number because we don't actually conquer it. So this is an independent state. If we want to save this, we would have to exhaust 1 army. That decision is up to the president. I will gladly do it. So Bengal is saved from the offense.
That's 2. He moves over to number 4 now.
Yep. So 4 is
Back it
back
right here. Mysore.
All
Your
right.
soar. We all soar from Mysore.
And that
And
is a
3.
3, which flips it over, and that shifts us to chaos. So
Okay.
now
There we go.
less useful.
It was terrible, but it was funny to me, and that's
It was
really
great. I
what
loved
matters.
it.
Okay, all right. So we go into attrition. Attrition again, 4, 5, 6, but because of the 10-year limitation, we're at 3, 4, 5. So Chairman, you're up.
All right, go ahead and roll it.
So 3 or higher. You're
Out.
gone.
There you go. Finally, it's
Okay.
out.
Hold on.
Trade,
Right, yeah,
Director
there you
of
go.
Trade.
Right. Yep.
Edward,
all right.
you're
3
next.
or higher. Yeah,
All right,
we're
you're out. Yeah, everyone's
we're all
getting-
set.
Bombay
Thanks.
presidency. Yes.
Oh, you're
There we go.
in that one.
Governor of Bombay.
This is a
All
5.
right, my
Yeah.
first one is a no. My second one is a yes. So this guy's out.
Superintendent of
Which is a
China.
5 or higher.
Yep.
Done.
That was
he didn't
money
was
poorly
short-lived.
spent. That was bribery poorly spent.
Yeah. We're just
Nope.
not-
Safe.
And then my guy is
He's out.
Out.
And mine.
2 then.
No. I totally forgot about this.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, I'm good. Because I only have $4.
You're good.
You got 2 more turns. 2 more turns.
4 for an executive. 3, 2.
So for
I'm all
those just
set.
joining
I'm
the
done.
stream, when I started that newspaper, I was partially funded by Edward, and I offered him
Yep.
the use of the newspaper if he wants it. The newspaper provides a reroll on
Yep.
attrition.
I like not to at this point.
Okay,
All right.
good.
That's it. So attrition. Starting with the chairman. Where are you heading, Chairman?
$11.
Yep.
And
House of Lords.
sure looks like Nathan's in control of this game at this
Yeah.
point. So I have a total of 4 as an executive. So we're going to go ahead and pay 3 of it, and we're going to come over to the House of Commons.
All right, I will pay 11 to also go to the House of Lords.
Nice.
All right.
I have been cash poor.
Nathan's
Large
been
portion of this game.
very wealthy.
Yes, he is.
That's my
Weird how
superintendent of
money
China.
equates to power.
Strange.
That's
how it works.
weird. How much?
I'll spend 5 to get into the House of Commons.
Okay, as a senior officer. And then Cole, you're up, sir. Where would you like to go?
I've got no money.
So he just goes away. He's a pauper.
The
he's a
poor
pauper,
house.
Sorry.
All right, so we go into the local news.
Yes, we do.
All right, so law here, popular support will start at -2.
Okay.
Thank you. And then the Calico Acts. All orders in India generate 1 less revenue. Each factory cube generates £1 per trade. Discard the law if passed when company deregulates.
So basically, our factories are going to produce income, but India gets weaker.
And goods are
No good.
with the you can't buy goods, right? If it does not pass,
No, you can still buy goods.
you can buy goods.
right?
The X.
Sorry, right. If it doesn't pass because of the X,
Right.
no goods can be purchased. That
Correct.
next turn.
Right. Okay.
But we don't need goods. We can just use ships instead.
Historical note, the only reason why the British textiles were able to compete globally is because of massive tariffs. They would have suffered. India was killing them. The tariffs, I think, were up to like 150%. Wow. It's absurd. And those are the tariffs that made Arkwright possible.
Wow.
So,
no kidding.
when you're playing that game, you're in a sheltered industry.
Interesting. All right. Okay, so we're voting, starting with the chairman. The chairman, you have no special votes here, so the chairman has up here, right? So the chairman has 2 votes and can nominate, right? I'm sorry, you're just voting on,
Voting on the
voting
law.
on the law.
Yeah, we're
Sorry.
voting
Yeah.
on the law.
Yep.
Voting on the law with the factories and shipyards.
Right.
Yep.
Correct.
And House
Sorry.
of Commons.
House.
And any money.
Right here. These 3 things, sorry.
Okay,
Getting ahead of
so-
myself.
Against.
With how many?
2.
2. Jess, you're a fellow factory owner. We
I
clearly
am.
want this.
I know, we do.
So Jess is voting with
With
3.
Yeah.
My vote's for sale.
I don't have anything to offer you.
My 5 votes are for sale.
I'd give. How many votes? You got 1 vote?
No, I have 3,
3.
sir.
I'd give you a promise cube if you voted with us.
Do I hear anything on the against side? All right, I'll take a voting there.
Cube. So up it goes.
Well,
up 3.
hold on. I don't have to honor it, though, right?
Correct. Correct. This is not a resource being directly exchanged.
You only have 1 vote in it. No, I don't think we're gonna.
But
honor
I
it.
see. I think I have this newspaper. My name is on the lease, Edward.
And I have promise cubes.
And you have promise.
His name's on the master.
It'd be a real shame if you rolled for attrition and then you had to re-roll it again. If you were successful and had to re-roll. So it can swing both ways.
Oh, so you can dictate that
Yeah.
force of reroll of a player's.
Yeah.
You know what? I like living on the edge.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to vote
Wow.
against for 3.
Wow.
Dirty.
All right, cool.
All right,
There we go.
I will vote.
There's
There we go.
got to be one.
So
of
yeah.
it.
I will vote for in the
1,
affirmative.
2, 3,
Oh.
4.
Yeah.
So it's up.
So hold on. Hold on. And
Talk to
I'll
me.
actually pay $1.
Just to kick it.
To kick it
There we
that
go.
way. So
Okay.
my 5 votes are for sale, people.
I have no money.
Okay.
I've got 2 promise cubes.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I've got 1 promise cube.
Yeah.
Jess will also surely chip in a promise cube, if you ask nicely.
I'm listening.
So the reason I'm worried about this is if I have to, during the family phase, you have to put at least 1 cube down.
Right. So
If I don't
you're
have any
not-
of my
you're
stock,
losing a victory
I have
point.
to pull from a victory point card.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
why,
we
like in
do
the
that.
10-turn game, you have to really deal with family attrition because you have to cannibalize your own score.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. 1 promise cube.
That's not that much.
Yeah,
people.
Ash, don't let it. All
It's
you're
really
doing
not
is
that
helping the rich get richer.
We are not rich.
No, that is not true. Don't listen.
That's
to
the thing, is it only marginally hurts Nick here.
I mean, it helps
I'm
Jess. and I.
listening.
Sorry, Rob. Keep going. Ash.
I'm listening. That's the thing. I'm running this business, and this has been profitable.
What hurts
for the
me?
company? That's the thing. This hurts the company, people. The Calico Axe makes these pay less,
It does.
and it hurts the company. Why are you trying to sink this company?
We're-
This is the company that we've all
Ash
built
is a
together with
company
blood
man.
Yeah, look
and
at
sweat
this.
and tears.
Company man.
1, 2, 3,
Ugh.
4, 5.
Fine.
Does not pass. No
All
more
right.
goods.
So,
being
and
purchased.
no goods can be bought this
No.
turn. Okay,
All right.
that's it for that.
All right, refresh.
We're doing refresh
Here we go.
right
We are
now.
into the penultimate round, and this is the last full round, right?
Yeah, like the way the last round, the way it ends up working is
Take care, Nick. Thanks.
the company's finances will be kind of set, so you end up skipping a lot of offices.
So these are unexhausted here, as is
And it
that.
ends after
As
attrition,
is
I
all of
believe.
this.
Thanks, Rob. Thanks, Nick. Rob, you will certainly be missed this year. All right, so refresh. We're good. So all those are dropped down there. All those, okay. Up into family. Chairman. Oh, well, previous chairman.
Did officers get paid?
Military officers, no. We did not pay them during upkeep.
I didn't think so.
Oh,
No, we didn't because I would have had more money,
$3 per.
which would have changed possibly the votes.
Yeah, I think it
but
would have canceled probably. Yeah.
let's call it good and we'll move on. Yeah. Go ahead.
I was
All right.
never voting for it. So
Yeah.
y'all would have all had to kick your money in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So we've done all the refreshes. It looks good. We're on. Good. All right. So family phase.
Family phase.
Former chairman begins.
Nice little manor. $5.
So gross. Somebody gonna buy some factories? Too soon?
Haha.
Too
Yeah.
soon?
Stings.
Get in there.
All right.
Mhm.
Edward.
Yeah, I know. I want to put a writer in there, and I want to put officers in there. Yep, we're good. Done.
Oh no. Just a single dollar.
False start, Cole.
I
All
know.
right. Okay. Yeah. Right. All right. We're done. That's family. Into fill
Company.
vacancies. So, Chairman, we
Yeah,
vote.
we have an election. So
Right.
chairman, you have the first nomination, and then that player will begin the vote.
I nominate myself. 2 votes in favor.
So 2, 4, 6, 8. So you need 5 votes, right?
Jess?
Yeah,
You're talking. You're dealing with Jess.
Yeah. Nothing?
No.
You just don't want my vote.
I mean, it'd be
I
cool.
want Jess to be
Cool.
chairman,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no.
Okay. Edward?
Yeah. Sorry. No.
Worth the shot.
No.
Worth the shot.
We can't
Okay.
have 5
So,
votes,
Jess,
so
are you
yeah.
All right,
nominating
Jess, are
yourself?
you nominating yourself?
And you're voting for yourself, I assume?
Okay.
And
You have nothing to offer, do you?
Nope.
nothing but her position.
I can help you out later as chairman.
Okay. Just all I ask is you remember my writers.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do we have your? Do I have your word?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Then I will put 2 votes towards Jess.
All right, I'm happy to put you over the top.
All right. Done. There you go. So now there we go.
All right, Jess, your first decision. You need to
Director of
choose
Trade.
who's going to be the director of trade. There are 3 candidates.
Yeah.
Just saying. I completely understand if you promote yourself.
I might too.
I cannot begrudge you that, but if you don't, I would ask that you maybe remember the little people. That's it. You know.
For nothing. Just remember.
Well, yeah, because
$2
no, it
or
was
something.
for the votes that you got, and no,
Yeah,
no,
just
no.
for that. Just remember that. No,
Okay.
but you said writers. I agreed to
son
remember
of
your
a-
writers. You didn't say
I did.
anything.
I overlooked
about
that my
this.
military.
Was sitting right there, and it's not.
There you go.
I'm going to promote myself right there. Okay.
All right, done.
So now
And
next
then up here,
executive
black.
position.
Wow, she actually does all the placing now
Yes.
because she's in
She's
both
She has
positions.
a stranglehold
Yeah.
on the
Okay, yep.
on what's
Yep.
left of the
Oh.
company.
Yeah. Well,
This hollowed
what's
out shell
left?
of a company.
Exactly,
Oh,
it
yeah,
is a shell of
it's-
a company. Okay, so this. Oh, it could be you too.
It could be that. I'd request that you don't, so that I can.
You just want to stay up there.
Really, I want to help the company achieve its aims here.
I'll happily take it.
Okay.
Okay.
Now you've been remembered.
All right.
There
So
you go.
China.
No, this one first. Oh, sorry, not that
No,
one.
No,
he's
yeah,
up
no,
there.
China,
stay
yep.
there.
So
Yep,
China's
China
there.
I do not have
Nobody-
any interest in
nobody
China.
really
Nobody
wants
to go to
China.
China. Whoever
No.
the actually, this is a rare instance where you may, I don't know, it's too late. I was going to say in some instances it might be worth nepotism because you could potentially organize a director of trade
She
to like
can't.
move these boats.
She literally cannot go there. She doesn't have enough cubes to
No.
pay.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
I
Yep,
can't do
yep,
that.
that's
So
She would need to do
between
some
them.
wheeling.
So
willing to
actually,
get a cube back.
for you to be able to go, you would have to place all of Ash or all of mine in 3 positions.
One.
But because of the order, it can't happen.
Right, it
This
can't
one
be
has
that.
to be done.
Yeah.
Right. No, I'm
No,
saying
not
to be
there.
able to place there
Oh, yeah,
even for
yeah.
her.
Right. So if I place somebody all the way.
Right. It's either me or Ash, and I would vote Ash.
I would just split them. Yeah.
I would like to be
Why would you
military.
split them, though?
I would
like to be
actually.
military.
Well, you don't want because this is the pipeline, and so
Right.
suddenly like
Yeah, somebody giving somebody
how did
much
Edward manage to
control.
get every executive
Yeah.
position?
Right.
weird.
Yeah, that would have been nepotism, but there is no nepotism right now.
Nope, I'm just sitting here.
I would prefer military and one of the others. I don't care which.
I would
The
prefer-
director of trade promotion was nepotism.
Oh, that
There you go.
was. I can't do that.
Good catch.
Good call.
Oh,
So
so
let's back
promote.
this
Even
though
okay,
that
so
was
promote
down-
even.
Even
Let's
from
back this
here.
off. Yep.
Yeah,
So
let's
then
back it
that's
off. so you
That's
can
back
see it.
here.
Yeah, because
So
you
So hold
Wehrle
on.
was
That was
there.
Because
here.
I can't do that
you
over
can't do
him.
it because both of these would be owed cubes.
There you go. Right.
So
I'll
you
take
can't
it.
do
I'll take director of trade if you would like.
That's not a bad idea. You give Edward director of
know.
trade, and then he'll
And now
get you
the
back.
problem where she is she either has to do nepotism or take him out from there. So those are your two options.
Yeah, you can either give him a cube or you can kick him over.
You could, you
But
know,
he
if,
doesn't. Yeah, getting him out of there.
I'm not going to
isn't that
negotiate your own deal. Never
Yeah.
mind. Yep.
bad. But he doesn't want
Oh,
it. You don't, yeah.
it's this one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, sit down.
That's
Yeah, it's
where
the
it's going.
governor
Correct.
of
Thank you.
Mumbai.
My elephant can go right here.
Yep.
All right. But you want to stay.
I'd like to stay to be able to achieve
You
the
don't-
conquest.
To be able to achieve it.
How am I going to get cash from him? He wants to stay.
Exactly.
So
So
if
if
he
you don't
wants to
want
stay,
to,
pay me?
you better
Yeah.
pay
And
me.
then I have to.
There you go. That's
But
exactly
I still have to
it.
give up.
You do.
You
Yes.
still have to pay the cube anyway.
I know.
Well, hold on. Do you have a cube of hers? Is that?
No, I
No,
don't.
No,
you
he
don't.
doesn't.
Okay.
I think
So then
I think
I'm
he'd
still-
pay two. I think he'd pay two.
Oh, I'm
I'm not
positive
doing
you
it.
Don't
would
listen
pay
to those
two.
people.
No, no.
I think
Okay,
he'd
fine.
pay three.
You're going to pay your
Really?
cube anyhow. Because if you run this responsibly, it'll expand the company's trade anyhow.
This is awesome.
It's a sinking ship.
It's-
It's going under.
I know.
Don't listen
Yeah.
to him.
Bloop.
That's
Yeah,
the
the
thing.
overhead is
You're the
higher.
chairman,
Solid.
and so it behooves you to expand this in a moderate way,
Just gonna
which
refresh
means
myself on
conquering
the
Mysore.
emergency loan rules.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing. Whoever's on the horse right here is going to conquer Mysore and is going to get some of the money out of it. You're welcome to the tax graft, and then
I mean, you rolled last time and we didn't do very well.
you know.
I love this. This is great.
If Jess was out of cubes, could Ash
We had
forgive the
inaccurate
nepotism?
No, I
she
can't.
would have to, right?
I wouldn't
Yeah.
be able to.
I'm going to blame the cartography department on that one. We had some inaccurate maps. There was
That
this
was it. It
giant
was
It's
the
always-
inaccurate
it's always
the
inaccurate.
Gange or something.
All right, so
I
what's it
wasn't
gonna
paying
be?
Yeah,
attention.
no, I mean, yeah.
So just shake them up, throw one out, and see who it is.
See who gets it. Damn you. All right. You're gonna give me $1.
I'll give you a pound. Or
A
don't.
pound to stay there and lose my cube.
Yeah. I mean,
Honest.
you're not in an enviable position by any stretch.
Nope, I'm not.
It wasn't a nomination so much as everybody else stepped backward.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Fine.
I think two.
Nah.
He,
No, oh,
yeah.
he's
It's
not.
off
He
the
won't
table.
do it. We
It's off the
tried
table.
that.
We've
That's
waffled
what
too
we
much.
went
So
for.
do what you will.
You didn't even give me two. There
You
was
should
no-
I offered you one. And
Oh,
you
now
didn't want
even
it,
one's
so-
gone.
No, yeah, now one's gone. Sorry.
What are we arguing over?
No,
The
no.
deal had an
All right.
expiration.
No,
So
no,
what are
the
you gonna
cube's
do?
out.
What are you
It's
gonna do?
fine. I'm just gonna move it. That's
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
You're going
there.
here.
Okay.
And then that means
That
you're-
means we.
that means hold on.
Oh, there is a funny ruling about this.
What?
Is it gonna be
Because
nepotism
so like
anyways?
essentially you go this way. Yeah. So this position is not filled. So like,
So it just remains
Oh.
unfilled.
Yeah,
Oh wow,
for this
that's a
term.
problem. Actually, you know what? I'll pay you a pound to keep that position occupied.
Because you want the, mm-hmm.
I think it's
Two.
worth two.
The company needs
Two.
it.
Two.
It's worth it, man.
It's
Two.
easily worth two.
It's
worth
so
it.
worth it. You just,
It's worth
you're
three.
fighting like
There you go.
me. That's just, okay.
There you go.
All right, so you stay there.
So then
I
you
lose my
get
cube.
here,
Yeah.
and then
And you pay the
nepotism.
cube to me.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's you.
There you go.
All
I'll sell
right.
you back the cube for 2.
You can take it back
Hold on.
too.
It's
Hold on.
I can just take
You
it.
can.
Oh, yeah,
So I
this
have
one?
that option.
This one.
Oh yes, I need to move.
I'll take it.
Oh yeah, actually, you may save yourself a cube. Let's backtrack.
Because I can do that.
Yep, here,
In
hold
order,
that.
yeah.
Because you're doing
Green
this
was
one
here
first.
in ship purchase.
So
Yeah,
actually,
I'm
I'm
here.
doing it.
Oh, good point. That's right.
Right.
Yep. Jess.
Yeah, we haven't filled that before.
Are you gonna
Oh no.
open the loggerheads?
Put this down
This
there
is
so
worth.
you can
This
see.
is could be worth something later. I want a promise cube back from you, and I'll give you this job. It's worth a buck a turn.
There's one in a turn. No,
That could matter.
it could, but no.
I want a. Does anyone have a cube? Give me a cube back.
Not running.
I will.
Hold on, you give me a buck in the position, and I'll give you a cube back.
Okay. Wait.
that's-
Wait. What am I even doing here?
No.
I'm promoting you over another player. I'm taking the cube back.
Oh,
Wasn't gonna point it
That's
out.
why that rule exists.
I wasn't going
There
to
you go.
point it out. All right, so now executive. Now that
Now
happened.
this one.
So now
Now this
here.
one-
Yeah,
filled.
which I can do because
Yep.
what else is there? And now we go down here.
Oh no.
No.
There are two candidates.
Yeah.
It actually
I
got
can go
worse.
From
for
there.
you.
That did get worse. All right.
I'll take it. You can always choose. You can always.
I
You
can
can
always move
extort
it now.
Ash again.
I paid you for it already. I paid you to protect.
Yeah, you did, but you didn't.
First
We were
extortion.
not very nice about it in our previous negotiations.
Glory to Rome, Edward. You didn't have to put that idea in there.
No, that was coming. Yeah. That was totally coming. Especially how mean you were before. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
feel free to pass the cube over.
To pass the cube over.
Yeah. He's starting negotiating.
You're just not. You're so angry.
You should push Edward there.
Yeah, you
All
can always
right,
move me
fine.
over.
Yeah.
You know, and that one stays empty then, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one's out.
Oh God, that one.
All right. This one needs filled by a
Yes.
writer.
Right,
So
right,
dear, I love this.
right. You're dying.
So great.
All right. I'm just going over here. Not Ash.
It's just attritional.
Yeah.
Because
It
we're
doesn't
so
do anything.
gross.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
just
a-
exposure.
All right,
not-
director,
It's
fill
risky
these
exposure.
two.
Yeah.
I would like one of them since you put me out in Afghanistan, Siberia here.
That did nothing for
Uh,
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
no.
like the military affairs.
Yeah, well, this does nothing. Because we're
Yeah,
not doing
because
any
we're not
goods.
funding it.
Nope.
Because you're deciding that it does nothing.
I'll give you this for a military.
Now you're going to negotiate again.
That's actually
Back the
that.
table.
No, that's
Sorry, Matt.
Oh.
Matt, like, could you keep it down?
All right. So we are done with promotions.
Yes, we are.
God, sorry,
Oh,
Ash.
that's
That
fine.
was-
So there we
Oh
go.
yeah. Oh, yeah. It's
Yeah, you're still
We're gonna
Attached.
hilarious.
All right. Now I'm going to go through the ones that don't have money unless you want to take out debt. So any debt here or here?
I would advise you to take
Well,
out debt
not-
so that the
not
company can
there.
actually make some money.
Eventually, but
Eventually,
not there.
but not
There's
yet.
no, yeah, not
Okay.
there. There's military.
So go ahead and assign those, Ash.
Okay, I'm listening.
you know, he's the leader. You need to kick
I will
out his
give
own
you a
people.
dollar if you do not
I have your
kick me off.
promise
Okay,
cube.
I'll take $1 to not kick you off.
Okay.
That promise is
Not
kept.
in this.
You'll give the promise cube back
I'll give you the
for not
promise
kicking
cube
your
back.
guys out.
No.
Okay.
You're going to have to kick off somebody. So
Yeah.
the thing we're talking about here is all of these positions are
Kick
full,
out Edward.
and we've got two
Edward,
incoming officers.
I'll take my promise cube back to not kick you out.
You know, if you're going to allow him to stay to get paid as an officer, then glory to Rome to you, sir. No, you're getting nothing from me. And
No,
you
I'm not
like it.
allowing. It's that I can't. It's that I'm not increasing his exposure. I'm listening. So you want to? Okay.
Yeah, kick out Edward.
All right. Out of
Hold on. You don't have
I'm
to
listening.
honor that.
okay.
I'm just saying.
But you should.
He's hands on the piece, so it's the chess rules. So you want me to kick Edward out of one of his spots?
Out of both of his spots.
Oh, that's more expensive.
One spot. Then.
Okay. I'll kick him out of one spot.
One spot. You put me there.
I'll put you. Well, I only have one choice.
Yep.
Those are the only officers graduating. Okay. I'll kick
Hold
Edward
on.
out of one
Here,
spot.
I'll give you one to.
Do you want to stay in? Do you want to stay in Bombay?
I would like you to not touch my cubes.
I won't touch your cube in Bombay.
My cubes.
Okay.
All of my officers.
Sure. I won't touch your cubes.
So many innuendos.
Your officers will stay.
Where they are currently assigned.
Will remain untouched.
What? Okay.
Okay.
So who's...
I will not
What's-
touch the officers. Would you push this aside?
I knew he was going to do that. Really?
That's
Yeah.
dirty.
It is dirty.
It's dirty. I helped you.
Wow.
He did it anyway.
Oh, oh.
It's
Thank
like-
you.
Wow.
Look at that. There you go.
I made you.
No.
Ash.
Yeah, I know.
I made you.
I know. And I did squat with it too.
Okay, so Director of Trade
Hold on,
has...
again, I was supposed to do these again.
Oh, yeah.
So, hey, no harm, no foul, but yeah, get the hell out. There we go.
Oh, because you were director. of
Oh,
trade.
right, I was.
Oh, well, that
We
changes.
screwed that up every time.
That changes that whole situation.
Oh, the whole negotiation.
Yeah.
It would.
Because I gave her £1, so
Yeah.
I gave her £1 to
There's
put me
that.
into military affairs.
Yeah.
Instead of rewinding all of that,
Right.
can we just have you have that pound
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I
all
have
right,
military
yeah,
affairs?
We're on it.
Yep, you're good. All right, that's
You
fine.
got to own
Sorry,
that
Ryan.
chair.
Yeah.
That's
You gotta
fine.
own that.
Yep. Okay.
All right, are we all square?
Yeah.
I think
Director
we're-
of Trade has nothing to do outside of that, so we're getting right to the presidencies.
Okay.
All right,
you're
go
up
for it,
first.
Ash.
All right.
Go.
I advise you to take out a loan at some point.
Yes, I need to take out.
So this is going to be 5 die rolled
Yep,
because
because he's Hastings.
your money
so
is
he gets,
well spent.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets an extra die to roll.
This is all for trade, by the way. That's a 1.
One
There we go.
succeeded. There you go.
So that's
We've
gonna
had,
be 1, 2,
very
3,
few
4,
fails.
5, 6.
Yep.
Oh, we don't have any goods
Just
this
that
time.
one. No,
so
that's
it's
there's no
top
goods.
2, right?
All right, yeah.
Top
so
2, so
5
17.
Yeah.
All right, now you're going to try again, I assume?
Yeah, I'm actually going to go to Mysore instead.
Okay.
So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not messing around here.
Yeah.
This is Gatling guns and rockets against just piles of rocks. Like
Right.
the people have all been run off already. We're shooting it. It still didn't
Oh
make
my
it.
god.
That was a cannon die.
There.
Nope, that was a cannon die. That's legit. That's war game rules, right?
Well, that's successful.
All right.
I feel dirty about this, but
Yeah, I know.
you should feel a little dirty when you play John Company.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
good.
Just a little.
If you don't, you're not doing it right,
you're
right?
not doing it right.
So plunder 3 will go to officers. So that's
Yep,
6
3
over
for
this
each
way.
officer and
Wow.
3
Yeah.
for
Lead the leader.
Can you
after
get
kicking me
the
out.
governorship?
Of Mysore.
Gross.
There you go. It's the residency, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah, the director. You're right. The director of trade could shift ships from one to another.
There we go.
Shift
Okay.
ships.
Bring it down a little bit. Ash, we'll
Yeah.
know. There you go. There you go. Yep. Cool. Okay. All right. Orange. Cole, you're up.
I am indeed. All right. Well, we are sailing.
Away.
Okay, I'm not just gonna. I think 4 is fine.
4.
Okay.
not
Nope.
so much.
No.
Apparently that was just gas. Oh, this is going
Okay.
to be
now,
a
if
lot
you,
of
do you want
fun.
to take out?
Yes.
How much money do you want to give me?
All of it.
Yep.
All right. So she's gonna
One
take
loan,
out another
put it
debt.
there.
All 5 are
Roll
coming
well.
there. I'm immediately spending all
Oh, God.
5.
Please
Yeah.
fail for the story.
Wow. Failure. Do you know which way
You
India
jinxed
is?
yourself
Oh my
earlier.
Ah.
You
Oh,
Cartographers again?
Yeah.
It's the cartographers. The maps are really bad.
Oh, man.
no.
Really bad.
It's not the way you went, in case you were wondering.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
just as
not how you get
captain
to
goes
India.
away, right?
Yeah.
No.
No?
No orders got disrupted. The captain's still making money, actually.
No,
He'll
you
be
were just
all right.
sitting there costing money. and
Still a
making
drag
money.
on the company.
It's going to be
Exactly.
bad. This is a bad
Yeah.
round. So there's no
No
money here,
money.
no debts to
No.
be taken.
No, I
Nothing's
tried to help
happening
you
here.
We advance.
We advance. All right, presidents,
my.
make monies for your completed orders.
I don't mind if I do.
Oh, wow. That was terrible.
we make monies
This
for
is what
our
happens
ships.
when you put good administrators into posts.
Okay, so make money for taxes. So you make 2.
Darn right I will.
Come on.
Look at him.
Ah.
Look at him.
I've improved it.
Are there other? We didn't pass the Calco Acts. We'll get to the officers in a second. Okay, so now the company has to pay expenses.
Yep.
5 for the debt. We'll start there. And then the military remains huge.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 for the military.
18. So that
Minus
leaves
7.
7 outstanding, which means we will take 2 loans.
Yeah.
Now, what I'll say about this,
Do we need to
like,
mark them?
you can't, you put the loans there. We don't have to immediately pay for the loans,
Yeah.
but we can't allocate this money. But I think we have some remaining expenses. We have 3 ships.
3
Yep.
lost time.
Yeah.
So 3
there
last
we go.
time, which brings it to 0.
Okay.
Why did we
ships
get
get paid
Captain
now?
get
Hold on.
paid
Why
for
did
the
we get
ships.
3 for the 2 loans?
Because
that's
we had to
what
pay 7.
7,
Gotcha.
10.
Okay. Oh, for 10. Right.
Yeah, and you can never use excess emergency funds to pay out.
Our captain.
It gets
right?
allocated
Yes.
immediately
Two to-
if it's
two.
if it's
Two,
laying around.
2 per ship. The captains
Yep.
get paid now, correct?
Yep. Captains.
Okay.
I already got paid for mine.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cole's taking care of himself.
All right,
I'm
yeah.
taking care of
I'm
we
glad
buy
you're
that.
watching.
Good, we're
Yeah.
watching.
Okay, I think those are all the expenses.
I feel like there's only
Everybody
two
has to
people
pay.
still running the
Yeah,
company.
and we-
the
And
building's
everybody
just
else is
empty.
like, they're
to pay for
beach, they're
captains.
gone.
We already did.
Did
Yep,
we?
Yep, that brought us to 0. So no dividends can be paid. The shareholders are upset.
So did the officers get their money?
Officers
Yes.
are not.
Oh, the
No,
officers
we
should get
just
their
did
money.
that.
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
you
Right,
did
yeah.
captains.
Or
Yeah.
sorry, I meant
Captains
yeah,
got
so
their money.
I get my
Captains.
Right, so yeah,
officers
officers
Oh,
get
now,
their money.
yeah.
Okay, we
$4,
are.
please.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Ash got rich.
Yeah, you
I
did.
He
did.
got rich. Okay.
I paid for it too.
We
Yeah.
in
did
case
not
you were
pay,
wondering.
so the share price falls to
To
3.
3, yeah.
Next turn, the shareholders are angry, so we will be forced to pay a dividend, which is basically like an expense.
8,
Yeah.
9, 10, 11, 12,
Um,
13. We need $14 just to cover our monthly nut.
We need
There you go.
more than that.
Oh,
because
there
of
and that.
And this.
What about
Oh,
that?
that. Oh, God.
Well, no, we already knocked that down.
No,
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 for,
for
next,
next
turn.
Oh, for next time.
Next turn
Yeah.
will be available.
Oh, it's not happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Nope.
that we're
Yep,
rushing
nope,
right into
nope,
it.
nope.
Okay, so no money to allocate. We now go to the next event card.
Okay. Oh boy.
All right.
Is that-
Three events.
Oh, this is a big one.
Okay.
So first,
3
elephant is going to go on a walk, 3 steps.
So hold on. He was in.
Oh, you're
Mysore.
right. He was in Mysore. He stays on Mysore, and now he goes on his walk. The walk starts with Region 5.
So
Bengal.
2 dice.
2 dice. We're taking the high roll. You can roll, Edward. That's a 5. Good thing we didn't sail. We would have
Yep.
lost some ships. Then India, if it weren't in chaos, would tilt
sink
there.
into chaos.
And then Region
6
6
to
is Bombay. Bad things here too.
3.
5.
Five.
That's a revolt.
Revolt.
5, yeah.
So the way the revolt works is the strength of the revolt is the die rolled. So the
Okay.
strength of the revolt is 5.
Okay.
You have to put it down. Only the governor can put it down. We're not going to be able to put it down.
All right.
So basically, if there were money here, it couldn't be used.
Okay.
These
it would be
4
in the
aren't
office.
enough.
All right.
So Bombay breaks away.
I just can't send
Yeah,
any more at
that
all.
disrupts 2 orders,
Wow.
and those orders were the 2 and the 3. Is that
Yep,
right?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
So all these ships are gone.
Cool.
Now
Nope. Hold on. The
No.
4, and then he has a choice of
He has a
which one to
choice.
get rid of.
Oh, I'm definitely not losing mine.
Yeah,
we're gonna
that
do
seems right.
So those
There you go.
boats are gone.
Chips. There we go.
Yep. And then this guy, that guy gets a black disc.
Okay.
So the way the black discs work, this is our first one. This office has been eliminated. So what will happen is this guy basically auto retires. But if he
cool.
wants to score, he has to spend an additional 2 because he's been.
I'm so glad I paid bribe money to stay
Nice.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You,
Okay.
and
was
you
magical.
did. You
So
almost
that
paid
was
double
only
bribe.
the second
Yeah.
event.
Yes.
And there's a
and
third event.
Hold
in
on. That
region-
was
That was
6
six,
going to
so up to
7. Going to
7,
sin.
roll the 2. And
3.
that's 3, which is a
Another
revolt. So
revolt.
the sin breaks away from the Mughal Empire.
Okay.
So
done.
lots of things going on.
Okay, so then the attrition rolls, remember the -1, so it's actually 3, 4, 5. So, Chairman.
Did this change though?
No,
Because we had that.
no, because the
nothing changed in
revolts.
the balance. Okay.
So,
Yep.
3 or
And
higher.
actually,
you retire.
Oh, 3 or higher now retiring.
okay, so one thing that was slightly wrong, there was a revolt here, and that's an elephant redirect. So
Oh,
instead
okay.
of the event going from region
To
6 to
sin.
7, it goes to the lowest dominated region.
Oh, boy.
It's here,
So now
4,
we roll
so it
2
would have
die
gone.
again.
Okay.
and then we go here, and it's a
For
4,
which is
which
a
is a
revolt.
revolt.
which is another revolt, and we definitely. Oh, so we wouldn't have spent it earlier, so we can now spend our army.
Okay.
To
To put
keep
down
it
the
in.
revolt.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, got it. Okay.
And these are just
So,
exhausted.
3 or higher,
So it's not.
and you're out.
You're out. Okay.
Okay.
Good
and
to get
for
out.
me,
Yes.
this is a 4 or higher, right? For the, yeah.
There
I'm
you
out.
go. You're out.
You're out. Oh,
Okay. This is 4 or higher, right?
Out.
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 Wow.
Oh boy.
Leaving. It's you, Edward.
3.
You're in, and then here, and then you're gonna automatically did.
Nope, I'm
Yep.
safe.
And then people out here. So Ash, you've got 2 rolls. Jess, you have 1. Again, the order
that
of these
guy's out.
doesn't matter because they're going to resolve in order no matter who retires.
You're out.
Yep.
Yeah, Bombay survived because we were unable to use the armies
3
to put down
remains,
the
right?
first revolt,
Mhm.
so
Okay,
they were
for
held in
senior-
reserve.
No, Mysore was saved, not Bombay.
Yeah, oh yeah. So yeah, Mysore is safe. So
Right.
Bombay revolted.
Needed 5, we only had 4.
Yeah, we only had 4, so we couldn't put it down. And then the elephant got redirected to Mysore, so Mysore revolts, But because we had those troops in reserve, we were able to use it too.
You're welcome.
There you go. Yep. There we go.
And so is a 3 retirement here or
No,
for
6,
zero?
5 or 6
Five.
on that. Okay.
All right, lots of retirements.
Chairman, go for it.
Yep.
Spend your money.
Here
Money,
for
money.
3.
Okay. Then for me, I am such a pauper. That'll be another 3.
Yep.
I'm just gonna put that guy on the club. Someone's got to be in the club.
All right, Paint. Ash, what you
I'll
doing?
be joining you in the club, most likely.
Here?
So for pink,
3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15.
I'm just trying to make sure that I have enough over here as well.
Oh, okay.
Who's got my?
Yeah, you know what?
cubes? Oh,
So-
you've got one.
3, 6, 9, 10, 11. This will be another member in the House of Lords.
For 11, okay. Then following around those.
This guy here.
Here, save.
No, this guy. I have to
Yeah,
pay
sorry.
2 extra to
That's
even
right.
get him anything.
So you
So
could
this will be-
spend 3, 4.
That would be 4 to get a point.
Or the later guy, I can just spend him 2 for it. So
Yeah,
no,
that
he's
makes
done.
sense. So
He's
yeah,
done.
He just comes
he's
home?
toast.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Jess.
He's the guy who lost ball.
It's coming back to me.
Okay. And Ash.
Over here, that's going to be, I'll pay 2 to get in the club.
Okay. All right. So there's retirement or attrition, as it were. The local news says it starts at 0, actually. Thank you.
That was a rough run in
Yeah,
the chairmanship.
Yeah, it was. All right. So, Board of Control. After every vote on a law, including this one, the single player with the most political power may force the office holder to vacate. That office holder may score if £2 is paid to the player who selected him.
So the way this works is basically the person who has the most votes. That exercises the most votes, that's the political power. They get to choose an office. That office vacates, and then if they want, they can pay that player 2 and score it. And then also, of course, paying the price to score.
And when you say score it,
I mean attrition. So
Okay.
as an example, if I had the most votes, I could say, Edward, you're out. If you give me 2, you have the option of scoring this cube.
okay.
Yeah.
You know what sucks? I have the most votes. I think 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I'm tied. Okay, what happens in a tie here? Cole?
Yeah, because
What
you have
happens
4
then?
as well.
You have
both
4. You and I both have 4.
Neither one of us would have the most.
Actually, so does Jess.
And
Never mind.
it's the most spent on the law.
interesting.
So
Gotcha.
you'd have to spend money then
Right.
to get it.
Okay.
But for the law, you're talking about company votes.
Yep.
My
Yeah.
mistake. Sorry.
Okay, so starting with the chairperson, which
All right.
was Jess.
So
How
yes
do
or
you
no?
vote?
All right.
Hey,
so what's the
Tesla,
impact?
take care, man.
1.
Yes, military overspending is what hurt the company the most, right?
Yep. Yeah, and we it was
Yep.
that, and I think
Really?
we this was a rare game where we could have probably sailed it through, but then
Yep.
we failed a couple other critical rolls.
2 massive
2
rolls.
massive rolls.
So
and
the
then
odds were grossly in our favor.
Yeah. And that plus like a lack of reinvestment meant that things were going to tighten up. Now,
Yeah.
if the company does lose its monopoly in the campaign game, the rules for failure get loosened quite a bit, so the company won't outright fail. It just becomes so powerless that it doesn't become a useful engine anymore.
So I have 4 votes. You're the only one in there that would want to pay 2 to go out, but you don't.
But
have
I don't
money.
have 2, right?
No.
So I'm indifferent.
No, I think everybody's indifferent.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It would. So if it doesn't pass, then goods go up for $1.
Yeah.
I'll just do.
Yeah, that makes a little
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, drop me 4. I'm not.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
Lower.
So okay, it's not
Yeah.
gonna pass.
Yep.
There we
it's
go.
not passing.
And this is just the way you can see the kind of negotiations spooling up here at the end. This is why the last round usually goes so fast.
Yep.
Okay,
Because
cool.
People,
All right,
their
so-
position
It's kinda
solidified.
just-
Right?
Exactly.
Refresh. All the exhausted
Yep,
military comes out.
Boy,
No
there's not-
ships.
No,
There's
Oh,
no,
there's a
yeah,
good-
no contracts to refresh.
There we
Does
go.
the officer
Oops.
go away?
He moves over. He'll be assigned.
All right.
He's
Yeah.
been
Okay.
trained.
All right.
So Jess, you start out with family. Place it
Um,
around the outside.
Yep.
You can buy a house. Now's the
Really-
time.
I don't.
I do not have the money.
Nope. I have no money for that. And nothing else. For
I'd planned on. Yeah, it's a lot more. By the end of the company, the tea trade was the only thing holding up the East India
Yeah.
Company from like the 1790s, like especially when the company deregulates in India, which happens, I think, at first 1815, I might plus or minus a year, they don't deregulate the China trade because that's what was paying the bills. So it didn't actually...
They didn't actually deregulate.
Yeah, there was
meaningful, right?
And this is shown with the
That was a
Catherines,
cool
like
question.
the India trade was so weak by that point that the China trade was what mattered. Hit me, Jess.
All right, so the question is, I have to place though, right? Like, regardless,
Right.
even though there's
You have to take a
nothing
family action.
really for me to do. I can't pay anything. So
Do
I'm
some
just-
riders.
Yeah,
That's
enjoy
it.
that side.
That's
it.
Yep. So, you know what? I'm only going to place one.
Yeah.
There you go. Done. If you'll excuse me, let me run out. Be right back.
Ugh. Got nothing. It's kind of all set. We'll just stick it.
Yep, that's just
Yeah,
place
it's kind
one
of
and
like
write
a null. It's a little null action.
Mm-hmm.
Buying a house.
Yeah.
You have the money for it?
Can I
Going back.
buck
Yeah.
that?
Because the company won't be able to fail this turn. Yeah, we'll staff it up, but
Actually, I have a dumb question.
Mm-hmm.
Would anyone want to buy my cube for 2?
buy your cube for 2. What do you mean? Oh, like put it
No, I
somewhere.
don't have to.
Yeah, I don't know.
For me, and how
Nope.
it's not two.
Yeah, I gotta
don't wanna
just,
buy
I
it,
gotta hold
so-
my
Nope.
money.
Don't want it.
Good.
Yeah, the scores are somewhat tight.
I was going to buy a share, but
Yeah. Oh yeah, but if we would have all put our money together, we could have done that. But it's a little late. Okay, so company phase, we can just start filling vacancies, I guess.
so chairman, we vote there.
Oh yeah, and we're going to need Edward for that. Yeah, yes, the American tea trade was not terribly profitable.
Yep.
The United States was not a very good colony after the French and Indian War. It was very expensive to. It's just too big to defend, and the military it costs a lot of money. So like, and then they didn't want to be taxed for some reason. So they were spending a lot of money, not getting a lot of return. Let's see. Yeah, I can talk a little bit while Edward's gone. I'll talk a little bit about how the deregulated game works. So what would happen, there are 2 different ways the deregulated game happens. In the campaign, it's an event that occurs and there's no choice. There's also a scenario where you vote on an event. When the company struggles, the players can decide to deregulate it. And what players can do is they can spend 3 of their pounds to turn their family into a firm.
Oh, cool.
Firms have a treasury, so basically at that point, a couple of little things change about the way the game goes. There's a card, I think it's still in the box, that will cover this up and that provide the extra rules. The big change on gameplay is now the family round, the family phase is multiple rounds of play, and you go kind of until everybody passes. And the way firms work is basically players can now purchase goods and they can purchase ships. And when they do that, they actually take those pieces into their firms. They also they'll have their own treasury, and then when they pass during the family round, they get to. So yeah, this is during deregulation. When they pass, they get to attempt to complete orders. Now that means that player firms are completing orders here, and the company hasn't even gotten the chance to start doing it. So the company will go into it with the players already ahead. The big problem is they have to spend money like everyone else, so you don't have a lot of money, especially if you started your firm. So you get something else you can give to other players. You can auction off, or you can do whatever you want. If someone invests in your company, like if I can convince Ash to provide the actual operating costs. Oh gosh, where was that guy? Oh, that was our turn marker.
Yep. It's 6.
So if Ash gave me a bunch of money, I could give him 20 or 30% of my company. What you're fighting against, and I don't know where it's in the rule book. It's also on the little card. There is an expectation for a company based on how many regions are open, and you have to pay out dividends of that size.
Oh, wow.
And if you can't compete, then your company falls apart, and this percentage determines the money that you're going to get back.
Sure, yeah.
So you could even like take all the money out and then put it right back in, but you just have to show that you can do the flow.
Interesting.
So the players who control the company will aggressively open to make it harder for the private companies. to survive.
Interesting. Okay.
But we're not touching any of that because it's too much. For people that want to jump right into it, the post-company scenario begins with the
deregulation.
with deregulation. So the company's actually pretty healthy. It's not that healthy. The company could survive, but players can also start firms right away.
Is the company in the
Chairman.
post Monopoly scenario?
Yeah.
Is the company in better shape than we're in, or worse?
The company
now?
has a much lower overhead.
Okay.
So it can make money if players decide to buy
So
shares.
decide to invest money into it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right. So we are doing the chairman election,
Okay.
Yes.
and Jess, you have the first nomination. This round will tend to go pretty fast because most of us are broke.
That's true.
And we're mostly auctioning final rolls. Just worth keeping.
I
in
would
mind.
like to be chairman. I haven't been in this game.
Oh yeah,
Cole, you have some of my cubes.
I do.
Do you want to be chairman?
Do I want to be chairman? Yeah, I will.
2, 4, 6, 7.
Okay.
It
How
requires
about
4
this?
votes.
How about this? If you make him chairman
Okay.
for the price of my promise cube, I will give yours back.
That's not a bad.
A three-way deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
You hold on. That would be.
Yep. We're
Yes,
we're
that would
still
be
going.
4 votes.
We have
then
one
that
more
would be
turn
enough.
left. We'll probably
Yes.
finish in
Okay,
about 15
deal.
minutes.
All
That'll
right.
work.
I nominate Edward.
There you go. So
It's
I'm
me.
nominated.
Which way do you
So
think
that's
this
3
is
votes
split
for
again?
Edward.
Right. So
Yep.
there you go.
And a fourth?
Cole. And there you go.
We're all square. Good.
Yep.
I'm chairman.
We're all clean house. Yep. So I recommend people start with the early company, and then I would say jump right to the post company. And then if you don't have time, the mid company game, it takes a lot of the drama of the long game and just
Direct
shortens
trade.
it to a 6-turn game.
Okay, so I have to. All right, cool. Sorry, guys. I had to take care of some heavy con stuff that was time sensitive. I apologize. All right, so director of trade. So that would come from
Senior offices, you have only one
one
there's only
choice.
one choice.
So it's
this
a
guy goes up.
non-decision.
Yeah,
Right
non-decision.
there you go.
Then these are decisions.
Okay.
Right,
Those
because
two.
those are all from here.
Yeah, because we don't have any senior
we have a
offices
senior
left.
there.
Oh, yeah, we do. We do. So yeah, you could have picked either one of those, but you wouldn't want to pick yourself.
Right, I wouldn't. So
You can
no,
promote yourself right now though, without nepotism.
Because there's no other senior.
That's
and
it.
I would happily.
Yeah, you have to actually. There's no choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So
Okay,
now,
I'll take one, but
so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots. Anybody wanna buy?
no.
That's the thing. Unless it's funded, it doesn't do any good. So
That's actually a
There's
really
no
good point,
money.
and there's
There's
no
no
money.
We started the
No.
game at about 12:30.
However,
that's not true.
I can take
I
a
started
loan.
teaching at
Right.
about 12:30, 12:15.
So there's that.
Yep.
Right?
I'll give you one to be the Madras presidency, and since I'm a skilled administrator, it's actually money well spent.
Deal. Take
Both ways
it.
round.
Go for it. Okay. And
As long as you fund it
China.
for me to do anything
You know
with
what?
it.
Here, I want to return the favor. There you go.
All right, the
and,
director.
now,
Yay.
and now,
Director of Trade.
Yeah,
there you go.
Mind
Go
what I
for
do.
it.
Okay.
Because the company's out of money, like
Right.
a lot of these are just how many dice are we going to roll at the end to determine final retirements.
Yep, that's it.
Like, there's no way the company's going to be able to pay its expenses this turn.
Yeah.
So we will be somewhat skipping.
A lot of it. All right, that's all the promotions done. Starting with the ship purchasing officer. No.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm going
sorry.
to send myself. Get out of here. Actually, let me
Yeah, hold on. Really, him?
Yeah, for really,
Her?
really pink.
do this.
Oh,
Thank
come
you.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rational play is appreciated.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, taxes.
Whoa, not yet. Oh, yeah, wait. These are bump. You're not going to take
Were
any
you going to
debt?
fund this? I can run this with.
It doesn't matter. Any money that we earn is going to be eaten up immediately
Right.
by expenses.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
But
well,
There is an
Hold on.
exception.
I didn't
Oh, wait,
understand
no, there
that. I
is
wouldn't
an
have paid you
exception.
for it then.
Wait. We forgot to fill some positions.
Where? Oh,
These need to, at least these two are going to get filled.
there they are.
Yeah.
But that would have happened before I started filling this, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So Edward,
So I
that's
would
your,
have,
that's your
right.
pool to pull from.
Well, and yeah. So Edward, you're picking for these two first.
Right. So
We're having to go back to just a little bit to fill some positions that were left empty. Yep,
Done.
we can take
Okay.
a loan. There will probably be 1 or 2 loans taken for the purposes of conquest, I would guess.
okay, and then the last two.
Just
We're still up here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
okay.
here, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
Yeah.
because now, whoop, go.
But this couldn't have been moved because there was no.
Oh,
in
you're
the-
right.
in the
It's got
office.
stuck. Very good point.
Yep.
Okay. So now we're running through it. So
I could take a loan. What would the purpose be? How could I get money out of it? Is the question.
You would
where do you
reconquer
have
Bombay, right?
officers?
Huh?
Where do you have officers? Here. You could take out a loan in an attempt to attack Bengal.
All right. So a loan would be for $5.
Yeah, that's not a bad move for you.
Right.
Why
So-
wouldn't he spend it to reconquer Bombay?
Because I'm not
Because
there.
he's not going to
Is
get any
the-
plunder money.
Oh, I see.
So okay. So we'll take a loan.
Okay, that's 5.
Okay. Which the 5 then minus the 2 gives us 3.
So yeah, so Bengal, yep, defensive 2. You can also spend all of this, so we're at 3.
Oh, let's go. Because so
Yeah.
we're at 3.
These guys, we may need them in the defense for the final elephant
But I don't
movements,
care
but-
about that.
Okay,
So
you're right. Because yeah,
right.
yeah, it's tricky
You
because
should.
the elephant could go here and something bad could happen here,
And then
and
redirect
then
the
you would get kicked out. But
That's a fair point.
yeah, but I
So,
think
I wouldn't
bet
have paid
3,
him for something
that's
that I
5
would
dice.
But wasn't Bombay
yeah,
dead?
5 dice.
Because
Um,
you...
There you
It's
go.
over there now.
Oh,
That's
you're
my
right,
question.
you're right, you're right,
That's
you're
what I'm
right.
asking is
This
why
is
wouldn't
not-
you use
That
that?
wasn't
But that was
there.
only for that turn.
Okay,
Yeah, what
so
are we
then you
doing?
go there.
This is here, and so he
And
does.
there.
Promote your guy there.
There we go.
And
Now-
so
But it
that's my
still
question:
doesn't
is
matter.
why wouldn't you use this office to conquer Bombay with
Because
a defensive 1 and
Because I don't
conquer
have
2?
any. I don't have
oh,
any.
It's
you're
still stuck.
right. You're right. Okay, I'm going to alter it. We're kind of messing
Yeah,
this
that
up
was-
a little bit. Okay, so apologies. This office no longer existed, which
Oh.
caused some problems. So that's gone. Now, let's back a little bit. So before the loan gets taken out,
Yep.
this person does have a choice. You're right. Because you can only use this campaign to attack Bombay, but Bombay is now available for attack.
Because it wasn't there.
Right.
And it's weak.
And you have a ton of military.
Yeah. So here's the thing.
How does that
You're not
help
going to
me?
get any money
Right.
No.
unless these guys pay you to do it.
Which.
So
I,
he's going to be making. If you conquer Bombay, he's making 4, and Nate's making 2.
can you take the one that I gave you for this office that was never going to get funded, and this to?
No, that
Okay.
ship sailed.
Okay.
Um.
They can give you 3.
Yeah.
If they split their money,
Give you a buck.
Hold on.
I
3.
gave you about.
like total. So he'd give you. I think a fair deal. Ash give you 2. Nathan give you 1. Out of the money of the plunder.
So you could do it
That's
out
a better
of
deal
one.
because then we're protected.
Yeah, it's
assuming
out of
that
what
he-
comes.
But it cost me money.
Doesn't cost you any money.
Oh,
It's the
sure it
loan
does.
that you're
That
taking out of the
cost
company.
because how much would I be getting
Because-
if I were to conquer Bengal?
Well, you're going to do both.
Because you can take
Because you've got this big army.
Oh, because I can take dual loans.
Well, you don't
No.
need to
Oh, I
take
don't
two.
need
You
one.
need to
Oh,
just-
well,
yeah, you
yeah,
don't need
yeah,
to
That's
one.
right.
Yeah, that's
To
so. Yeah, what
initiate
we were
this
talking
campaign.
Or
about. Yeah.
just, yeah.
So if
Um,
that's the case, if
what
you're
we're saying
willing,
is that.
if you're willing to
The Bombay
do
presidency is still around because Bombay has Mysore inside it. So like it's a weird thing that's happened where like
Here's a
it's
buck for you.
Bombay.
So-
and
I already paid you.
no, it's going to be 2 more
Out
from
of
you
the-
and 1 from Nathan.
I don't have 2 more.
You will
No,
for
but you
out of the
will.
proceeds.
Out of the proceeds. Okay,
Right.
sure, yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be so campaigning. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll do 1 of the armies as well. So that's going to be a total of 5 dice minus the 1. See,
There you go.
I
Oh,
just
you're
yeah.
very good at your job.
Okay.
All right, so
Obviously.
I assume you guys are going to hold to your word.
So 1 and 2 from Ash.
So
There you go.
that's
Yep, we're good.
and then you guys get your money. Here's
Yep.
your 1,
There we go.
and there's your 2. Okay, and then that gets conquered again. Boom. Put that office back out there.
Yep.
All right, now over here,
Where did it go?
he's got it. You have the governorships,
Right. Oh.
I believe. Okay, so nothing can happen here unless you take out a loan, which I imagine you won't do. You could attempt to. Nope, there's no conquering. Some of the provincial offices have campaign actions, others don't. This one does not.
Here
That's
we
the
will.
presidency. Here you will. Okay, so I assume you're going to do the same thing?
Yep. So that's going to be a total of 5, 6, 7, minus 2, which is 5 dice.
It's 2 to 1 for mercenaries.
That's right. So if I spent 4, so that'd be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
So that's 4
7.
dice.
7.
5 dice?
Yeah,
We'll
5 dice. It's
just
unnecessary, but
There you go.
that's
You're
fine.
successful in it, and then every officer makes 2 plunder.
Yep.
Okay, so you get that, and I get 4. All right.
And does that conquer Bengal and create
That
the
conquers
office?
Bengal too.
Although it's a cow's opinion, right? Okay.
All right, so we have done pretty much everything. The China office would act, but they've got no money. They never got funded. Whole game. All right, so we're going to do this phase a little abridged because there is no way the company could meet its expenses. So instead, players are going to get their money. So get $1 for every officer you've got.
Okay.
Oops, that's 3.
One.
$3, please.
There you go.
2 for ships.
Yep, 2 for each ship. My ship got lost, sadly. And then if you're a governor, you can go ahead and direct that money. So 1 for you, Edward.
Yep. Thank you.
2 for Jess.
And Jess makes 2. So you go from there. All right. And then the company cannot pay it. There's a bailout. Now, when a bailout happens, everybody with 1 share loses that share. Everybody with 2 shares goes down to 1 share.
Wow.
And what if you have more than 1 share?
Then you just go down to 1 share.
Oh, so if you had 6 shares,
You'd go down,
Down
to
to
1.
one.
Yeah. Yeah, this would be a very bad way for the company to go.
right? Okay.
Shouldn't it be the Madras residency? Yes, it should be.
But yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
it
the wrong
doesn't-
card.
yeah, it's
so
the wrong
don't-
card.
Oh,
let's-
yeah, that's how-
Go ahead.
And I think, yeah, the Madras residency is also a residency, so it wouldn't have
Doesn't
changed.
have camp.
We're all fighting over it.
There we go.
All right, so it wouldn't have changed, but good catch. Okay, so all right, so that's the company's very upset. Everyone's upset. Event card does get flipped,
Okay.
and the game will end at attrition. So here's the last one. It's the acts of enclosure.
All right. So 2 here.
So we'll do these real fast. First, the event runs to Bengal,
it's 2
and we
go
roll
for
2
it.
dice.
Yep.
I'll roll it. So
3.
we got a 3. A 3 is Bengal flips. How lucky for us.
Wow.
If we would have 4, we might have been in trouble. And then, well, trouble.
And then off to 6.
Off to 6. Oh wait, no. So it flipped. Whoa, ignore that.
So
Flipped.
flip moved us
Yeah.
back
So
to
we're rolling a single
single die
die
now.
because
so
it
we're
flipped.
out of chaos.
So now we're out of chaos. Roll a die.
3.
It's 3.
This flips.
That flips, which would push us back into chaos, but it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we do attrition.
And attrition, same thing. 3, 4, 5. And this is the whole reason I wanted to be chairman, hoping to get kicked out.
Let's see.
Yep. So go ahead and roll for your attrition. I do not
Okay.
have any guys.
Can I have my reroll?
No. Wait, 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 wait.
I was hoping he'd forget.
Yeah, no,
I was
yeah,
hoping
no.
he'd forget.
You already gave him one.
You want to give me?
Oh.
How much is it worth to me? Give me 3 for the reroll. You're the chairman.
But the problem,
How about this? Give me 3 if you're successful. Like you can have the reroll, and if you're successful,
Oh, wow.
you
This
give
is
me
gonna be
3.
fun to watch.
And if you're not
Yeah.
successful, you don't have to give me anything.
so
Non-binding.
So hold on.
I
So
know.
this comes down to 3 points right there if I get it. But that's on a 5 or a 6,
Oh.
and I have the $9.
Okay, wait. There was a point that I was
executive
going through fast. So because there was a bailout,
Oh, okay.
basically all of the
It costs $2 extra.
Oh, wow.
yeah. So all of these guys are getting
I'll dole them out.
yeah.
Oh, they're all getting kicked out
They're all getting
automatically.
kicked out.
yeah.
Yeah, because you guys.
Yeah. Thank you
And
for
did
saying
they
that.
get the
I
disc
was-
as well?
costs an
Let me
extra
double
2.
check that. I can't
So no
remember.
That's required.
So why can't I remember this? Yes. So yeah, essentially the black disc. You don't have to put it on there. Just
It's
you have to
implied.
pay
There you
2.
go.
You have to
Okay.
pay 2. Yes. Thank you.
So,
And so there's no recording. We're looking at the chat. We see
yep,
you.
there you go. All right, so green, start there. Seniors, 5 or 6.
Yep.
Not out. For me, I really want to get kicked out.
Or who doesn't?
Nope. Okay. And then here.
Oh, they're in
green
China,
again?
yeah.
Yep. Ah,
There it is.
Okay.
good.
Okay.
Out
Yep.
and
I get 1.
hold on.
Oh yeah. This
is a big one
order
for me.
matters.
Yes.
Okay. Nothing. I will use my newspaper. Dang it.
All right.
All right. So.
And that's it.
Go ahead and do your scoring. I imagine there's not a lot of negotiation. I'm sitting on a lot of money, but I.
So I'm sitting on 9, which would be right here for the senior, which would be 3 points.
Right.
Whereas I have 2 executives, which cost me 5 each to get 2 points. So yeah, I'm basically just
Doing
there
that.
for 9,
then
and
those
these
guys are
guys
just
come
going home in
Yep,
disgrace.
There, and there. Tail between their legs. Done.
Yeah, but that 2 point playthrough really hurts.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Lee's, actually, we are going to be doing a root playthrough
Yep.
in
Sometime.
sometime.
Yeah, sometime.
Yes, we are.
Well,
If you come to HeavyCon, you can play it with the meeples.
I'm one short of getting 3 points out of my 3 retirees, and so instead I'll just get the 2.
I'm just sitting on a big old pile of money that I can't do anything with.
That's gross.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
All right.
All right.
So it's me.
So,
5.
yep, there you go. I
Yep.
got you. So that's a senior. That's, and it doesn't
5.
cost the extra because he's not an executive, right? Or
No.
she, how
Yep.
it were. All right. And
All
that's
right.
it.
So game's over after attrition.
Okay.
So we can
So
do
no
a
local
final,
news.
No
Okay.
local news, and we can do a final tally.
All right. Yeah. So, Cole, why don't you start?
Yeah, let's see. I'll tally my score here. So I have 2 manners for a total of 4 points. I have no shares, so that I have
So that's 5,
5 points,
7,
7 points,
9,
9 points,
14.
14.
There you go. 14 for Cole.
Hooray!
There you go. 14 for Cole. Ash, go for it.
All right, so I have
There you
2
go.
in the House of Lords is 10, 3 in the House of Commons makes it 16, and 1 club membership makes it 17.
All right. Well, that's going to make this system not work quite as well.
17.
That's why I was going to use money.
Okay,
Oh,
fine.
yeah, that's-
All right,
that
so
makes
7.
sense.
We can
17.
we can remember. Someone in chat can remember.
Yeah, there you go. 17
This
for
is your
Ash.
job.
Yeah.
Nathan,
Seven.
cheater.
I don't know if I'm going to be running
12,
the game at
12.
Origins.
15, 16, 17, 18,
Uh,
19, 20, 21, 22, 23,
24.
24.
Wow.
Wow.
For it being too late to play a Promise Cube, it is literally when like that phase has advanced. So there's some good
Jess?
sportsmanship required
5,
for it.
8, 10, 12,
Another
20.
8.
Yeah.
Yep. 20 for Jess.
Nice.
And I'm looking at 2, 4. So there's 10, 18.
Wow.
So final scores then 17.
14.
Oh,
No,
14,
14.
sorry.
14, 17, 18, 20,
20.
24.
There you go.
24.
All right.
There it is.
Hey, thanks for teaching, Cole.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
yeah, that was
so
good
much.
stuff, man.
So
I appreciate
great.
you taking this on.
Yeah.
And that I think this is if you have a teacher who's played it a few times. We
We
I
came
think
in at
this-
4 hours, which really isn't bad.
Because the
Yeah.
stream
And
adds an
we
hour.
I also
and the
I
adds
talked a
an hour.
little bit. Yeah, I think that it's a very reasonable single evening teach.
Yeah. And hopefully the playthrough being out there now for folks, again, read the rule book, come watch the playthrough,
Right.
then it'll give context for what it is that you're reading, right? So Ash, it's your first game, go for it.
So, all the other times when we talk about a game after we play, it's kind of in a vacuum, right? We're here on the stream and we talk about it, and we share our thoughts. It's something entirely different to be talking about the game sitting right next to the designer. No, please stay. Because so here's the thing. It's doubly different because I know you as a designer approach this as one would approach, a research paper where you have a thesis for your design, you have a
Right.
question that you're intending the game to ask, and as with any creative pursuit, you have the thing you're trying to make it say,
Right.
but you're not in control of how others interpret it. And so there's the two things. And so I'm going to say what I think it's saying, and then I'm going to ask you at some point, or I'd like to, what you're wanting the game to say, or what question, because
Sure.
the way you say it is, what question is this trying to explore?
Right.
And so for me, I feel like the game is, this is different than how I normally talk about games, just because, haha. I feel like the game is saying, how greedy can we manage to be and still not sink the ship?
Right.
I feel like that's kind of the question that the game is talking about. And, the graft along the way and all of us, maybe not actually playing things optimally because, for the company, because it's better for us. And so I I think that's a really interesting question to ask.
Right.
The game obviously is fabulous and gorgeous and is a blast too. And this is coming
thanks.
from the guy who 20 years ago was extorting people in Catan 4 resources to 1 to trade them what they wanted.
There's a lot of that. Yeah.
And so, so as a question of how greedy can we be, or can we rein in our greed for kind of our own mutual benefit?
So-
is a really interesting question.
So something I'll say about argument. I think that the difference between, as someone who's written research papers and also done games, the difference in those forms for me is with the paper, the argument is a lot more fixed. And with a game, it's more about trying to represent the pressures.
Sure.
So people can respond to those pressures differently. I've encountered some groups that play this like a co-op. It's very strange.
Okay.
But, and that's, I think the game is capacious enough for it. It's not
It gives the
optimal
framework.
play
Right.
at all. And I think the early company scenario, you don't see. So there was something that happened at the very beginning that determines the entire character of the early company scenario. Whether or not Maratha revolts.
Okay.
Because what that will do is tilt it in the game into chaos early, which means there's less money in the game, and it's the very first event, and there's a 4 in 6 chance it happens because that's what happened historically. So in games where Maratha revolts, people are friends longer.
Gotcha. Right. They need
Because,
to be.
because
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
have
they're
to shore it
trying
up.
to-
Yeah.
In games where it doesn't happen, we all eat each other apart
Sure.
earlier on.
Huh. Oh, I love it. I mean, I'm a bit biased. Known Cole for a long time, but
Again,
I mean, it
that
hits all the
college
right stuff
buddy
I love.
thing. Yeah,
yeah. No, it's great. I love it. I haven't played it enough to understand all the intricacies, and I would love to do more of the scenarios. But I mean, it hits all the right buttons for me. I like it.
We're doing some post Monopoly games over HeavyCon. So.
Yes.
Nice. So how about you, Jess?
I love historical games, so that made me attracted to John Company right away. But then just the negotiation and that's fun. I can't believe people play it as a co-op though. I can't imagine.
That's the thing. I can see that where
Yeah.
you take the traditional German euro that's everyone working within their box, and then
Yeah.
just suddenly thrown into the box. And if you bring the baggage of anti-confrontationalism with it, then
Yeah.
you're all going to try
Right.
to work together
Try
and
to
kind
work
of
And then
shepherd
so
the thing
people
through.
will do things like how they don't think about how much higher is my score than yours. They think about how high can you get the score,
Sure.
which
Okay.
It's all relative.
it's a different. It's a
I
different.
don't care if you
Yeah.
have a score
That's
one.
a way
If you
to
score
play.
0,
Yes, and
still bored.
I have
right?
seen. I can't remember if I've seen a non-positive winning score, but I have seen people win with like a point or 0. That's not even uncommon.
Which you gotta like, right?
Oh, yeah, I love that.
Because you're a sadist.
I
You
am.
Yeah.
really are, right?
Yeah, I love
For me, the game is so. I mentioned this earlier during the stream. This was the one. I'm not intimidated by High Frontier. Some of the big war games, maybe, but for a Euro style, whatever. This was the one game that when I was learning it with Cole at BGG, it was me, Nathan, Nicole, and a couple other folks. I'm watching this and I'm going. I'm looking at it from, okay, how do I stream this? And I was like, nope,
Yeah.
not gonna do it, not at all. And I was like, Cole, you coming to HeavyCon this year? How about you come in a little early and let's stream this? Because there were so many. I don't want to call it fiddly, but but it really
No, it's
is.
fiddly.
It really is. And there's so many things, especially when it comes to the die rolling and the revolts and how it affects this and keeping the flow of the game running. I was like, I thoroughly enjoy the game. My problem with the game is how often can I get it to the table? Because this is a game, much like PAX Ren,
Right.
PAX Premier, right?
Right.
To where if you don't get it to the table on a regular basis, it's going to be a bear.
You're losing that facility to run the game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this game absolutely benefits from that. And it blossoms if you're able to do that. Because, I mean, there's a reason this is a Golden Elephant Award finalist for
Right.
this year.
Yeah, I usually tell people like if they like to move through lots of different games and play each game a few times, this is not
No.
a game that they
Yes.
should spend
I'm
time
not going to
with.
say it's going to be a lifestyle game, but it's a game that you
Yeah.
need to work at to
It's-
get good.
Playing.
Yeah, I found that like with our playtesters too, it was something about the development of the game. Usually there's high playtester turnover. You kind of expect it. With this game, that didn't really happen. People just bored like deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper,
Cool.
and the game shows a lot of that, both in it's I didn't have to worry about being so approachable because my little group of playtesters, they just kept doing it. But it's a game that rewards that kind of repeated plays.
Yep.
It's also a game that shows all games kind of show the pressures of their creation. This was one that was like originally designed for a small box, so like that's why the event system is strange, but it's because I had 192 events I needed to fold into 8 cards.
Right. Yeah.
There's kind of no other way to do it. And then when the board eventually did happen, it ended up getting used for a lot of things, but it results in something that is very compressed. Because
dense.
I
think is a
it's
good way to
dense,
put
and
it.
I think this sometimes gets lost in the mix because we have the benefit of distribution and retail, and like the game just kind of arrives at us. But for Phil, his game,
And by Phil, he means Phil Eklund.
Phil Eklund,
Publisher.
his game's cost matters a lot, especially postage and weight. And this game literally was 0.99 kilograms.
Wow.
And it
Yeah.
could not have gone over 1 kilogram, or the postage would have gone up. So like everything. So some people were like, "Why did you make the rulebook longer and put more illustrations?" Because like we couldn't,
Yeah.
right?
Paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Weight.
paper has weight. I will. So one comment I got about player count.
Yep.
I think it scales well. I'm biased in that, but you should know that I don't think all my games scale well. I think that some do and some don't. This got played a lot at 2 and 3, and so a lot of its testing happened at low numbers.
Sure. Yeah.
And I think it works pretty well there. The solitaire game is strange. Some people like it, some people hate it. I don't really play solitaire games, so I don't feel like I'm like doubly able not to judge it. But it does exist. It's an interesting way to learn the way the company behaves without worrying about the negotiation or anything.
Right.
When I'm teaching this game, 3 and 4, usually.
Right.
And if Edward would have told me you're teaching a full table of 5 new players, I would have said you're crazy. Send
Right.
at least 2 or 3 people home.
Right.
But I had experienced players, so it wasn't a big deal. The reason is the same things happen each game in terms of what actions need to be taken. So when you have 3 or 4 players learn a lot more of the game faster. With 6, you can get kicked out of the company right away and not know how to get back in. So the 5 and 6 player game, like there were times when one of us was just out.
Out of the company.
And like
Yeah.
it was hard to figure out how you could get back in, but we were all strong enough that there were ways and openings that happened. So that's just something to be mindful. I think especially if you're worried about problems with that kind of brittleness, just play at a lower count. There is also like a low luck variant that I've played with like a couple times. It's fine. It will be really good for certain groups. It's just
And
not
that's
the way
why
I
it's
play.
there, right?
Yep.
So 2 questions I have for you, Cole. One, how typical or atypical would you consider this for folks watching?
I think that
The company was super flush at the
Company's
beginning
rich.
of the game due to die rolls.
So I have numbers on this. Early company scenario, there is about a 70% chance that the company is going to be struggling for most of the game. So our game was slightly atypical in that way, but it wasn't wholly atypical. The main thing is more experienced players know in the early company scenario to pull in Hyderabad right away. That is a big boon. So if you do that, your game will be more like this one.
Okay.
But I would say, in terms of the interplay, somewhat fairly typical. The scores are a little closer than usual.
All right, second question. Outside of people watching this and the entire thing on how to teach it, tips?
Oh, and how to teach?
Yeah. Rolling start, I know that.
Yeah, so the rulebook is designed to teach you how to play. It doesn't seem that way because it's still like a formal rulebook, like there's no tutorial mode. But generally, start by really making sure people understand the history of the game. Like just the basic, like there was this company. It was sort of like 3 little companies. We are all going to pilot it together. And just kind of like walk through like the life of a cube as it moves through and scores and gets victory points. Emphasize the degree to which you do not control your scoring. That's really, really important. Once you get there, the thing about this design, which I think has been appreciated by some and not by others, the actual actions are very, very, very simple. Like many degrees simpler than like your average Lasarda game. Like you're going to roll some dice. They all work the same way.
Yeah.
So the main thing is I think what's difficult about the game is understanding your points of leverage and being able to kind of zoom out and see bigger pictures. But generally, just kind of slowly walking through a turn together is usually the way to go.
And don't be afraid to play a turn or two, reset, start it over once everyone kind of gets their feet wet a little bit.
If you play like a 2-turn game or a 3-turn game, players will know how it works by the end of the time.
There you go. Cool.
Yep.
So yeah, thanks for coming, dude. Thanks for doing this. People are pretty excited. I think this will definitely help folks going forward.
And excited, rightfully so.
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
and
Right.
I'm excited to say that it's pretty hard to get. I would argue it's out of print, so that's why we waited to stream it down.
They can go on the shirt.
Right, there
Yes.
you go. Right. So
Yeah.
cool, man. I appreciate it. Cole.
Yeah, my pleasure.
All right. So thanks everybody for watching. Don't forget, like, subscribe. It helps the channel. The 694 patrons, you want to support us, you can go to pledgehc.com and do so, and we recommend that you do. Please.
Yes.
That said, I'm Edward.
Jess.
Nathan.
Ash.
And Cole.
All right. You guys take care. We're off to HeavyCon. We'll see
Yeah.
y'all later. I will
See ya.
see you guys in a month. I'll see you at the end of June.
That's going to be weird. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's that. All right.
Yeah.
Take care, everybody.
Yeah, see ya.